gets the plant, but what can you do?
And now the heartbreak really sets in for OG. They couldn't win the 5-on-3. They're denied by a touchdown nade. Keto takes it personally. They get the opener again, but that wasn't enough in the last round. That hero of the last round gone immediately, though. It's Arostos. That is the player you want to remove here. Gutierrez brings it back.
What a sound. Big warbang like that.
All right, OG, they're going to play with a bit more tempo here up towards the A site, but Roman's already got that spot. He's seen them moving in close, and he immediately concedes the site. At this point, he doesn't want to offer up that opening kill, not before his teammates are here. Gutierrez now joins the ranks of this A-hold. Smoke goes in. Has it gone too far? Yeah, that fell down the dumpster. There's no smoke there. Saw have got open sight lines for this retake.
Biku same position as well.
This time he's got to win onto Ujerx. This time he's got to lock in the kill on Con. And you feel like Ujerx is going to wait a little bit here. He doesn't want to be that first man to play, letting his teammates get out first. Fiku, that's so rough. He falls at the hands of the Con flank. This is getting away from OG. It's down to this. Keto backed into a corner. One man left to beat. The captain is doing all he can to keep OG in this. And good rooting from Keto. He's dodged the Ujerx flank. He's winning this one a time. Keto does it all. Fantastic round from the captain. He keeps OG in this.
Not only does he get that 5v4 on B, but he doesn't even think about giving the AK over on 10 health. He keeps it and he wins the entire round, tucked out, hiding at the flower pots, and they walk right by him. Another clutch for Keto. Can you believe it?
He is channeling something right now. This energy that Keto is bringing is fantastic. If there is one person in the entire world who believe OG can still bring this back, it's that guy on our screens right there.
It's identical. Biku can't kill the flanking player that he knows is coming, and Keto has to clutch against the world. It's the same as last time, but is it enough? One more for overtime. One more for the spring final. This game has got it all. This one heated up out of nowhere. And look at the money. It is tatters for Saw.
Yeah, I mean, well, last time, right, Saw were in this exact same position with a buy, much like this one, and that was kind of what brought them back into the game, as crazy as that is. And a lot of it came from Story Scout. A heavy lean down towards lower. OG, if they can... Oh, dude, I kind of hope it does. With how hard they've been trying. With the rounds that Keto's given them.
It would hurt to lose now.
Oh, the scout falls. Tag down range. This was exactly how it started last time, with Story securing an opener. But look at the ground that Keto's taken right up in the front lines. He's been the point man. He's been the leader, the captain of the ship. And he's not looking to go down, but he's looking to save the day here. First man in. The rest of the squad moving alongside him. And they've dealt with Saw rotating up through the bank. 5-on-3. Ease into this defense now. Sound is found in the right side. But there's Fiku to get that trade. The last man, Arostos, giving it all he's got, but he can't win this one. Regali sends him packing, and OG have clawed their way back into this game.
สรุปใครอะดูมา
Unbelievable grit from OG with a standing
ดูอีหมูอะ
7-5 down, 70 rounds on
Yeah,
overpass
they
for
had
Saw.
to do this on their T side. That's what makes it even more impressive.
And clutch after clutch
โอ
from
จี
Keto.
โอจีกลับ
He
มา
just proved
โอ
his
จีเล่นดีแต่ซอก็เล่นดีนะ
in the previous
ซอนี่เข้ม
series
เลย
of heroic
ตกมาหลายทีมใหญ่
complexity
โอ
as
จี
well.
ก็
But he is putting
ก็
up
กระท่อนกระแท่นแต่ว่ามาได้
the
เรื่อย
performance you don't
ๆก็
expect to
ค่อน
see
เรียบ
from
แรก
him.
ของเขาดี
And man, when you see him doing that, right, if you're the rest of the squad, if you're Sound standing in and you see Keto delivering these rounds to keep your team alive, and then he's yelling at you in the next, telling you to believe, it's going to rub off. You won't help yourself
แต่
to
ถ้า
believe.
ซอจบชนะจบเร็วก็ดีจะได้ไปดูดองเร็วเพราะว่าดองกว่าจะมาเมื่อวานก็เทคนิคอลพอดอีกเมื่อวานก็สายเลนใครดูเนี่ยเซสเตอร์เซซันมีปัญหาทางด้านเน็ตก็เลยเมื่อวานก็จะจบโอ้เกือบเช้าผมว่าไม่ได้ดูคู่แรกไม่จบแบบแรกไม่จบแบบ2แบบ3ไม่รู้สึกแข่งอีกเมื่อวานไม่ได้ดูไฮไลท์ว่าจะดูไฮไลท์ก่อนแล้วต้องดูไฮไลท์เลยแล้วกัน
have enough to win this round, and it's got to be a retake for Sword. They have no control towards upper right now. Story's pre-rotated B with the AWP. He's trying to make a read. They should get a plant if they don't telegraph this.
แปะทับ
Information starting to get gained, lighting up areas of the map. Materials is moving.
Yeah, this is actually going to leave them with like a double setup
clean
here.
tap. Hero
And this is,
individually,
you would
looking
even
great.
play A like this
Taking this team to a whole other level.
under normal circumstances.
He knows
The fact
about
that these
two,
guys come
and
upon
now
what they
he
can
might
matter
know
of
about
difference.
all
Materials
three,
gets
but
up
man,
first,
he's
but
just
it's
not letting him
sometimes
get
his
away
teammates
either.
not with him.
Poses alone,
So
1v5,
Nexius secures that
and
kill.
it's a
New Jackson
meltdown
eyes
here for
off,
Spirit
slowly
as they
but
just
surely
got,
OG.
they
Oh,
just
no,
kept
where
hitting
these
him in the
players
ribs
are.
at every
Stories
single
run
point of
down
that
the
round.
bomb. The plant comes
That's
in
gonna
just in
afford
time, but he's
Chopper
now
to
out
add
through the
himself to the
dumpster.
ranks.
He's looking to be their worst
Magic's first
nightmare.
contact,
Smoke
catching
on the
Spears
bomb.
with the nade, that's
Story
free damage.
covering. Regali.
Smoke will take his vision off. And
ก็
he'll
คือสถานะสอง
From
แบบ
the
ลูก
bomb, and Ujax with that
Jack
stick
down
has
the nade.
robbed this round.
What a
sit
setup!
here.
What a layup for Story.
15 seconds to
Smoking
the clock.
bomb and just
Chopper's just going to be that
enough
element of
problems
surprise
for
as
his
Donk goes
teammate
down
to
with
get
nothing.
on that
Nobody's going to check
defuse.
Chopper.
They do
He
not
comes out, shoots
hesitate.
for
They
process.
know
Bomb's
both
being planted
teams
safely
are
by
deep in
Crimbo, but
CT
everybody
spawn.
dead around him.
And Story
They've done
does
their jobs
enough.
and then some.
Rush
Beautiful
through the
setup. There's a
smoke. He had
prime
to make
example
the
of
break.
it, right?
Messed it
Donk
up.
gets nothing,
Ujax fired
but
too
Chopper's
early.
got it
There
all.
was no way
Yeah,
we
he
saw
sets
in
up
that round
Chopper
without Story
perfectly.
going hero mode.
แล้วทำไมเขาใช้การริวหน่อย
Shining around, one drawing them in.
ไปเลทการริวน้อยน้อยกว่าอีกสิ
Oh, that's such a rough way to have it taken off of you, ROG.
ดูดีเขาก็ดองเก็บอีกไอ้นี่หา
The river, Donk
ยิ่งมาให้ดองฆ่าทีละคน
got a gun
ทีละคน
advantage. He's going to go fighting, and sure enough,
พร้อมตังค์ให้ดอง
The opposition saw
keeping him at that distance.
not to be
Those are around where
underestimated,
Big even
not to
come
be
in with
doubted
some
in
grenades though, right? We don't
BO3s,
even get to see the purpose of those
not to be
utilities.
covered on overpass.
This isn't the
พลิกขวาได้เปรียบพลิกซ้ายไม่ดี
Those nades
The
never
man
get
who
thrown,
made the
Donk
whole
just making a
last round
stockpile
possible.
of them down in the river.
Now looks
พลิก
to
ขวา
take
อุลลี่
another one out of
Wants the long
OG.
shot.
ห้ามพลิก
He's
ซ้าย
actually
ถ้าพี่ว่า
never
พลิกขวา
stopped
เนี่ยจะมองดูมุม
the entire round. And he actually hasn't died. And in fact, he gets the apex kill. What the hell? No one else does that. No one else hangs out at one spot
ทั้งดอง
for the
ทั้งเว
entire
จิก
round
นี่
and
แบบ
gets
เหมือนผู้หญิงส่วนตัวผมเพิ่งรู้ว่าบิ๊กมันย่อมาจากอะไรนะเบอร์ลินอินเตอร์เนชั่นแนลเกมเนี่ย
Fully still passing able to get a glimpse of Chopper and stop him. Sontic solo
ก็เลยตั้งชื่อว่า BIC ของเยอรมัน สปิริตนี่ของอะไร
Anubis team died.
The bomb lost over the toilets, and so even as they get this control down towards
On
the B
Anubis.
site,
The
it's all
Crimbo
for
on A
naught.
is something
Nexius
to keep an
can't
eye
grab
on.
this
Donk has
bomb.
the forego mid control. Shiro, great amount of damage here. Look at the HP. It's perfect for Donk to come out. Catching the double kill.
ตอนดี
17 health
ตอนดีแล้วเข้าดี
remaining members. There's still a chance this taps and gets the cover. Crimbo holds for the heaven peak. The Magic's nearly gets him. And as he baits out the shot, they slowly hang on. 7 HP for the 2v2 clutch out of Big.
And it comes down to Tazak getting
ก็บิ๊กชนะมา
Bam timing perhaps, or go through the planter. Oh, he hit it. Magic twice. 2 times through the wall.
Hey.
And the
Hey,
next
take off
damage.
my shield
Kills
attack.
off the plant, but the CT is flooding in.
And Nexius is
Holy
locked
hell.
out as well.
They just took that bomb site
มันไม่
back
รู้สึก
like
จะ
it
ปล่อย
was nothing.
เท่าที่ดูทีมโบไม่เข้า
Smoke didn't even exist. Now Crimbo can't even play for
Into
this.
some
No
weird
chance
spot
to
after the
fight back.
touchdown double
This is the
kill. They
defuse.
keep
That is
composed,
domination right
and
there.
they've now chained together 2 in
Obviously,
Cut
overtime.
them back.
from Magic, he gets 2 shots through the smoke, through a wall, into the
แต่
plant.
ว่าจะคัดไม่ได้
Something else. It's 3 orb shots. And he got a tag as well earlier.
2 versus 4. And
Phenomenal.
Searson's gonna go real deep onto the platform. Nicely done, chasing down Magic. But again, anytime you get a single kill and a sense of an opening, the swarm of Spirit players are there to bounce back. And did it on his own there. Just decided, I'm gonna take him up. Taps in the Chopper going head to head. Magic's from the platform. Clean couple of kills here, doing work with no support. Donk is a little
JDC
late
เมื่อวานเล่นอนุวิทย์ไม่ได้
but
เกือบทำไม่ได้
there's more.
There's no
Bit of
AQ.
revenge
That's
for
what I-
Regali. Story set his number in this
But it's the right
overtime.
call to make.
So finally,
What do
Regali
you
gets
think?
one back. That applies a lot more pressure down on this B side, but that's so awkward for
What a
Keto.
pain in the
Full
ass.
blind out
Dog
in the
just keeps
open.
coming back for more.
So the equalizer is
Season has 7 HP.
gifted to Saw from someone who's taken
Really wanted to get
so
that
many
trade. They can
rounds.
kill Magics. They just
Keto
needed
ends up
one
giving
duel
this
right
one
there to
away.
hit the site.
Nexus
Feels like
really
he
wants
can
this
really go
fight.
for it. Still try to play a post plant here on
Grenade,
Searson's
but
going to be
they'll
crawling
give
up
it to him,
on
they'll
long,
fight
getting closer,
together.
but also a little while off. And I feel like Yeah, the CT's in the site. They're getting a little antsy.
มาคนเดียวจ
They
บ
don't want to wait for something to happen, so they take the initiative. Donk clears it out. Bomb dropped again, and Searson's looking to save AWP, but even that's going to get
ตอน
punched
บิ๊ก
down.
หมอนี่คือไม่ได้แต้มตอนบิ๊กแบบ
Oh my goodness.
บิ๊กนี่ได้แต้มเลย
Looking up at the USP.
Ujax with re-aggression up from short. They close the net and they're not going to be ready for a danger man this
There's
close.
the monster underneath your bed.
Gutierrez makes first contact. That only makes Ujax's position stronger, and he's got the
Dark.
round right here in
Sight's
the palm
lost,
of his
so
hand.
nicely done by the Pistols
Regali,
to
2
maybe
kills
get
to
the
his
bomb
name
in.
already.
Yeah, killing
He needs the
the
ace
Dark
clutch
player.
in the
Process
1v3.
up to cross. He'll do so with 15 health.
But there's a flank
We've seen
come
just
through
such
from Nectar, so
superb
even as he
retakes
gets
though, and
that,
Magic's
there's
in the
still
last couple of
danger,
bullets in
and
the
Regali
magazine.
is not aware of
Doesn't
it.
let that pressure come at him from Cade. Crimbo,
Arrows
nice
tosses
10-9
drop the
kill.
back lines.
And he's trying to draw Chopper out.
He's
Down to a
got for the
quarter HP.
aggression. So
There's guts to
Regali
be
right
picked
now
up.
has a
They've
1v1
definitely
in
given
the
him enough
site
of a
around the
chance.
dice box.
Stuck
With
along
very
jail
little
side.
time left, and he can find
CT's
Roman.
going to block
That
off
would
one
have
end,
been
so the
the chance.
crossfire gets
But
unraveled.
just
Crimbo's
shy
going to
of
need to
it,
come
and it's
back
a
at it with
flawless
the
first
bomb
half
not
of OT
planted
out
for
of
him.
four.
He'll soften him up.
ไม่
Take
ล
a
ด
chance by
ลดไม่เยอะ
jumping through, and Magic with the barrel stuff puts Spirit
Just
to
noise.
the 7-round lead.
It was Aristosius
But
finding
Zontic
his
was still
crucial
that
entries out B.
question mark, right? If
Ruining
you were
their
just
day,
looking
ruining
at
their
Team
life.
Spirit at the start of 2024, then it was Donk
We'll
and
see us
Zontic
all
that
go
we really
back to
don't know about.
basics, back to what worked so many times,
proven his
over
worth.
and over again.
No need so far at this map. Donk back sight. He's got support,
Withstanding
but
without their highest rated
Magic's
player
going down
on
empty-handed.
every
Chopper has
Now
looked
putting
to
on
make the difference, but
clinical
Searson's able to come wide
series,
onto the
22
jail,
and
and
21,
with
he's
it,
top of his team.
finally they clear
Alongside
this bomb
Regali.
site out. So speaking of Zontic, he is now called forward.
Hello.
Maybe
Shit.
he was
Ted.
never meant to be.
ฮัลโหลฮัลโหลเทสเทสฮัลโหลฮัลโหล
Oh, they're just walking around. They just don't think Zontix would come out, but it's not.
อ๋อไม่อยู่ข้างหลัง
Smoke only allows him to have free space, right?
Lock in a trip to
Zontix
London
is
to the
still
spring
nearby, and he
finals.
gets the kill. Doesn't he have to wait for Shiro to come back?
Gotta seize this one in 2 last time.
Spirit are having
I
a
mean,
real
for
run of it
OG,
as a
as
horde
much as
lately.
these rounds,
They
these
win
clutches, these
TI for
wins
the
that
second
you've had
time,
have
second
given
in
them
history to do it.
belief that they could do this. All of that has just turned to
Ooh, okay.
a
bathing in
stomach
success.
churning feeling
Yeah, they
now
really
that
are.
it's not enough.
Okay,
It's
Sims
not
Sun.
been
Sims
enough.
Sun.
They
ว่า
would
ใคร
need to run
ซิม
this
สัน
back
ไม่
in
รู้
another
ซิ
overtime.
มสันเน็ตหลุด
For sure.
Really
And I mean, the way they
technical
won their
and
one
issue.
and only other round
Issue.
was similar fashion. They had to fight. It was not as clean, but they had to come and take a bunch of duels, which they won.
And Regali
Finish
gets
it.
it.
Back
This has
official for
been
this year's
a
alert.
very close head-to-head
Find
in this
Magic's on
series.
the secondary off. So Magic's showing he's got this bomb site locked down with or without Donk.
No.
He's doing work, and with him in this one, it's good. Donk on the big green scope
Jump
taps
off
it,
You know where this is
and the
ending.
final round of the half will
Next is
conclude
good
with
timing
Crimbo
on this.
trying to post a one.
วิดีโอโคตรสวย จะโยก ตาย สวยเท่
And Arrow stops. What was his thing all throughout this first half? It was these B entries. Quick kill from the man. Tease up Gutierrez.
Zontic was just going to take it all away, not even give him the chance to continue the 1v4.
เหมือนที่เราเมจิกยังนั่งอยู่ด้วย
Gutierrez
กัน
gets on it and they might just double swing this.
We have
Regali
10
doesn't have the gun
to
for
get
the
out from
job.
Law. Crimbo's back to like with Rigoletto's taps his position found out, and the CT pistol could be where Big tried to mount some sort of a
เอา
comeback,
ซอวินมา
regardless of scale.
ซอวินก็รอดู
Better than nothing. Magic's
ได้เลย
on the retreat, is getting chased down. Doesn't have the
That is
bomb, can't just
Cloud9,
straight up
and
leave.
that is now OG taken out on this glorious run for
Magic's looking for the
Saw.
thread to pull on, but
Fantastic job done. That's
They know.
8 in a row and
you're down 210, you can't afford to throw this one. So they'll play a hyper passive. Crimbo to the commitment is the next one to fall out. 3 to clear it.
Yeah, absolutely. Major, London,
Word.
they got it all. They got everything to play for, and they've got the young stars
has been.
with the old
It's like this
veterans
flashbang
in the
towards
roster
it. We got
side by
one on
side. This is
Magic.
such an
The
exciting
one
team to
flash
watch.
to
Now they
rule
get to
them
play
all.
against some of the best in the world.
First player
And,
goes
yeah,
down.
not only
JDC
they-
couldn't have been easier.
Then they're going to play some
Teammate.
upsets, so we'll see
Yeah,
what
can't
goes on
expect
as we
too much
drive
from
back to the
Walks. Full
decks.
house on the B defense. 4 kills for JDC. Try to do his best with
Well,
Magic's
congratulations to Saw, 2-0
Process
the
is
series
locked into
over
the fight.
OG.
Flash coming at
This
them.
one is a
2
little bit
players
of a
here.
battle.
Another
Obviously,
ball
OG
of
got a little bit of
He's looking
confidence
out where
after
they expected
Ancient.
JDC
A little bit of time with Sound in the lineup, playing a couple of maps.
and a rotator
But still,
in
Saw
behind the
just
pillar.
way too
Taps
much
and
to
applying
overcome, and
pressure.
they
Donk is just
qualify for
inside
the
his
London
smoke,
Fun.
trying to find that angle.
Yeah, and it's
And
a
Magic
short
is here to
one,
help
right?
him
I
Oh,
don't
as he
yeah,
has
that-
been
think he is
all
gonna
map
make up
long.
video.
Shiro to clutch, and I love a
the
winning Shiro
Yeah.
I feel
attempt.
like they were, and
down
it was even said that it's not the
Metizport.
Lisbon coming in from last year as well,
Metizport.
right? But I think they're gonna have a great time in London.
Yeah, they-
Searson,
Oh, absolutely.
And
I mean,
Crimbo's
as I
coming
said,
at him
you
from the
were
same
kind of
side.
teasing towards the end.
Shiro on
before
high
setting it up
alert,
to us.
These-
loses
I mean,
aim
this is the
duel.
team, but now
Crimbo's
the
got him
RMR, now
bested.
this run
It's a
looking
perfect
good. They've got a young core of
from
stars
Shiro,
that
but
are
a
playing
missed
very
shot
well. The
gives big their
experienced
bit.
players are
Can you
playing
walk?
strong.
Nice,
And
combo save
just
to
in
Dave
general,
right
as a
there.
team, they play smart
Yeah, they
counter
have a
strike.
plan
This is a
for
team
this
that is
potential.
going to be
This line
dangerous
is
moving
common with
forward.
an off. Yeah, and especially
Jumping
you
over.
said teamwork, right? I think that's what most people will say
Excellent
about
from
when you talk
Searson.
about
2
these guys,
shots,
but I
2
also feel like
frags.
they
The
actually
long
have
player
the
gets
now,
in.
which is
Zontix clears
not
one.
the most
Crimbo's dead, and now
common
Searson
thing when
starts
it
to
comes
miss.
to
7
GCs,
seconds.
right?
Bomb
They've
still on
really
the
been
ground.
lacking
Can't
that
be
show
retrieved.
talent
Can't be
since
won.
the Fox days,
And
but
so
now finally
Searson
they have
does what
3
he
new
needs
guys
to.
who's
2
able to actually
clean kills to
perform on
close
tier
the
1 level,
entry.
and it's going to be
Shiro
really
hanging
interesting
on.
to see how far they can go.
Post-time
And I will also
expiration,
love for Saul the
all's good.
organization to
Searson,
be able
man
to
of the
execute
hour
all
this
their
round.
contracts so they can
That was
actually
lovely.
continue with
Yeah,
this project.
Searson,
I
T-side
guess the
didn't
question
really
now
know,
becomes,
I think,
well,
how
I
to
mean,
get
one
his
of the
pick.
conversations we'll start having about
Stop
Saw is
playing around
what
with
kind of
Searson.
expectations we place on him going into the Copenhagen Major, and then, you know, even after that, going into the London finals, is
You want me to hang?
going to be
You want me to hang?
The rounds.
kind of
Donk
hits a
actually
ceiling
getting
a
the kill
little
with
bit
the
here and
Glock ball.
struggles.
You want me to hang the Donk?
Donk on an M4 and Shiro's off still in play.
Where do you kind
The
of place
same
this team
Molotovs
just
they
off these
still
last few
use
events of
on
the
the
RMR
flat.
and the Showdown and how good they've played?
Gets the kill.
What are
And
their
that's going
chances
to
of
cause
going deep in
JDC to go
Copenhagen?
firing his right foot
Considering
control is
the
excellent.
levels that
Okay.
show right there,
That
I
last
see
little
the middle
burst
of
to
the pack,
drop the
especially when you consider
AWP
the
as it
major.
was
At
looking
London, I
to
think
hunt
they will
him
have it a
down
little
is
bit
what
harder
makes sure
because
Bomb
there's going to be
can't
so
be
much at
planted.
stake. And it's against better
Last time he decided
opponents,
not to
but
push all the way
at the major
through.
itself they can actually get a really
Oh,
good
Searson.
start.
Lenต่อยเป็นตำรวจดี
They have a great chance of actually advancing. Maybe not
แบบ
Choppers has
บุกไม่ขึ้นเลย
to
ดิ
activate.
บิ๊กบุก
Now going to be caught out by Tabs as he comes back through the door.
Yeah, well,
finds
they've
him
already
with
shown
his
they can do
back
that.
turn.
Obviously,
Crimbo making
they
sound by
did
going
that
down
knee
gun
camera,
was
shooting
really
the
good.
distraction that gets Chopper killed.
And then obviously showing some upset potential here over a team like Cloud9.
Really,
It's some
Metizport.
impressive stuff. I mean,
I'm not
this
into,
is
like,
this is a
fluorescent
good
blind
win
range.
from
I'm more
a Assault team that's not
into,
even showing. They've got
like
a
sage
relatively
green
decent
stuff.
map.
ทุกครั้งทัพเปอร์จะซื้อคลิปคนแรกถ้าดูดีๆคลิปที่อยู่กับช็อปเปอร์ตลอดใน
Seafoam green.
ใน
Kino
ต้
is
น
playing out of his
ช็อป
mind.
เปอร์เป็นส
Kino
ปอ
won
ร์ต
like
ซื้อได้
5,
เกมเดียว
6 clutches across
ส่วน
the
มากจะ
map
ซื้อ
that kept
แม็กซิ
Mochi in this game, and if it wasn't for
Everyone's
that,
แม็กซิ
it
คือ
feels
ดัน
like
กัน
Saul would have had the
แต่
upper
แม็
hand
กซิ
He's
every
going to try
step
to
of the way.
overwhelm what is now
Other
Crimbo.
than
So
that,
Searson,
I
and
think
he's
Saul
on his
actually
own.
is also the
Point
Between the
of
rounds,
the
trying to
line.
swarm an A site who was
They
understaffed.
stay so long,
Hard.
they just
Tabs is going to come running down camera.
They
Crimbo do
finally
more than just the one.
get the beat back.
He gets an assist on Magic.
I really think
We've got Tabs
was
against
JDC
the
เล่นดีแหละ
JDC
เอาเล่นตำรวจ JDC อะไร
I think he was the one
ซี
where we were like, why
ซี
is
ซั่น
he back here?
ซีซั่นจะเล่น
Won't take anybody down with him. It's
Tiring.
เซนก็ดีตอนตำรวจ
Big are within
to a
two.
lower level, but he's
Yeah,
all
they
of a sudden
really,
looking like a
they really
prospect
went for this.
in
They
terms
went
of
through the
the
entire
IGL.
set
I
of
think did
pro
Copper ไม่ตายคนแรกก็จะตายคนหลังสุด
the team that had the
เขา
money
เป็นค
for
น
it.
ล้วงกลางเขาเป็นคนเซ็ตของเขาเซ็ตของหมดเขาก็ไปตาย
was here today.
เซ็ตของหมดค่อยตาย
Into
Got that third map, but
rushing barrage on
considering
each,
the
you can be
circumstances, he was
first for
actually
เพิ่งรู้ว่า
sure.
โค้ดบิ๊กก็คือก๊อปปี้ก๊อปปี้ก็คือผู้เล่นเก่าของบิ๊กเหมือนกัน
Actual reason you should get it for
อยู่ข้าง
maybe posted the offer.
คนเนี้ย
So that was a big
อยู่
risk
ข้างๆทับ
for
เล่น
him to try to run.
อยู่ด้านขวาทับเล่นนั่ง
Who's fresh out of celebration
Gonna be
of
too
qualifying
risky.
for London.
This is crazy. Oh, but it might just work.
Uterus,
Nobody's
first of
watching.
all,
Nobody
a
anticipates
huge
this. JDC is
congratulations
They
to
don't
you.
believe it.
You've
They
made
don't believe
to
it.
the spring
Yeah,
finals.
second
นี่เสียดาย JDC ได้
This
3
is
ตัว
crazy
John
because
Stiegel
you make it
able
to
to
the
return
major,
it.
dream
Searson
come
concerned
true.
about
Hey,
long, but
I
also
see
they're getting
you guys
closer.
back here.
Maybe
Nice
that's
shot
the
to
good
Zontix.
Oh,
No
boy.
scope
Year one
onto
event,
Donk.
the EPL 17.
And on
it
his
was
own,
a year
after
ago.
losing control
And now you're going to be doing
of the
two
dark
in
room
one.
to three.
How does it feel?
Searson
เอายิง
says
ไม่โดนเพื่อนยิง
enough's enough. The line in the sand, they
Do
cannot cross it.
Do
They
hand
just
bit
won't stop
back
winning.
ภาค 2ไม่ได้ดู
Long player right
หลับ
tag.
ครับได้ดู
JDC is dead, but Process can still hold it on his own. The second player yet to come out. Taps and rotates fast. Still, Zontix strikes at the right time. 20 seconds.
มุมนี้น่าเล่นนะแต่ถ้าโดนไฟเผา
Taps in
ก็
to get a 3-peat
ต้องเผา
to
2
tie this
ลูก
game at
ยกเว้นต้อง
11.
น้ำล่าง
Oh my god. They're
ในมุมที่ยืนดี
Yeah, it's very
It's
real.
right for us.
Maybe that's the solution after this massive dry
แต่เขาก็ไม่ค่อยดันบี
Just straight up winning the fight.
ผมว่าดันบีต้องมีแฟลช
Wants
ส่ง
the trade frag.
แฟลช
He's
ส่ง
got the
ดันบี
advantage
ได้
of the gun.
I want to look
But
at
Magic can
Agent.
just fall
You
back.
win both pistols.
And
It was a
that'll
very
leave big
comfortable
at a
game. But
disadvantage.
then
เพราะว่า
this overpass, it's
เหมือน
your
เมจิก
map.
เขาจะดูบี
You get
No up
7
on this
rounds
line.
on T
ทาง
side
บี
and we think,
แต่ว่า
okay, this
So they
ต
get
อน
closer
โดน
back.
เขาดูตัวลึก
is CT side.
Here it
In
is.
order for it to go
Top player
past
one
him.
day.
Why did you guys
middle
Đi.
having to go help out on B, and the one round
เปิดไถ
challenge
ให้
is not there.
แต่โกโทเปอร์ก็ใช้แต่แมสซิฟอยู่แล้วอะ
Yeah, that's tough.
แล้วก็ไปเก็บปืนเอา
Rose crack spotting that setup is obviously a little bit weird, right? Because
How many?
Rose
Even
actively spotting camera with a smoke out.
คิโลไม่ออฟ
They are entering on A without spam and they are spreading
Rose is
surviving
looking to
us.
hang on. Money's
So-
still very good though, of course, for Big after this streak, so the save doesn't mean too
A
much.
nice game, not the
A
best,
gap
but
in mid for the first
it was
time
difficult for
of
us
this
because
CT
we
side.
didn't expect
ปล่อยเขาสัมภาษณ์
that type of game.
Ace
อันนี้เพื่อนโดนยิงฟรี
It was okay.
เปิดมุมไปหน่อย
Overtime with the economy
คิมโบบอกเอาเฮีย
and,
มึงไม่ดูกายให้กู
I think we did a good
เอ้ยไม่
good
ให้
job.
มือออฟบอกไม่ดูกายให้กูโดนยิง
Potentially good as the OT. They've got one pinned in here. Shiro's gonna get the flash.
แปดนี่มันเหมือนไม่ได้แปดสองนี่เหมือนแปดไหนเพื่อน
Power line 2-0. And they just
Got me
keep
them now,
okay
yeah.
with the standing.
It is calling for
Are
something
you
huge
satisfied
here
or
from
over
Tapson.
satisfied with how you played?
ก็จะไปแบบนี้ดีต้องปา
He
ปา
could be
ชิง
offered donk up
เห็น
close
ต้อง
with
ปา
catch.
ตลอดลองปาเช็ค
Now they're stranded in A, but
คือปาเช็คแต่ไม่ได้ปาดันนะมันดันไม่ได้เผา
the
ไฟเผาตัวเอง
and Chopper have
I check, I check.
outside of it. He's done a great job of keeping the defense split.
But
And what
อันนี้แปดสอง
heartbreaking
แปดหลังเสาอ่ะ
situation.
ชอบแปดหลังเสาแปดได้
Back to
แปดแล้วให้เพื่อนปา
Now we gotta continue.
เว้ยอันเนี้ยผมว่าแปดแปดด้านบน
I think
บนตรงเนี้ย
against the
Final
Cloud9,
attempt.
แปดได้
for me
spotted.
personally, what it was
Trying to
the
fight it.
best
Magic's
win
instant
Back
headshot
on
on
off.
JDC in
in terms
18
of
health.
Back on
for
thing.
Eagle.
and
This entire comeback
you
felt
are
so
playing
real.
against the guys that
The
won
B-side
majors.
defense
Oh,
of
I need to
JDC
win.
in process
Sit
from a
down.
month's
So
improvement
it
from the
was
start
Like
of
big
the
was
game.
it called?
Has to be said.
The best
And
game that
Tapson
we
at
did.
critical times
And
was
also,
doing a
of course,
great
the
job of
situation
holding
on
on
the
from the
start
in the
highlight.
middle. Team
helped
Spirit's
us a little
T-side has
bit,
left
but
a
we
lot
Là
to
đúng.
be
we
desired.
didn't care in terms of
You cannot argue with the
Là đúng.
domination of their defense,
to do our
but they
game
will get it over
and
the line.
really
Round
focus to it. So I think we did
4v4 retake
a
is,
great
hey,
job,
could be
great
worse.
job overall.
Oh, but that
And
smoke is so fun.
from a tournament that we look at it,
You're gonna have to go
and
to
it
emergency
was
mode here.
like a preparation for major
Desperate time calls
because
for desperate measures.
we
Jumping
just
through with the flashbang.
I
Good
think
enough to
no
unravel
one
the forward
believed
green.
ปืนพกก็เล่นดีนะผมว่าบิ๊กเล่นปืนพกดี
Zontic
ดี
still around from
I'm
Tetris.
sorry.
And then Chopper to seal the deal with this one. Spirit felt like it was theirs to take from the
Well,
get-go.
positive words from Muterus talking about overcoming
Top
adversity of a game
random
they
issue,
didn't really
ก็ซ้อนกันดีนะโซนบราซิลซ้อนกันดีแต่หลังพัด
Playing
อย่าง
behind
ที่
the
เบรก
scenes
ก็ซ้อนกันดี
Yeah, nice
พวกมึงนี้เห็น
This is
sandbag
a
to
lot
beat,
of
but Chopper's
powerful
double kill
names
off
here
short
waiting for them
side.
in London.
That's what's
And
gonna
there's
open
going to
the
be
block
no
plan
easy
for
route into
Magic.
the playoffs and into the
Sweat
finals.
or,
Me.
excuse me,
Move the pace,
JDC
yeah.
through smoke on the approach will find him barely any
ผม
time
เห็นก็ยืน
left.
ปาเนตกันสุดขอบคือยืนตรงขอบเนี่ยแล้วปาเนตของเมจิกปาโดนเต็มๆเลยนะคนอยู่เนี่ยปาไปแลมมั้งไม่ได้ปาเข้าไซด์ปา
When you talked about the Portuguese scene, right? If you were said they're going to qualify for event with all
Intuition
those
from
teams
JDC
lined up,
to
I think they would be
claw
super
one
happy.
back.
Có tiền mừng ốc
Waiting
à?
for the short kick out of Chopper.
Thì lô mới lên
Again,
lên.
Donk in the corner, jiggling, sees the barrel, hits the headshot, took one back in return, but it's
แต่เมื่อวานไปดู
and a third.
Yeah, screw
Between
it.
ของ
the dynamics
ทีม
of
คราว
your
ไหน
own
เปลี่ยนมือออกเป็นฮอบบิทรีเฟกช้าเล่นออฟรีเฟกช้า ยิงช้า ตอนแรกบูมเล่น
And Kurmo
แค่ให้
down and he was just totally
เมื่อ
blind.
วานนั่งดูเมื่อวานฮอบบิทที่เล่นออฟมันไม่มีมือออฟแล้วฮอบบิทเล่นฮอบบิทเล่นช้าฮอบบิทรีเฟกช้ามากเลย
round prior. This is the
One of these two
full-fledged big.
squads are going to be
ช้าแบบไม่น่าจะเป็นมือออฟได้
Opening 10 seconds.
เหมือนเป็นมือออฟจำเป็นนะ
let's just start with the obvious.
เพราะว่าชิโร่มาอยู่ทีมนี้ด้วยมันทำให้ทีคราวไหนแต่ก่อนครับทีม
breaking
อะไร
out
นะ
into the scene,
ธ
getting
ง
their
แด
names
ง
a little bit
ขาว
more
แดง
known and recognized.
แกมบิดแต่ก่อน
They're playing against Spirit, man.
มันก็เลยไม่มี
Really
มือออ
solid
ฟ
squad.
Yeah, let's just state the facts here.
Mấy cái đó là
It's the
mưa
best
off
team
mà.
in the world with the best player.
มันเหมือนเป็นนาวีผ
But
สม
also
กับ
with the best
แกมบิดเก่ากับกลายเป็นเขา
against a team of part-time players. I agree what they've done is excellent,
rush
and
for the
it's
rest of the
crazy
round
to
from
me that
Spirit
from
because
Fair
players in the
also
middle
over the
are all
line.
attending school and they're the best players
Fair
on the
low.
server.
Throw away the advantage.
Setio
All
also
they'll have
from
left to
that
deal with
early
is
and
just
he has
Sears
really
and back quad.
like gotten some experience to put in the hands
มัน
of
ก็
the
ทำแบบ
new
ใหม่
guys,
มันได้
right?
อีกอย่าง
It's just
เวอร์ติโก้เพิ่งเห็นว่าพื้น
see if they can actually
เต็ม
use that match to pull up a fight against
There he
Donk.
goes though. The rotator
Yeah, Neela's
potentially
big name will be
captured
talking about
eyes
Adam. He's
out, so
also
now
ผม
having
ไม่รู้ว่ารูปไฟ
Magic
รูปไฟที่ขึ้น
I
ขึ้น
mean, the in-game leader has been doing a great job
Lights
calling
out
for this
from
team.
either of the two.
James Stank's got to sit down and
Oh
chat
my
with John
god.
before the game
Swings
begins
with his
today.
off like it's
What?
nothing.
Does ETL
Not even
before I
his
talk about
gun.
the game
What is
as well?
that for
I know he
confidence?
was a very young and talented IGL.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
over the
they
top
will.
right
What
now.
other IGLs do you
And
look
Tom
at?
Yugadon will
Maybe
just eventually get
that you
picked
like
back
their
up.
style,
No,
or you
we
trying to take
versus,
into your own
like,
game,
I
or
just
do you
don't
just have
understand.
your own
Bug
way?
There are ghosts
I
on the
feel like
wall.
for the most part it's
Where
always
should I
been
go?
my own
Oh,
way
yeah,
and
you-
I've
oh,
tried to
Just
find
wasted.
everything almost by myself. But in those rare
Don't you?
cases where I do
You
like to watch
Wait for it.
Like the
other
bomb
teams or
wires need to be
IGLs,
clear.
Phương
I
nhé.
really
Point
enjoyed
it out
watching
and, like,
G2 now with Fuxi and since he's
Oh,
left and
okay,
also
back.
carrying
Chopper?
with pace, I've
Yeah.
always really
เท
enjoyed
ใครไม่แย่
Nice ult.
Okay, two solid choices. And looking back at yesterday's game over Monty, do you feel like you were ever
ลองไปเจอแล้วลองหนึ่งลองสองลองบอกถอยเลนเล่น
It was full control
First
almost all the way.
Piper.
ยิงไม่โดน
Only maybe hindrance we had was
Sears
when
and
we were
Mercer
down
kills.
0 to 5
แต่
on
เขาเรียก
the
มิด
wall.
ช็อตอยู่ดีนะ
But
ผม
then
ว่า
we
มิด
hit
ช็อต
attack
ไม่
with
ไม่น่าจะ
the
มิดช็อต
have the good
เป้าตรง
get
กระสุนไม่ตรง
good
Yeah,
inside.
like they
And
don't use utility, they
กู
just
ชอบเหมือนยิง
you may
พลาด
know we want
แต่นี่มึง
to
ยิง
very
เป้า
fast
ตรง
in a
แต่ไม่โดน
row and closed it out.
เฮ้ยวุฒิเลย
Plotted.
Beautiful boost,
Yeah, that was
blindsiding
dominant
taps
from the
in,
start, but
and
it's a
getting
good
the next
turnaround.
Magic boot
Zontic.
high.
Spirit though, this
Ơ,
is
mùng thi thì
your
em có
toughest
con
test
boot
you've
high.
ever had, and
It
honestly,
is so
how do
perfect,
you
and they
feel
have
with
all
having
the
to deal with
utility
that in a very
for
unique
the
style
choke point
from
and the
them?
rotator.
ก็แต่ถุงมือนี้คนใช้เยอะนะ
To be
ผม
honest,
ก็
we're
ชอบ
gonna take it
Alarm
like
anybody.
any other
Purple
game.
Mint, I
Of
don't
course,
know.
we know that like they're
ที่
easy.
ไอริก
It's
ซิ
not
ป
getting
ใช้
used.
แต่คนใช้เยอะ
Piper on them right now.
ลองก็คือใช้ถุงมือขาวเขียว
Like you said, only made
We're not gonna
possible by the quiet
overcomplicate
approach,
anything.
right? How
We're
many
just gonna
teams would
go in,
Hang
at least
on.
empty the
Wait,
belt,
good.
leave,
We
smoke
haven't
off
gone
the
with it,
elevator,
but,
Molotov
I
the
believe
back
we'll
shelf,
have
and
really
then
good
try to
maps
go in
that
together.
favor us
That's
a lot.
They silently put Zontics over
Many of them
top,
will be
and he's
comfortable
gonna
for
end
us.
up getting
So I think
3
if we
kills
just play our game, we
in
will
what
give
is
them
a
a good
round that
run
they
for
had
their
to bring
money.
back because of Searson.
Interesting case.
Maybe I copy.
Done with the time
Their
of
Vertigo
the
being good.
so
Leave us
Ooh.
with more questions than answers.
Ooh,
And
up,
Donk is
down.
just doing what he
Is there
does,
another way
right? On the
you've
T
looked at
side, he's
trying to
gonna
win
tear
this?
you apart.
Donk
with
in AK.
kills on
Right.
ramp, clearing
Really
out
think
both
quite
players
AK
in
and all
One of
Searson
their weaker maps,
and leaving
at
it
least
big
what
in
we felt
another
like when we watched it.
3v5.
Like your
And it's
quote-unquote
one of our
horrible
strong
CT
points.
side,
They
where
can fully
like
add
Donk
on.
is
We're
the
gonna
With
other
this.
exploit that.
is
With this
And then
video.
for
you're
the next
getting
maps,
5
Fully
rounds
add
in
on.
be
total and
something
Donk
like
having
maybe
a 0.8
Mirage and
rating.
both Ancient.
โอ้
All of
น้อง
those
ยิง
maps
แบบ
That's the
are
whole
really
reason that
vivid,
we're
so hopefully
really
if it
scared
becomes
about
that,
Spirits.
we'll be really
Vertigo.
comfortable with the veto.
ยิงไม่โดน
Underneath
ถึง
that.
แยกเส้น
Criminals
เกิน
gonna go running for the mid peak instead with JDC. Oh!
Some teams try to look at one player in
Nova.
particular being Donk.
Fake
Have you
plant,
looked at
Shiro,
any
fake
great
plant.
way
They
to
need the
take him
frags.
out?
There's no other
No,
option.
Ah.
And they got the
Two
kills.
bomb.
We
A
tried
bomb
to
top.
always prepare for the whole team.
It worked.
Oh
my God, it worked.
So yeah, we don't really
They
feel
had
like
to
he
get off
needs
the
to be
bomb as well,
countered in
and they
any way or
both had
form.
to shoot to get those kills.
So yeah,
There
we just
was
looked
no
at the whole
plan.
team
It
as
ต้อง
actually
เขายัง
worked.
สัมภาษณ์ด้วยเสียงอื่นไง
Oh, wow.
เรือธงตัวสลัดผมว่าทีมเขาดุเข้มเข้ม
especially with the focus on
Almost
the
แต่
dead.
ทรงดี
flash. We bring it up the veto
ผม
process.
มาดูว่าดองวันนี้จะ
Now
พั
he
งงา
wants
ด
to
ด
go
อง
to
รัน
the
ดองรันกัน
Bunch of pistols here. They're waiting for the mid lurk. Chopper gonna go over the top of it. Taps in, comes through. Another double P2
ต้อง
goes
ยังไงเป็น
moment.
พวก
Chopper's
ที่เป็น
coming
พว
out
ก
trying to
ตัว
catch
นี้
the last one in.
ตัว
It's
เบร
Crimbo in the
สาย
smoke.
พวกก็จบ
For the trade, Shiro, good
ไม่
off
ไม่
shot.
ต่อย
And
เปิ้ล
Process
ดี
to try and
มี
get this
ด้วย
over the line. 7 seconds. Magic's committing to the bomb plant. Process could run him down. As Shiro had given
ฝั่ง
that
ไม่เจอ
gap,
ใคร
but
นี่
he
เหงา
chooses not to. And as Magix comes out, it's a sealed deal. 9 in a row here
Yeah,
for
but you like
Spirit.
seeing that confidence. Sometimes that stupid confidence is
Ooh.
exactly what you need as an underdog, and especially from the leader who seems very well prepared for this match.
This has to be the
Another
one,
guy who's going to be
Connor.
well
This has
prepared
to
for
be
is
the one.
Magix over on the side of
Free
Spirit.
Magic,
They're going to be playing on the other side of the
Everybody
map.
coming in
Gitter,
giant
you
six
know,
X
that
now
one.
with his
Have the
Donk
conversation
still
as well.
Gitterน่าจะเด็ด
versus taps in with the smoke up.
Now, I
Cool,
want to touch
huh?
on Vertigo and the fact that most
20
teams
seconds.
Oh, wow.
are continuing to pick this against you like they feel
Oh, wow.
maybe you guys
Oh.
are drawn it or something.
Oh my God.
But for
Team
you,
ball.
it's a perfect
How you
shot.
doing?
You get a chance.
Now Chopper's on it. No, Chopper ready to kill him.
อ้าวยิงไม่ตาย
Goes back around to finish the
ไอ้เหี้ยอะไรยิงไม่ตาย
Shiro, 6 seconds, no plant. Donk's running in.
The problem is
And
Wow.
Donk needs both these kills. They'll jump back
Oh,
to
what,
CT
give me-
spawn, and a second is what makes the difference. Coming at him. As
เอ
he
อ
holds the
ผมว่าดองเล่นออกได้เอาดองเล่นได้หมดเลยดิ
win, but it's the worst
something
case
else, everything we
possible.
played, but not that much official practice.
เราเล่นอีกสี่ได้เกม
And
สี่
JDC
ได้
is
มั้ง
Uh-oh.
coming around
พอ
the
ดี
corner.
any like pull up for us.
โอ้เจดีซี
2-3. Beautiful
Because,
rifle
like,
work from
everyone's
JDC.
saying
He's
it's
been
bad
so,
luck for us because
so
มา
close
จังหวะ
to
ทำวิ่ง
being
ดี
Like,
แต่ผมว่าเวอร์ติโก้สวย
the
ง่าย
right
นะ
amount of bullets to the right targets at the right
แบบมัน
time.
ใกล้
Big sure enough.
วิ่งกลางมา
Sweeping this one away
เช็ค
from
เคลียร์ A
behind.
B
That's all
เคลียร์
second.
วิ่งกลางรู้เลยว่า A หรือ B
So would you say though that it's helping
Wait
you
for
get
the
some
30
more
second
practice
call.
Let me
sessions
talk.
against
On his
you?
pose.
yeah,
เมื่อ
it's
วติ
very
โก้
short
ต้องเห็น
timing
เข้า
You can
as they push back
ไม่เห็น
through this.
อย่าง
JDC
เจอ
is
ทีสอง
flanking, I
ตัว
believe.
only have practice.
But oh my
Go
God,
for it.
beautiful
If you
utility here from
played
Spirit.
this map
Chase
more
หลัง
than
มา
once,
หน้ามา
spawn,
โดน
Definitely so.
and the
just
flank
real
is now
quick,
being
Metizport
watched.
today,
However, Donk's
an
only
unlikely
got 8
opponent
health.
to have in there. What do you think of
เนี่ย
these
AK
guys?
ใช่ไหม
That means he
เอ
died
ของ
in
น้องไม่รู้
fake,
เซ
right?
เคียนี่เลยเอทีทองไม่ใช่เอเคียนี่
form, they're
Okay.
going recently.
Creeping
I
up,
may
gets
think
caught
of it
instead.
by
Donk
the
just
film.
finds the timing as he
They played like
just came
90
around that that corner. And now the X factor of this big retake has hit the ground.
เกม4เมจิกด้วย
It's looking like back-to-back 10-2 halves.
เพราะเมจิกมันอยู่ทีมนู้นเห็นมันตอบเป็น4ได้เพราะว่าปืนเขาเลยทีเดียว
Oh my God, he's going. But that would have been an astronomical ask. Still,
FC
puts
Magic.
3 up in the stars. Beautiful shots from Searson, but a little too
ใคร
little.
ปืนใคร
A little too
I
late.
like that from Magic. He's just saying everyone thinks we're bad on Vertigo because of one map. That ain't the
Hey,
case.
who's on one?
They're proving it. They're still winning Vertigo even when it's
Donk
picked
on the
against
Berettas.
them.
they get
It's
up
might
into
not
the site.
actually be a weakness.
เอ้ย
He's looking for
เอา
more,
อีกคน
and
ไม่
he
ช่วย
got that
ติดประมาณ
second
ไทย
kill. Taps it gets splattered.
They went
And
into
Chopper,
the right.
he's coming out of the smoke.
โอ้โหช็อปเปอร์ยังรอ
I feel like on a social
Playing like
aspect, they
he's
also
the
got a great
star.
time.
1-1ไอ้
Seriously,
2-1
in the
วะ
middle.
ยังไม่ได้วางด้วย
Jump around a
Then
little
why
bit,
not?
anime
Right there,
and
two
stuff
of
and so
them
on. Like, I've
seconds
seen
in the
them all
smoke,
having
two
anime
of them
features.
เขาใส่เกราะปืนคู่มีแครี่2 คน
deal
And just
early
really
for
want to try
Spirit.
ดองปืนคู่ใส่เกราะ
It's just very neat that
แล้ว
you're gonna
ซอนก็
play
ปืนคู่ใส่เกราะ
Spirit is gonna be.
All right, well, the players are joining the service. The match is just about ready to go.
Oh,
Before we also
super,
talk
super.
to you about
Kills versus
2025. The Blast calendar
he's got Shiro here to help
coming
him.
here. We know there's going to be a lot of changes in the Counter-Strike
This one's a
scene.
clean
So we're
opportunity.
gonna give you the dates that Blast is
On
operating
aisle
their
four.
events in 2025. So you can just throw them in your calendar. Be ready. Be ready for some more news. Just the
First
dates,
tries to chase the
obviously, not
fallback.
any
Chopper
locations,
gets
not
into
any
the site.
events or
All's good.
formats, but
See if
obviously
Shiro
a good
is
amount
gonna
of,
be the
good
end
amount of time.
all. No, sir.
January,
Not without a
March,
head. May. Very
Ui,
clean one.
ui, thật không hơn
The
lệ.
trade's good.
Things are
Zontic's
changing.
here.
Ui, thật không hơn lệ.
Flash makes it a
Yeah,
little
it's gonna be
awkward.
great to
The trade train
get a new
goes
format. I
back and
think
forth.
every
And
tournament
Chopper
Đang
organizes
huân
hanging
đi
on
huân
the
đi.
short side. Magic's
wherever
rotates
they can,
already
right?
in
And I think
place.
Blast have tried
ไม่มีจีบเนาะ
Real
ปี
spot
นี้
Searson and JDC
these guys,
firing
so
from the
it's
site
Chopper
too.
interesting to look at.
ทอง
And make sure you guys are tuning into
Do it
the
again.
London Spring
Comes out while
Finals. That's when
JDC's
there's going to be a
busy.
little
What
bit
a
more
double
information
kill from
about the
Chopper.
format. Should be coming
24
up.
kills.
Just the dates.
Three
You'll hear
on
all
the
the details
site.
at the London
Vertigo
Finals.
ni big
Regardless, we're out
team
with the
count.
grand last match of the day,
Actually,
last
big
match of
team
the showdown. It's Spirit, it's Metizport, spot in London on the line.
This is glaive level from Chopper. Did he used to call for big or something? What's going on?
This player named Panix, I think. Patsy.
ก็คือบิ๊กกันไม่อยู่เลยเฮ้ย
Or Kickwood.
Did he used to call for big
คือ
or
บิ๊ก
something? What's
กัน
going
ไม่
on?
อยู่เลย
Or Roman.
Fantastic individual level from the IGL. 24 kills is where he'll end this one and speak.
Shiro. Simple. Ace of Skulls. Chi. That's all I want as well. I have no idea. T. No, I cannot think of snooker. You
No, female woman.
That's all I was myself. You still forgot the second man. I also cannot think of any players.
โอ้ฟีเมลกูไปไหน
It's like a Bible or something. Me. Venom Zero or something. Is that one? Just making stuff up. Vini. Nah, cannot recall any players. I have no idea. Damn, I don't know a W either. W or X. Damn, I've got few ones are hard. Does a coach count? Is that a player? I don't know. X-Taz is the only one that I can think of.
Old player. It's okay. Zipnex.
Yuri.
Why? I have no idea. Nope, I can't do anything.
Is Z? I got black from it. Is Z? Is that real?
No, I don't know.
ไอคอนจุดจีบโอ้ไฟล์เกมมันอยู่นี่ไฟล์อะไรสวยๆเป็นไรอ่ะเดี๋ยวชิลมาเทนเกมสยอง
And so all good things have to come to an end. Folks, we have found ourselves at the last game of the Blast Spring Showdown. A showdown that had more upsets than we could have possibly imagined. We always want one or two, but this whole bracket seems to have been upended. And now that me and Mohan are taking over, first and foremost, congratulations, Saw. Really cool that they'll be qualifying for London. And then, of course, we've got Spirit versus Metizport as the last game tonight. Fair to say, very lopsided in terms of odds and expectations.
Definitely. And yeah, it's a bit of vindication, I guess, for Liquid to lose to Saw, for the other teams to lose to Saw, because Saw are getting some respect now, which is really good. And then the same thing goes for Metizport, who it was pretty embarrassing for Simple in his debut to, like, you know, have a .9 rating versus this Swedish team that a lot of people hadn't heard of, but now we see them actually competing for a spot at the fall final, and there's some stories starting to pop up with Milo. Adam B has actually been the rating leader for this team across all their series, so low-key the one that we want to be talking about, but they have earned their spot in this position as well. Unfortunately for Metizport, this is the hard side of the bracket. This is Spirit, who haven't really shown any big flaws yet, besides maybe Shiro having like one off map and Spirit being a little lazy on Anubis. So maybe there's a chance Metizport make this interesting, but I'll still take Spirit. I still think this would be a 2-1.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that, you know, we kind of have a lot of parallels, I'd say, to draw between Big and Metizport in that regard, where it's like we just want a game that's going to get competitive. And yesterday, out of nowhere, after a 10-2 half from Spirit on Anubis, we did get that interesting back and forth, that near run back out of German Big. So I'm not willing to write off Metizport. I think online, plus their comfort in this realm of Counter-Strike, plus, you know, at times, like you said, laziness, perhaps, right? When that big lead is happening, you suddenly let your foot off the pedal and the opponents get back in. All these things could happen with Metizport as well. I have learned not to write them off at Showdown, but let's be real. We're talking about Kato champions. We're talking about a team that some have painted to be in the major grand final, if not to win it. You know, this is a team that has left a very real impression on the entire community in the last couple months. So let's get it. Into the B site, we've got 4 defenders nearby. We've got the entirety of Spirit coming at it. And ZTR kicks this off nicely with 1 frag. Sus, next to Tetris, drops bomb. And it gets a little stalled out here by the T's. That smoke grenade front site does a great job of sectioning them. Sus still playing where he got his kill. He's got support behind him. The fact they have possession of that bomb slows everything down.
โลโก้เป็นท่าเรือ
For one weird headshot.
เรือคอแส
Uh-oh. Need, right? All they need, one headshot other way.
ก็ยิงทะลุ
T's start to bring it back over towards default. Another one, and Chopper with Donk both hit their kills. We saw this back and forth. But team kill Donk. Gotta make up for that one. 50 seconds.
เฮ้ยที่กระสุนหมด เอาดองนี้โดนเอา
Adam wins the clutch.
Oh my god, he won that 1v1. Donk, he didn't hit a bullet until he had to reload. That's actually so uncharacteristic. I mean, the only reason I know he missed those bullets, I was just seeing that from the other perspective, whizzing by his head, but nearly bringing back to 3v4 is one thing, but there was definitely a lot of ammo used this round. Spirit not as clean of a start as you would expect, so it got interesting, but all Adam cares about is they come away with a victory.
เอาวัดกันไปว่าใครจะคมกว่า
We had a crazy performance from Chopper versus Big on this exact map yesterday. Just dominating the server.
I feel like a child.
He had found the solution to the apparent Spirit vertigo woes. Just do it yourself.
ไม่ยกพี่เมลมาแล้ว
Can't hold a good man down.
Kidding. He was 24 and 5.
ทีวีไรอยู่
Animal. This time Adam B's going to farm a couple freebies. There's a last player behind Yellow Tarp. P250 could be good for 1 or 2, but off the mark, Shiro gets a little labored. 4 survived here for the Metizport conversion.
Vertigo is a great place to start versus Spirit, and maybe a level up, even from Big, where we can see, we can sort of re-examine the question of whether or not Spirit will have some flaws again. That's the second half question with just talking about the B site. So we'll see if Metizport can really make this competitive or even win. And then it would be a situation where Spirit would have 2 losses out of their last 6 games on Vertigo, which is technically makes it the worst map in their pool.
Gets back to legitimizing what people flagged as their biggest weakness.
มุมดีนะ MP9
They've been stopping that conversation.
ไม่ได้เอ้าเสือกโดนสวยสัตว์เจ้าหัว ตัวเท่
And we got the 4v4 back.
Really cool. We saw Chopper get a lot of
โอ้โห ดอง
line kills. I think that was a specialty in the last series. Like holding an angle, eats a great flash into perfect spray control while he's flying. More than once.
Donk this round got dinked for 96, which was the 8th. And
ก็จริง
then
ๆจะใบมัน
4 health
แรง
in
ดี
one.
ทีมคอสเม
Just can't
โอ้
kill this kid.
แปดส่งด้วยไปเกิดเลย
His 3rd life in the round.
ไม่ตาย
Teammates fall towards the B site. Bomb. Him and Magic. They just left the bomb.
ต้องโถมอะโถมทางหนึ่งอะได้อยู่
Drop top
3-3 อะ
That would make any sense.
เอคนหนึ่งเอาเอกลางคนหนึ่งอะ2-3-2
Yeah, are they
อะ
forgetting?
มี9นี่มันอยู่บีแล้วเข้มจริงอะที่เอาใครจะตายก่อน
One health Dong.
ไปยังไงก่อนท็อปเฟอร์ไปก่อน
Oh, another good kill with the flash. That's Nilo showing us the better way to.
เหงาเลยคนนี้เหลือ
I
หนึ่ง
don't know who it was the other day who was playing there and allowed someone to jump up over the wood and just clear them slowly and just kill them without any reaction, but Nilo had a better angle for that.
Gets the save to Galil because he left for that bomb, but it's also why they didn't have anybody to trade if they tried to climb over the wood. Not saying the odds were there for Spirit to bring it back, but certainly took the wind out of the sails. Nice B aggression out of Sus, and then the jump over from Nilo for the double.
And a solid reaction with cover.
And it was the T-side particularly versus big for Spirit just dismantled them with. You know, we were making a joke that the solution to their CT struggles
Never
10
playing.
rounds. Pistol full conversions. And Spirit, of course, that counted as the first gun round. Tech 9's here, number 4. After all that lining up, Magic doesn't even throw the Molotov. Hangs onto it to bring it towards ramp instead.
ไม่เห็นว่ะเห็นรูปแบบวาเนตแล้ว เนตมาไฟมา
Crawl back quietly. Doesn't get scared off by that.
เนตมาไฟมา
Like sudden
ไม่มี
rush, but then Spirit themselves fall
เนต
silent.
มาไฟมา
Yeah, they ran up and tried to elicit Molotovs or counter reaction, but it's a short push without utility.
ขอแค่ดูอะไรไม่รู้
Rushing the smoke grenade. Oh, and catching Donk with some damage, but he survives it. Second player in ZTR to replace the first.
Oh my god.
Donk on the move. Just turned away.
โอ้
Beautifully done from ZTR. It does
เก็บ
flush
คน
them out into the site.
เก็บดองไว้ก่อนเลย
CT is where the first one came from. Shiro Tech 901 and done. And Metizport.
เมื่อวาน
That
บิ๊ก
ZTR flank, an excellent close on the
บิ๊ก
solo
กัน
round.
ไม่ได้เลยนะ
I mean, that's
Need
great.
to
That had a lot to do with the
team.
fact that it was their own smoke they threw,
ทีมพอร์ต
and
ตียับ
there was
เลย
no actual knowledge that
Ơi,
he
can
was
nhiều
there
rồi.
behind it. But they know at that point in the rounds, they can't go for a full split anymore onto the site. So ZTR cleverly just pushes through when it's really late, and Spirit don't have the manpower or utility
ไม่
or
ไม่ดี
time
มีแว
to
ว
counter everything.
มีแววไปเหมือนกันนะ
Both coaches going off right
เจอเรือ
now.
ใบเล่นเขามาเข้มๆอยู่นะ
Get Spirit back on track. It'll definitely take some wise words. Again, this is like the most off I think they've looked to start
มี
a
ทำ
game
มิ่ง
off
ดีกัน
here at the Showdown.
โอ้
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there have been a lot of 10-2 first halves, so
Yeah.
not even close to
ฟังไฮเปอร์เอ็ก
brought to most of the starting halves.
ผมเห็นใช้บิ๊กใช้คอแซมั้งหรือว่าคอแซเขาผลิตที่เยอรมันนะ
So plenty of runway at this point.
Yeah.
Second gun round comes out from Spirit in the fifth.
แต่ของอันนี้คือจะใช้ไฮเปอร์เอ็กนะของเมทของสปิด
Donk hunting for the opening
ไฟ
edge.
เช็คไม่ลึกไงโอ้บี A3 เนี่ยแหละ A3 อยู่B1 กลาง1
But
กลางไปเข้า B แล้วไปถึงตำรวจนะ
AWP a little off. the
ปล่อย
mark.
กลางเลย
Smoke comes down.
เขา
CT's
เข้า B
falling back as well
แบ
for
บ
more
เนี่ย
forward
พลิก
spots.
มาแล้วโยนแล้ว
Do you think
Wow.
Simple is vindicated
Ma-
if
ma sổng.
Metizport win this series?
No.
มาส่งแล้วค่อยกลับมา
My next YouTube video is Will Simple Falcons work?
ส่งไม่มีแล้วก็กลับโดยโถม B แทนด้วย ไม่มี
I'm waiting for the
Little-
release date.
โถม B กันแทน
And
เขาโยก
Wizards
เขาเล่นตำรวจ
are
ทีนี้เล่นตำรวจ
Everyone's
โยก
allowed to have all
แบบ
that.
ไม่เจอก็โยกเลย
Yeah.
เล่นช้าเลย ได้เปรียบอยู่นะ
Comes the volley over the
เนี่ย
ramp.
กลับมาตีเอแล้วคือ
Spirit
เล่น
getting
ช้า
back
ถือ
towards
ว่า
A before the CT
ไม่แย่
can overstack it. There's 3 here. Adam's
Good
actually
idea.
catch somebody off.
One
No
hand down.
sir. Shiro
He's on.
predicting it as he comes around. Ends up just being a free frag instead. Donk eyes over, holds
อ๋อ
CT
มุมนี้มัน
shelf.
2เดือนได้ด้วย
Magic.
โอ้โห
And
ไม่
he
ตาย
gets
ยืนนิ่
away
ง
with
เยอะ
the plants.
You're kidding.
He even gets away with the fallback, and Donk's gonna lock into unorthodox
มุมที่ดีคือมุมที่ไม่หล่น
playing in the danger zone. Zontic
Ooh,
draws the
ooh,
attention
ooh.
away towards short, sets up Donk wonderfully. He climbs back
Wow,
on the
that was
defensive,
like-
and
Lênช้า
Zontic gonna make sure the retake has
เพราะ
no
ว่าโค้ด
chance.
โค้ดดูออก
The way that Magix even stayed alive while he was planting that bomb was
เล่น
special.
เร็วโดนตำรวจปล่อย
But
ข
I
อง
think half his body was covered while he was trying to
รอบนี้
so it looked a
ตำรวจ
little
น่าจะ
bit
ปล่อยของช้าลง
more crazy than it was.
เหมือนได้รู้แก้วว่าเขาเล่นช้าแต่ก็จะน่าจะไปส่งสักทาง
Definitely the way they got some of these kills, it was close.
อ๋อนี่ AK ของคนนี้
Zontix, that's his first 2 of the map, so
แล้ว AK ของเราไม่ได้เป็นนั่นแหละลายของนี่ในพาร์ทอะของเวจิกเป็นรูปหัวใจ
Here by this
Right,
Shiro AWP. That's
Right,
somebody that's,
then Julia,
in
Siko.
Showdown specifically, we're waiting for the big highlight.
ช็อปเปอร์ไม่รู้ไม่ค่อยเห็นนะหรือของช็อปเปอร์ก็ไม่รู้นะกูว่าช็อปเปอร์ซื้อแต่แบ็ก10แล้วก็ดับของเพื่อน
it's and at
Very cool.
Kado, like it was all about Donk's numbers, but Zontix and Shiro
Cool.
had like 1.30 ratings
อ๋อ
almost
อ
in
ยู่
the
กลา
tournament.
ง2
Just
บี
wasn't close to
บี
the
3วนบีอยู่
whatever rating Donk
ไม่โดนแฟดปาก
um,
โอ้มาคุมที่ได้
1.71 or whatever.
ตำรวจถอยลึก
But Shiro on Anubis versus Big, he was 8-20, I think. You know, he was like 8-25. That was one of his worst maps actually so far.
It was a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Luckily they
For
closed
something
it.
here.
ต้องก้มเหมือน
For
ให้ดู
something
นะ
to hate on. I just want to grasp onto something to hate.
แฟดเหรอ
Of course you do.
แฟดหรือควันควันปิดไหนวะเนี่ยปิดไปทาง CT อ่ะ
Grasping for
So in
straws.
right now, you know?
Yeah,
All the rage.
ปิดไปทาง CT
cells.
อ๋อเน็ตกับเป็นเน็ต
Just back sight.
โอ้โดนไฟละ
Put out, so he's got
แต่
this
มุมนั้นก็ดี
nice
นะผม
pocket
ว่าไฟ
behind
ไล่
the smoke to play from, where he's even got vision around
เสา
the
ลึก
sides,
อะ
but
เสาสองอะ
track is Zontic.
เสาหนึ่งและเสาสอง
He gets to the left side,
เสาสอง
Elo
อะเสาไกลอะ
straight out to
เสาส
Shiro
อง
instead, so they know this player's close,
Ooh,
but
man.
that Zontic's over top of it,
Ooh.
and CTR
Oh,
slides
wow,
out
song,
construction to get us back 2v2. Chopper pinned on quad, Magix has to come up,
วางยัง
looking for
ไม่
the
ได้วาง
first
ด้วย
back, but they've lost track of him in the
อ้าว
sight. Perfectly played from Chopper,
เพื่อนเอามาช่วย
serves up the distraction, Adams covers good,
Wow.
but Chopper's two-piece is better.
Dude, shout out to that
Look,
angle. I
we're
would
not
have been
leave.
so nervous having my
Why?
gun sticking
Tell
out
me
on the
when
right
you're
side,
wrong.
holding right side generator with 2 players alive. So that was the right risk to take. The upside for him is that even if they spotted him, they'd have to go very wide to get
ใส่โดน
damage
โค้ดแก้
in.
ทา
So
ง
maybe he didn't care. And as we can see, it also
ใส่ได้
the
4
teammate that was
จริ
coming
งๆ
up
ครับ
left
เพื่อน
side
ดีๆปล่อยไหล
didn't seem to have view of him at all.
โอ้
So
ยโคก็
real good move there from Chopper.
Oh,
And
Fight
again,
Event
individually, he's
กับ
been
ไม่ได้อยู่
a menace for Spirit in the showdown
ปืน
too.
ไฟเทเว่นผมว่าโคตรดีเลยใกล้ๆทีแท็กก็
On
ได้
Vertigo.
นี่มี MP9 นี่พี่250ผมรู้สึกรูปมันไม่ค่อยชัด
Big chop shots, Connor.
The biggest choppers.
Connor's not okay with this nickname. He doesn't want Chopper to be called.
ไม่ผมต้อง
What was it?
ฝึกไฟเผาเสาสอง
Uncle
อะ
Chop Chop.
Uncle Chop Chop.
ไฟเสาสองวิทิโก้ดูดิไฟเสาสอง
I get that.
Just, you know,
ไฟเสาสองวิทิโก้
let's at least call him like Black Hawk.
ไปฝึกไฟฝึกปลาไฟเสาส
Right,
องวิ
like
ทิ
a
โก้
helicopter, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little cooler,
Oh.
isn't it?
อ๋อนี่ไฟ
Yeah, or like
ไฟแซน
Chopper.
แบ็กอะน่าสนใจ
Chopper is just slang for. I actually don't even know what gun it's slang for. I guess an AK. But
ไฟมันลำบากโน้มเปิดมุมอะไฟมันแตกแค่ไม่เหมือนควันนะที่
It's also slang for motorcycles, or it's a type of motorcycle.
yeah, true.
ใกล้ๆ MP9 กับไฟเซเว่นได้เปรียบ
I'm not Maniac.
ถ้าแต่ก็ไม่มีกล่องหัว
It'd
ไม่
be like
ลำบาก
a Harley, right? Like one of those big
Yeah.
boys.
ต้องยิงก่อน
Like
หรือ
that
ไม่
kind
เขา
of
เขาไม่ยิง
fight
หัวเรา
you'd expect to see top on.
Damn right.
ได้ยิงก่อน
He's weird even when he holds a pistol. You know, it's not big enough
โอ้
for the
ยิง
guy.
ได้โอ้อีโคไม่แย่
Nilo,
ไม่
calm
แย่
down, bud. 2 kills on the
อีโคไม่แย่นะเก็บได้2 ตัวกับโลนึง
Chopper will catch him. Magic sliding down. He's gonna get a player, back it up into a freebie for
อ้าว
Magix.
คนดูกลางไหนลูก
Magix
Oh,
can be such a
Pitui.
fun player. Sometimes it's like we
Oh,
switch
what
to
a beat.
Magic's perspective, and I'm confused as to how he
Ayun
gets
na.
some of the positions he does.
จากเอ
The slippery one, the weasel of spirit, in all the
Yeah, he
best
has
ไม่แย่
ways.
นะอีโคเก็บได้
Maybe I should read some of his post-match tweets because he had some interesting ones. Like there was one where he said NT
ถ้า
to
อีโค
Cadian
แล้วเก็บไปได้เลยผม
after
ว่าน่าจะ
he beat
เสีย
Heroic.
หรือไม่ก็
yeah heroic
อีโคชนะนี่ก็ถือ
and
ว่ากำไร
last night he had Donk is greater than Searson speaking German in his bedroom in the dark. That was his post-match tweet yesterday. And that's about it. He doesn't tweet very much. The only bangers.
อยากเล่นเทลไดเวอร์นะแต่
You
ว่า
are
ไม่
the
รู้ความ
Magic's
เล่นไหว
whisperer. I know you guys have a special relationship.
เอากันเลิกก็เล่น
all
อย่าง
this.
คุณแคทคุณบอมคุณมิกกี้
His tweet.
If you can translate it, you know, it's supposed. If you can make sense of it all, it's supposed to be you.
เทส
Yeah.
ig.gg
What's he up to?
ถ้าเว็บตัวแข่งเราหน้าเล่นด้วยได้เพราะว่าต้องตัวแข่ง
I
เว็บมัน
don't
โอ
know.
เค
I actually
หน่อย
don't know. I
ไม่ใช่
actually
มิจฉา
don't
ชีพ
know.
Mysterious
ไม่ใช่มิจ
character.
ฉา
I
ชีพ
think the last time
แต่ก็อยู่ใน
like hung
อยู่
out
ในพินิจ
was
เพื่อ
at,
ดี
Red Bull Flick
แล้วเราจะ
Isa
เทรดหรือเปล่า
in Helsinki.
แต่ซอนนี้ชอบ M4 จุกมากเลยซอนทีไรใช้ M4 จุกเลยถ้า
Where
ได้
you don't get frags, but you get
เป็นคนรู้จักใครคนบ้าง
dematerializations.
ที่ขอ
Oh my
M4
God.
ตลอดให้เก็บให้หน่อย ใครคุณคุณ
Syllables, guys.
เนี่ยเสาสองถ้าไฟเสาสองได้ไม่โคตรได้เปรียบ
Slides up on B. He's working with Magic.
ไม่เสาหนึ่งก็เสาสองเพราะว่าไฟสองเสาเลยดีกว่า
Player two in there.
ไฟสอง
And
เสา
ain't a solo
ปิดขวา
build.
ปิดทาง CT แล้วไฟซ้ายแล้วก็มันจะได้เล็งทางเดียวกันถ้ามีคนรอ
Robbers approaching. Oh, nice
Buộc ngay.
play from ZTR. He's been pretty
Nó
solid
bị
on the
khỏng quá
short
hè.
side of the A site. Nice
ไม่มี
feed
ของ
on
ไป
the
วี
ball.
ยากผมว่า
Perfect
ไม่มี
fake. Milo
ไม่มีของ
flashing
ตัน
both
กลาง
of the B lurkers.
กลางเข้า A
And this
ไม่ก็
round
กลางเข้า B
suddenly
ดีกว่า
evaporates in front of Spirit before they realize
เอา
what's
เอาเท
going
คนาย
on.
มาเล่น
That was some good counterplay going on that side of the map, man. With
ก๊อ
those
กระยะ
flashes.
มันได้อยู่ ไม่ดิเทคนายกับพวกมันระยะได้ระยะไกลไปแบบ B เงี้ยโอ้โหถ้าเขาอยู่ลึกเนี่ยไม่ยิงไม่ทัน
Make shoulder grabbing in here.
นี่ก็ได้อยู่แต่ถ้าเจอลูกซองสูงก็ลำบากช็อตเนี่ยโถม
And
ปืนพก
Donk
ก็
trying to
ได้
get
ปืน
something
คน
to
เบา
move.
วิ่งแรง
Is he going all the way through the smoke?
แต่ถ้าไม่มีของมันฟันไม่ได้คนวางบอม
Not getting through it at
ไป
all.
B วางง่ายกว่า B มี
Shiro
กล่อง
to
มีเยอะ
the clutch with the 25. Bomb on his back. Yeah, let's hope they just let
เฮ้
you
ย
ride.
กิโลเขา
He can't just sit here.
แต่ออฟอันนี้ฮิตอยู่ของ
Sweep
เบิ้ล
from Metizport, and it honestly my favorite piece of all that is the beautiful.
แต่ตอนดองเล่น
flashbang
เฟส
towards
อินดองเขาเล่น
B-side.
ออฟนะ
Seriously,
Off the leg.
that was perfect pop, and sometimes it's Neil up
เท่าที่ไป
front.
ดูไฮไลท์นะแต่ไม่เคยไปดูเขาไม่ค่อยได้ไลท์พวกนี้เขาเหมือน
Another tack timeout.
ต้องฝึกเอา
Sally's like, okay, guys,
ต้องแคมป์
fun's over.
วูดแคมป์กันนะ
With all the spirit cams, it's so hard to tell who's where, like if they're in the same room or not. Yeah, definitely a boot. Like, oh, Magix and Pally are in the same room, sit at the same couch. Oh no, never mind.
That's Magix and Chopper. I'm convinced.
And is Shiro in the same open room?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Shiro. That was who I meant. Third. Safe to say, Donk in his little dark dungeon is somewhere separate.
Yeah.
Or they've just got him in the utility closet here at the office. One of the two. Like a
That's how
Harry
they
Potter
keep him,
situation.
that's how they keep
you
him
know?
hungry.
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
give him everything.
Yeah, they said they call me the monster, so they keep him under the stairs. Full investment out of Spirit here. Trying to catch up to the Metizport 5-round CT half.
โดดที่ไหนหมดเยอะแยะ
On from left back at spawn. A little crawl out top middle. Donk and Magix combining. This time it was Magix and Zontix who got flashed at B stairs perfectly last round. Magix got a new dance partner and a new route. This time leading it forward through middle. Jaquinho's about to come for the peak. Magic's gonna go over the top. But he plays with it a little.
Everyone's coming in to fight this.
Yep. CT, nice reaction over Khan. They said, if you don't come to me, I'll come to you. And Donk trades one back. Zontix pushing out, opening the B site as that construction player was peeled away to help. So very good timing for Spirit to get in as they created that pocket in middle that soaked up all the attention. Zontix.
โดดไม่ขึ้น
Yeah, 2 missed jumps.
อุ้ย
So much noise.
Oh,
Molly,
they were-
they do get the plant off, but it costs them Chopper.
อุ้
And
ย
they use that smoke against him. That was the smoke they used literally just to pull the jump up off.
โลน่ะ
Beautifully done. Nice clean advantage of the 1v3. Zontic better hope the first one is an instant headshot. Adam B's gonna get smoked off. He's already on the bomb as well, so Zontix does nothing in the clutch here as Metizport go up 6-3.
Yeah, man, that was well earned. And once again, a touch sloppy here from Spirit. Now there is obviously that clipping issue right now in CS2, so it could have been that he made a perfectly fine jump but just couldn't get up there.
พอร์ตจะเล่นดีพอร์ตเข้มๆเลย
He shows him how it's done. And a touch of irony as he uses their own smoke on him. How do you like them apples?
เทรดยูเซียสกินเทรดปิดอะเทรดไอทีเทรดปิด.gg
Shout out ZTR one time.
โปรโมทโค้ดเองไง
His apartment has gotten progressively cleaner as the event has gone on.
แอนิเมชั่นการปีนบันไดเรียกตลกนี่ไง
Oh, okay. As they win more?
Cable had some. Yeah, exactly. He's like, wait a second, I'm a professional.
เรือใบของสวีเดนเหรอเอาเหรอดูกัน
Workspace be putting up rounds like this. Calling it
แล้ว
a game.
สปิริตของทีมประเทศไหน
Nines have a real chance. Donk through the smoke with the second kill, but then of course nice cleanup between Sus and ZTR to get it all right back. Plus the bomb delivered to their feet.
CS Go Ranking
Tap through the smoke is
CS
disgusting.
That was from so far away too.
Nothing for Zontix either, so he attempts to get into B and no success. This is Spirit trailing behind.
ไม่ได้ดูนานเอาเว็บนี้แหละ
Goatport.
วิทาลิตี้ที่1เฟสแคนที่2สปิริตที่3สปิริตของประเทศอะไร
It probably has something to do with those the Viking ship and the logo, right?
ไอ้ที่รูปยังเก่าช็อปเปอร์อย่างนี้ผมเลย ยูเครนรัสเซีย
That is
Yeah, that's what a port is.
a ship.
ดองก็รัสเซียอ๋อนี่รัส
So
เซีย
then,
ฟอร์เมอร์
Yeah,
คือแปล
it's
ว่า
gotta
อะไร
be
ฟอร์เมอร์คือเคยอยู่ฟอร์เมอร์แปลว่า
something to do with
อ
that.
ดีตผู้เล่น
Gotta be something. Wiser words have never been said.
วันเดอร์ฟู
Gotta be something.
ของยูเคปาร์ตี้เอ็มไอมาเอดีวา
But
ย
it is impressive.
ที่ใค
We
ร
had
หรอ
this one painted as a Spirit win, no doubt. But now the doubt has crept in. As the CTs crawl forward, 4-round lead.
ไม่คุ้นสักคน
Looking for more on the ramp, but Donk is
CI
serving up
CSI
at least opening kills, sometimes one.
CSI ประเทศอะไร
CTR caught in the open, and Shiro's not going to let him out. He helped out Chopper to get the kill. Instant headshot from Shiro's AK. This round gets swept away at the A site. Beautifully done on the
ก็
approach.
เรือใบเนี่ยมา
Well, the cooler
Week
rounds that
14,
were won in this half were Metizport, okay, but the
Yeah,
more
maybe.
brute force, I'm nuts type plays,
พอ
definitely
คอน
not a
ท
Spirit,
ริปเปิล
the way they've had to earn their 4. So, I think Metizport could be quite happy about having
ฟ้อง
a 7-round CT
ลิ
side
ควิด
so
ลิ
far.
ควิด42เลยไม่ได้ควิดลงไปขนาด
Raised
นั้น
for an interesting situation in half 2. Oh, and someone threw me a lifeline because I was that whole
น่าจะ
polyglotte
รัสเซีย
thing
แหละเพราะ
where
ว่า
I was
ผู้เล่นส่วนมาก
polyglott's
จะรั
like
สเซีย
multidisciplinary genius. I was thinking of polymath.
Ah.
I thought the word didn't exist at all or
วิ
something.
ทาลิตี้ฝรั่ง
That's
เศ
why
ส
it's better to know less words.
Yeah,
เม
less
จิกไม่มีนะ
room
นี่
to be
เมจิ
wrong.
กย้ายไปแล้ว
The more words you know, the more you got to keep track of.
ไซบูฝรั่งเศส
Think about
เฟ
that.
น
Think about this. Milo deleted as he tried to hang on to anything of that A site, but
เฟน
saw Chopper kind of struggling a little bit to get ZTR on the ball back.
Norway.
Shiro,
รัส
no
เวียเดน
struggle
มาร์กเอ
whatsoever.
สโตเนีย
Swings around the crane, gets the 2 kills needed to put
ส
bomb
โล
down.
วาเกีย
And we get a bottomed out
ที
Metizport
ทู
here
ฝ
for
รั่
the
งเศ
final
ส
round of the half. They at least
โบ
pieced
ว
together
อ
a
ตมิส
strong
แอน
five.
เฮกเซลโบวีนาประเทศอะไรวะอัลมอนนี่นี่รัสเซีย
8-4,
รัสเซียนี่มี
7-5.
แต่ดูเดือดโอ้ยมีมอนนี่นะมีหนูมอนมีดองนะ
The moment Jaquinho
That's a
puts his
dig.
head on that line, Chopper just sends a bullet through. He can feel you. Doesn't matter if he's
Good
blinded, doesn't matter if
Now
there's
you
smoke
can.
up. Chopper just has this intuition down packed.
วิทูนี
Donk, wide swing
วิ
around,
ทู
goes
เคนวิ
with
ทูยู
nothing
เคน
to be proud of. Adam B, seeking
Maybe
a
it's why
second.
don't
Chopper
move.
hangs on for dear life. ZTR, great trade magic.
Wait, don't
A little
let's
late
see.
to the
You know,
party,
can
but the
you
last rotator in is Milo. And we know his
เพราะนาวีนี่ทีมรัส
situation
เซีย
last round deleted. This
Hero-
time he
Hero
brings
in
one with
Denmark.
him, but Zontic's traits good enough And that 7-5 score is where we end it.
แอตลิส11เอทโน
Makeover madness. We're gonna dive into these CS2 maps and turn them into beautiful CS2
แอต
editions.
ลิส
It's
แอ
gonna
ต
be
ลิ
a
สทีมเดนมาร์
mind-blowing
ก
transformation, even more mind-blowing than Apex hitting a one-tap.
ตุรกีจะต้องไฟตุรกีเฟเนติก23ซอนนิฟ27เลย
Oh my god. Looks really, really old.
Yeah, I don't like that.
พอคอนอัปเดต
Look, Team Sky.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Let's leave
พอ
this
คอน
shit.
ยังไม่อัปเดต
Like,
พอคอนมีบักซิมเปิลนะชุดนี้
Oh,
magnifique.
my mustache is going up when I see this.
It's beautiful. Oh, it's really new.
I like this one.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, I like it as well. Yeah, it looks great.
CS แรงจริง
Yeah, my mustache is okay. Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Oh, it looks dirty here. It's look smell. Oh,
Look, you fart. Oh,
we need to leave.
yeah,
Let's leave.
yeah, I'm leaving.
It's really dirty.
Not good.
Oh, such a good clean
Look at-
toilet.
Smell it. It smells so good.
I could actually live here.
Look at the trash can close to us.
Yes, everything is clean.
Perfect.
I like those toilets.
Yeah, Sam. We might buy it. So,
Yes.
yeah, I'm looking for the same place. Yeah, let's go. My mustache.
ๆไม่มีไว้บอกแรงกิ้งกันเหรออ๋อนี่ไงเควสไม่อัปเดตเหรอไม่เห็นมีสปิริตเลยเฮ้ยแปลกๆเฮ้ยไม่น่าใช่
Metizport choosing to throw their hat into the ring for another go at what's supposed to be Spirit's weak link. Vertigo, the map choice of Metizport, and a 7-5
Oh, near
CT
TS.
side
TS.
after the first 12 are wrapped up.
Well,
Definitely
let's see.
moments to be proud of here for Metizport, but also I think some individual moments out of Spirit's members, notably Chopper, who had a few clean entry frags that just had, I'd say, you know, any
รัสเซีย
blowout
เฟ
rounds
เด
that
เรชั่น
did go
ก็
down
เขียน
kind of
เป็นธงรัสเซีย
gave him the Spirit.
VP
Yeah,
ธง
They
อะไร
have less of them in all.
That's true.
เออเม
And
เนีย
both the Magic's
แต่มันก็เป็น
skills
ทีม
were
รัสเซีย
good.
ทั้งทีมรัสเซีย
All
หมดเลย
two of them.
All two. These guys are mean with dualies on pistols in general, actually, so. See what Zontix can do. He's the only one blessed with them right now. Sometimes Donk fire.
That one is good. Oh, Chopper. Just slammed by Sus.
บิ๊ก
Hero
เนี่ย
not
เบอร์ลิน
going
อิน
through
เตอ
off
ร์
the
เนชั่นแนล
flash.
เกม
Usually you get like Zontix
Bet-
and Donk. with
เบส
the
บูม
rest.
ทีม
Yes.
They were doing the
รัสเซียกันนะที
They
ม
worked on, yep, got 2 kills as they swarmed him
กู
all
เลีย
5
รี
strong.
เบล
This
Ah,
time
no,
around,
Falcon.
the original defenders a little weaker, and Adam B trying to hold back the Magic's flank. There he is, top screen. Done and dead, and Donk up next, swinging towards sight. Shiro's going to combine with him. It's a crossfire on the retake. It's 2 individual duels. The elevator player's dead, but there's no kit here.
เวเน
And
ติก
so there's
ตี
not
มา
going to be a pistol round for Spirit, and
Catalyst
Metizport will be
Talent.
given a great chance to push Vertigo to the limits. 8-5 their lead.
into Shiro, even Limpus. It looks like
เนี่
maybe.
ย
Ooh, that's
คน
close.
กล้า
But he gets away, and ZTR stays alive as well. It's his kills. It's me. Donk could
มอง
have
โก
won the
มอง
round
โกเลีย
with a
มองที่ม
shot
อง
off
โก
on
ไป
the
ที่
throat,
มอง
but it
โก
was
เลีย
Shiro doing all the work on
Really
this
deep
round.
team.
Good jump through on the smoke. I mean, you
Deep
can see the
penetration
press up on
there.
both sides. It's pretty impossible. You know, you do have two pairs of, you do have two dualies in your hands, but you don't have two
พอ
crosshairs.
คนหนึ่งฝรั่งเศสซิมเปิลเลยนะกับเป็นยูเครนกันเนี่ย
Well, we could talk about that. We can make
วา
that a
เดนนี่
conversation.
เห็นไหมมอนเตเนโก
Crosshair would be fun.
Yeah.
สแนปปี้ในเดนมาร์ก
But first, give me an AUG scope that doesn't grow 10 times in size.
ไอ้แบบนี้ก็ดีนะเซียนแรงกิ้ง
How about
That is
that?
uncomfortable. That is uncomfortable.
ไม่ใช่เดี๋ยวจะได้เตียเรตกิ้งหน่อยอันนี้อัปเดตด้วย
Molotov ahead of the pack. We get the
Great.
run up from Sus. Don't really hasn't been given chances to go massive in these moments, right? It's been more often one kill than the multi-frags we've been so accustomed to from him.
Yeah.
He does the one, softens up the approach, gets them nervous as the pistols just slide to the bomb site. Magix ends up getting killed through it. Now he's not having a very fun game.
บีสามแล้วเหนื่อยแล้วโอ้
round that still
โห
has
ถ้าโยกแน่น
5-7
แจ่มเลยนะเนี่ย
inside Shiro.
โอ้โห
Great
ยิงไม่โดน
distraction, but the pistol can't quite
โอ้โห
finish
ยิงไม่โดน
off Adam.
ยิงโดนแต่ไม่ตาย
Recovers wonderfully versus
เหมือนกูเลย
Zontix slips around it, and with
โอ้
Adam
โห
low,
ถ้าเจอตัวโลง
it's
อ่ะ
to Nilo, who stuffs him instead, keeps two alive, and
แบบ
takes
แรก
Metizport.
อาจจะได้ไหม
That's the kind of round of Kato they would have won. You know, like you said, with no multi-kills. I mean, the thing that people aren't willing to talk about with Donk is that he is getting a little older. And, you know, not everybody can peak for that long. It's just not a comfortable conversation. But you have to be aware of that fact.
Cash out the retirement funds. Get him out of here.
Almost 2 months ago, you saw him play at Kato.
Chopper is the Leonardo DiCaprio of the
Không,
Counter-Strike
không,
scene.
không,
Once you hit
không.
24, you're cut. So,
Không,
sorry,
yeah.
Magix, your time's limited. Donk, don't you forget it, kid. Chopper tucked behind yellow. Dodges the nade. That thing blows up at face level, but the Mac 10 will come around, deal with him eventually. Single kill from Zontix. Metizport pushing Spirit to the limit here on Vertigo. You know, we expected better things than maybe big on this map, just because Metizport made their names
อ๋อ
here.
เวท
This is
บูม
where they've
ก็มี
also
ดอท
taken down
อันนี้ไม่
Falcons.
แข่งดอทมีดอททีมพอคอนอยู่เวท
Kick off their showdown run, and now they're on the brink of maybe pushing Spirit into the same spot. This is 3 rounds from victory, map 1.
Yes, it will need to be clean on the CT side, which is possible with full guns, but sort of last chance now. Actually got a DM from CS Leaks, our favorite parody account, the Onion of CS2. He said Magix tweeted GG at Cadian because after he beat Astralis because he avenged Cadian by beating Stown and Jabby.
Okay.
It's like a bro moment.
Astralis, not heroic. Alright. What a nice guy Magix is. Remember that time he kicked over a chair on broadcast after an interview?
Just trying to defame my boy or what?
I'm never sure if he's a nice guy or he's actually the closest thing we've got to a villain.
Oh wait, that was on. Was that on Kato?
It was with Stunna. I think it was.
แบททีวีก็ว่าสมอง
I remember this.
And again,
I remember
it
this.
was- Yeah. If you haven't seen Magix kick over chairs, make sure to go ahead and find it.
ผมจะคนเชียร์เรือใบเลย
He also won.
ใน
He won Red Bull Flick, right?
แบทพีเมียร์พรีเมียร์
The exit interview for the winner's interview for Red Bull Flick. That was funny.
Said I love
That
Anna.
as well. More than Finn.
อุ้ย
It's
อุ้ย
sort of what he
อุ้ยก็เห็น
implied.
แล้ว
Nice crawl out middle. You see the shake up of the CTs here with the timing out of Metizport. They've got the recovery in place. Felt like Spirit were about to get caught by how close Metizport had been able to creep up silently, but luckily for them, keep their guard up,
ก็กันได้
catch
อ
them
ยู่
before they jump
Siêu
the fence
siêu
in
อยู่
their backyard.
เอ้ยวิ่งเข้าเป้าออกปลาไม่ติด
Just
อย่าง
will try
เงี้
to
ย
soften up Donk. He dodges the nade.
ดองกัดให้1หู
Headshot to Adam B,
Hay
and
hù
that's
à?
the comfortable 4 versus 2
TVว่ะ
that Spirit have been
เอ้
looking for
ย
to
ดอง
close. But again, it's just a one
เขา
and
ยิง
done.
8-4ดองลูก
Donk is putting forth a defense, but not stopping everything in its tracks. Slide out from Chopper, good off angle. That'll be sussed down for the count. Jacquinho drawn forward into Magic's M4. Oh, the snapshot
เอาว่ะ
is
เดินมาช่วยเดี๋ยว
nice, but the second one's not quite there, and Chopper ends it all.
The world
Hay
wasn't
va
ready
cháo,
for
cái tập phim.
another Jacquinho 1v3.
ไปตกเครื่อง
But he's cooking. It's brewing.
ZTR doing his best chopper and performance right now, but a great game here on Vertigo.
ดีเฟกต์
And personally, it's been a tournament where I watch and I think this is about ZTR.
เพราะว่าซอน
This is
มา
about
ช้า
ZTR recovering his story
กี้ซอนมาช้าเอาท็อปเปอร์อยู่แล้วยี่ใครโดดตายวะเนี่ยตัวจริง
in a rare opportunity to have as much attention, you know, playing against a team like Spirit
ครับถ้าท็อปเปอร์โดนยิงแล้วคัดได้นี่แม่ง
after, you know, last being spotted
จบ
ideally
กัน
for
ป
the
ระมาณ
young.
คุณเนี่ยอุ้ย เอาว่ะ
Locked into
โด
this
น
one. No support.
อ้าวมึงไม่เช็คหอย
Jacquinho just gives it away for free.
The amount of times people don't clear that close angle
Oh,
after they've been
bangkon.
holding ground.
เออทำไมเขามี AK
When it's
Yeah.
very obvious someone could be tucked.
โอ้เมื่อกี้เช็คไหมเช็คแล้ว5-4แล้วนะ
Shocked.
ได้ปืน3เลยนะ4ปืน
Now this is something that can catch you off guard. Chopper taking a chance, coming around the smoke, little trigger discipline.
โอ้ท็อปเปอร์ไม่น่ารีบยิง
Decides to jump on it with the sus frag, and then
Oh my
fallbacks
God.
down.
Oh.
It's all in favor. Chopper is so good. He's
Sủi.
so good.
The jump
ทำไม
out
เขา
was
ไม่
so
รู้ว่าโดนยิง
believable
คลิปเสียง
the
จาก
way
ผม
he did that.
มุม
And he
ข้างหน้า
actually
มัน
got
ก็
a
ไม่มี
glass
เสียงหรอ
spray down right there through the smoke.
Unreal.
หรือว่าเสียงมันสับสนไหม
Shooting the
ทำไม
player
เสียง
on the
มัน
corner,
out of
puts up
here.
the one in the Xbox.
Ni cái đồ lò
This
đúng.
folks, 2 kills right there. It's a
ห
straight
รือว่า
bullet
โดดโลกไปติด
into
แล้ว
the
เปล่า
back of
หรือก็โดดลง
ZTR.
จีเนี่ย
Sit down.
ไม่แน่เพราะว่าไม่เขาคงเส้นเลือดที่เลือดมันแตกติดกำแพงมันก็ต้อง
He
โดน
took
ยิ
a
ง
straight
ข้างหลัง
block save actually.
แต่ว่าเพื่อนเช็ค
5
ก็ดี
to
นะ
win
ไม่รู้ว่าพูดยากงง
out of the Metizport
เก็บเสียง
save.
ก็จริงแต่มันเห็นรอยเลือด
This
นั่นแห
is
ละ
Chopper being the back-to-back
แต่ไปถึงคนที่อยู่ตรง
for
เนี้ย
Spirit on a map
คน
of
ที่อยู่ตรงเนี้ย
Vertigo.
เมื่อกี้คนที่อยู่ตรงเนี้ยควรจะเห็นเพื่อนที่โดนยิงตรงนี้สิหรือไม่เห็นวะ
This is Chopper
Good idea.
being the solution. If your teammates can't find
Có
it,
khổ
then
quá.
he'll do it himself. He gets
Đấy, bự lắm.
knocked down this time, peeking into this
Phải
whole
chăng?
pack of
พื่อน
players.
เอาไม้ยัง
Sandbag
เพื่อน
spots
มาแล้ว
him like a real
ตอนเห็นด้วย
good
อี
anchor.
ลูกอีลูกถอยลูก
Distraction from the bomb site serves Sontics very
ก่อน
well.
เก็บเรียบ
Swings it out
โล
with
กัน
the
ทุกคน
4K. Shooting for the ace and he'll nail it. That's Adam B down for the count.
ใครตายก่อนนะคนนั้นทำโล
Spirit
2 ตัว
coming back.
As a tasty little eco
Chopper.
there for Zontic. The eco ace after Chopper got instantly triple dinged from the bottom of the ramp by the first 3 Ts that
ไม่
swung
เคยเห็น
out
คนนี้น่าจะเป็นโค้ชเฉพาะโค้ชเลย
at his moment in the sun. Didn't even get to have the bonus eco round. Like,
Yeah,
you
they
know, in
did.
like Street Fighter when you beat up the car
ทำเอา
after your like 3rd fight or whatever. It's like a bonus round you're just supposed to do
Team
as much
ชื่ออะไร
damage to
ที
the
ม
car
อะไร
as possible. That's like
ดู
the
แป๊บ
eco that Chopper
ของ
didn't
ประเทศ
get.
ไหน
B-side.
You're a console gamer, Connor. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
ตื่นตื่นตื่นตื่นตื่นตื่นตื่น
I play on a Steam Deck, so it's not as bad as.
Hello, everyone.
Like, is it a console?
Yeah, but you played on consoles before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
การเข้า
Fighting games, you know, like a bonus round in a fighting game.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, maybe it was like a Third Strike arcade machine thing. I don't know,
Computer.
but
I'm not that old.
yeah.
อิติดพอร์ตอะไรสักอย่าง
These knees. No knees on the walk down. You can't walk down those stairs.
Oh, Chopper again. Just got to do everything, man. You just got to do
มัน
it all.
มันเมดอินวาซิลเอ็มไอ
Watch
บี
him pull this off. 2 deaths on B. Easy lineup. He's got the
Okay,
cover.
big.
He does such good angle work from that back
Yeah.
side spot. This time, 3 kills a little too much, but he is multi-fragging more regularly than Donk is at the moment. And
No,
that's
me too.
food for thought. Shiro pressured from middle as Zontix looks to come over. There's going to be this creep out from Nilo, perfectly timed. Clears off 1/2. Excuse me. Zontix is actually down beneath. So 1 step behind.
He's pretty fast, right? Oh no, he's gonna go back to A. Okay, that's a bad read on the situation.
โอ้
I guess it would make sense that they push through, but does it? Because they got the B kill. He actually had a chance to get up through the B steps on a timing. I think that window's
PORT
closed, and it might close on his fingers if he's not careful. But the game is now close, so this double entry from Sus was beautiful, and the reason that now when Metizport is easily into an 11th round here. But doesn't necessarily spell disaster for Spirit, who do have some money left over.
ไม่มีทีมนี้เฮียเลยเนี่ย METI METI
Easy pick up there, Donk. Not even because the nade gets cleared, there's always going to be a gap above it. And then for a second, right, there's a party that wants to believe Chopper's going to bring back the entire round.
อ๋อนี่ไง
He's been playing well
ทีม
enough
เพิ่ง
in
สร้าง
the last 2 days to have done it.
สวีเดนทีมสวีเดน
An entire team of Metizport have been much of an ass. Timeout Spirit. Third timeout for Holly to come in with. Final timeout prior to overtime. You know, all the upsets that have been happening in Showdown, every step of the way,
กูไม่รู้จักเลย
kind of like started to make us numb to the possibility of the next one and the next one, because it always feels like surely we've come to the end of the road with the upsets. But this is the upset, Spirit not making London, that nobody
วัน
wanted,
นี้
that
เคยอยู่
nobody
กอด
could
เซนต์มา
imagine.
ก่อนอยู่นิดก่อน
Whether you wanted it or not, you couldn't tell me
They do.
that you came into this game, let alone this event, and suspected somebody like Metizport to be
Yang
dropping
nip,
Spirit
why?
down to a potential elimination in the
Yang
deciding
nip.
game of London.
ขึ้นมาจากนิฟ
Yeah, like when a
And
team like
yet,
ทีม
you know, so many other upsets have happened. When will we learn?
it's true, it's very true.
โอ้โหโอ้โหอยู่มา
As
อย่าง
much as
ยาว
you
นาน
think that you know wins like Kato and things would mean that you've got a period of
Down.
dominance coming up, can almost have the inverse
Yang nip
effect of
mo ko.
spelling disaster for an
Mm.
online game or something
When
that's
team-
not quite as high stakes anymore for a certain
มาจาก
team,
นิฟ
or for other teams to just
เหรอ
really just be so ready,
ทีมมาจากนิฟ
putting every ounce of their
กับ
willpower
รวมๆ
into preparing for the match against you that it just because everything becomes so hard. But Chopper could be
Oh.
here to stop him. My God, another kill through the smoke, another lineup as well.
Great slowdown of the pack, but then still ZTR just
น้องหลัง
shreds through Magic. Donk
ต้องยิงไม่โดน
down with damage
ต้องยิง
here.
โดนแต่
No
ไม่ตาย
kill from Donk, neither
kill.
from Magic.
แมจิกบอก
Magic's
เอ้ย
now
ไม่ใช่
has been
ช็อปเปอร์
bullied
บอก
across this
อ้า
map.
กูติ
He
ด
is
ควันเนี่ย
3 and 14 with 0
ช็อป
frags
เปอร์
from either of the B
เรีย
defenders.
กช็อ
If
ป
not
เปอ
for
ร์
Chopper shading one
ไม่
off
ไหว
mid,
ว่ะ
that one would have
12 ว่ะ
been even worse.
ปีเทคไม่น่าจะได้
And
That
Shiro
is
was actually
OP guaranteed from Metizport.
ปล่อยไหล
and
12
Shiro was
แล้ว
actually
แม
too
ตช์แรก
scared to come out to this angle earlier. Right, he was scared that someone was going to jump up and kill him. The shadow advantage, but he did have a free chance to get into the mix.
โอ้เซ
Three
ฟเลย
players
จ
up.
นขนาด
I
นี้ลูก
mean, there was technically a chance that they could fight back into this, but Zontic's losing the gun is an interesting decision. When it's not Metizport, we're
จะบอก
worried
นะ
about
รัฐ
money.
จบรอบสุดท้าย
Especially around
พี
the
โก้
round wire, you know, they came in with extra money. This potentially final round, they won't have that luxury.
Wow, Suns just gave it a shot after hearing Donk shoot. That was nice.
จบไม่ค่อยสวยทีสามจะทีสี่นะ
Tough run of it.
ได้ไม่ใช่ถนัดแบบนี้ใช่ไหมแต่คนนี้เขาไม่ได้เข้มอยู่แล้ว
Not the
มันจินตนาการ
microscope Magic's wanting to find himself under in the final game of the showdown. Last
วันนี้คนที่
four
ยิง
chances for
กลายเป็น
Metizport
ช็อปเปอ
to
ร์
close this first one down.
วันนี้ช็อปเปอร์มา
And managed to cool off Chopper
ฟอร์มขึ้น
somewhat.
เลย
Still at the top of the charts for
อีก
Spirit.
ทีมแม้จะข้ามเยอะนะแต่วิน
Not enough to
Yeah.
deter ZTR from
Yeah.
getting up into the
ช
corner.
นะบอก
Shiro hunting.
ค่าเฉลี่ย
While Chopper has a more passive
12
angle back by
9
sandbags.
12 16
Get
18
closer, good first one from Shiro, but that player in the corner not given what he wanted. No kind
Yeah,
of
he
forward
looked
extension
like
there from Shiro. Even Chopper starts to
Ah,
feel it
yeah.
back.
Yep.
หมดไปแล้ว
And he once again puts himself in a
Good
decent
inlay.
spot. They're coming to clear this out. Oh, actually, that's a huge find.
ZTR's real deep. Deep
แต่ก็
enough
ว่าเขาไม่ได้
to
ที
catch
เป็น
the
ทามิ่ง
offer off, and
เรีย
then
กว่า
the elevator smoke.
What was the plan with Chopper? No smoke, and then Shiro leaving his only support.
Yeah, must have thought that with that one kill, there wasn't an entire pack of players there. Didn't think the timing was possible. And yet, the reality now is Spirit retake needed 3v4 or Metizport map up a map away from elimination. Leaning back to hold this off. CTR, such great impact as he came in from short. Jackino is going to bring one down with him. We need the multi-kill from Donk. It is too late now, and he is out of it with one because Sus, along the fencing, puts Metizport up a map. Believe your eyes. Believe these scenes. A showdown that is no stranger to the upsets.
เราดูแบบ2แบบแรกไปเนี่ยแบบ2ก็ตามมา
Slurs?
Din. ผมทองแต่คิ้วดำมันจะว่าแปลกดีนะดีค่ะดีค่ะดีค่ะสวัสดีครับ
Alright, well, things just got interesting coming out of Vertigo because Metizport take the map 1 victory over Team Spirit, as unlikely as you'd think it. Magix came into this game saying, yeah, I think people are overreacting on how you know, Vertigo might be a weakness for us. And man, Metizport just took it to them and absolutely steal away map 1. Now they have a chance at 2-0. Now they have a chance of eliminating them and qualifying for London, Bubsky.
Yeah, and I love those reactions, right? It reminds me so much of my old days qualifying for that DreamHack Open it was back then, right? It was nothing compared to this. It's such an important event for an organization. We just extended contracts on all of them, and all of a sudden they look like a top team. Obviously, it's Vertigo. We've seen Spirit being weak on it, but man, these guys, they just wanted so much more than everybody else.
And it's crazy too, like seeing the performance from this team. These guys look like an actual unit at the moment. But I mean, ZTR again topping the charts as the in-game leader. Adam B not far behind. He's had a fantastic event. And actually, the guy Nilo, whoever his name is, we came in talking about how such a big strong player he can be. he hasn't had to do much. I mean, he's having his impact. He's not playing badly, but he's not this like breakout star player that we kind of expected. If Metizport was going to win this, we would have said, you know, Nilo would have popped off and gone absolutely apeshit. But it's a team effort at the moment.
Yeah, and I think you highlighted perfectly. It's actually the rotations being really nice. It's actually the mid rounds from CTR being really executed well. It's not like Spirit is playing a terrible game of Counter-Strike, but Metizport, like the small timings, the on-page gameplay, it really looks nice coming into the rounds. But I still think it's a great advantage from them having to be able to actually have everyone pop off. We both talk about CTR as the coach, or certainly not the coach, but the in-game leader, and then Tequino as the AWP. We haven't seen so much from the AWP by itself, but it's everybody contributing at this point against the world's best team, in my opinion.
And we were talking about it just as we came back too, before we came on air, just like the idea that, like, you know, how it looks like this is just a team of 5 players who are doing absolutely everything they can to work together, to play together, to do everything with teamwork. No one's trying to overextend it, do too much. I mean, surprisingly, this team's kind of come out of nowhere, at least for me at this event, and it looked fantastic.
They've had a good run of games. I think I knew coming into the tournament that they would be able to probably win a game or two, but going up against the likes of Spirit, I would have said it easy to go. They cause a lot of mid-round stress on Spirit's side. They don't really get to be comfortable in their positions, and they constantly just push. And that also says that the team is really on page with each other.
And if we talk about, if we go back to the interview that ZTR gave just into this, one thing he kind of really focused on was thinking the map pool is going to be very nice for them, and he specifically mentioned Vertigo, Mirage, and Ancient. Well, Ancient's not in the map pool in this contest, but Mirage is up next. So all of a sudden you're sitting there and ZTR is like, yeah, we have 2 of the 3 maps that we would really like to play against this team. And all of a sudden that starts to be a little bit more of a powerful statement than it might seem at face value.
Yeah, the weirdest part is that we spoke about that Vertigo. We knew it was weak, right? But then yesterday Spirit showed so many good things on Vertigo. Finally they've gotten some momentum, but straight back at it today, and they're actually going to lose the first map. I wouldn't be too worried yet for the likes of Spirit, as we've seen them on Vertigo being a little bit uncomfortable at times. But now it's an all or never, and it's really the pressure is going to be on Spirit's side.
Sure, and a map that they've shown they like to play as well, going to be very strong on it. An open map for Shiro's AWP, Donk, and his entries. Obviously, we know what they can pop off with. But I mean, I guess one question I have is what happened to Magix in that map? Like Magix had what 3-4 kills across that map of Vertigo. Not obviously his greatest performance of all time, but that certainly couldn't have been an easy thing for Spirit to overcome.
No, I think the mid-round rotations really caught him off guard. I think they played a good game on the Metizport side, really trying to cause a lot of problems with the rotations on the CT side, and I think Magix is one player we really speak about highlight the game. I think it's really underrated. I think he's really good, but when he has to rotate a lot, I think maybe that can cause him a little bit of problems. But I do also think we have to give the credibility to the other side of the team. One guy I'm a little bit disappointed about at this tournament in the whole aspect is Shiro. Like, Shiro was brought in to be the second star for Donk, right? I'm not saying he's underperforming or anything like that, but he's certainly not the number 3 player in the world that he was last year, right? So he really needs to find a level that is more suitable for this roster if they want to be continuing on the uptrend trajectory.
Yeah, I mean they've had a very hectic, busy, exciting start to the year as well. It's funny seeing these 2 teams because you had Spirit who kind of came into the year, surprised everyone, shocked everyone, and win IEM Katowice. Then obviously qualify for the major as well, and been thrust into the limelight as maybe one of the top 3 teams in the world, one of the top 3 teams you'd expect to be lifting the major trophy as well in Copenhagen. On the other side of it, you have Metizport, who we saw from the map numbers. They've just been on the tier 2 qualification grind. They're playing some of these maps 17, 18, 20 times, while Spirit for the year has only played them, 8, 9, 7 times sometimes even. So just the amount of Counter-Strike being played by Metizport is showing. They seem very comfortable in everything that they're doing at the moment.
Yeah, and I also think it comes down to prioritization, right? Spirit, they have a major coming up. They're going to be focusing 100% on this one. Obviously, they still want to win this one, right? I'm not saying that they didn't practice, but they did say they have a week of break coming up to this tournament a little bit, and then we're going to have Metizport on the other hand. But then this is the major, right? This is their chance in 224 to make an impact, get on the LAN stages, get a lot of points on the rankings to potentially get more. So this is all or nothing for these guys, and it's really going to be interesting to see how it's going to fold out.
Yeah, it is. And going into Mirage map number 2, Metasport's going to be flying high. They're going to be really confident, feeling really good about this. Spirit, on the other hand, even just coming off of a little bit of a break to catch their breath before the major begins. It's a recovery mission now. What are your thoughts on this upcoming map? Spirit going to be able to bounce back, take this to 3, or are you all of a sudden changing your tune and thinking maybe Metizport can actually pull off the upset?
I feel like you should almost voice your opinion here as an ex-coach, right? How do you get your players back in the zone, right? And I think we've seen a little bit from the coach of Halley. We don't get much information about him on an external view because I don't think we get too many comments from the Spirit guys as they're mostly speaking Russian, right? We do have Magics and Suntex sometimes giving an insight, but it's hard to judge from the outside what he's really bringing to the team. We did see him play a stand-in role at the first blast, and that wasn't too good, so hopefully he's better as a coach than as a player.
Sure. Well, I think one thing you'd have to expect from a team like Spirit that is experienced and has played on big stages already is that they should be able to shrug this one off and come back into Barrage and be able to handle business and take us to a third. The deciding map would be Nuke, if we can get there, if Spirit can win this next map. But before that, it's Barrage, and they've got backs against the wall. This upset team out of Sweden is all of a sudden wreaking havoc on the bracket. We're off to a break. When we come back, we'll see if Metizport can complete it into shock the world and qualify for London.
ก็คนเชียร์เรือใบเยอะนะไปถึงในช่องแชทของ Blast ที่มีเดี๋ยวฉันไม่เดินไล่ดูจัง
In the pursuit of
กิฟต์อเวย์ด้วยอ่ะเฮ้ยกิฟต์อเวย์ว่ะไปที่ไหนครับตัวกิฟต์อเวย์บ้าง
They say anything's possible at the Blast Showdown, and we may be sitting on the brink of the biggest upset. Swedish schoolboys versus the Katowice Grand Champions, and a team that some have painted for top 8 at the major is nothing short of a guarantee. So here we are, Mo. It's Mirage up next. But, you know, as much as one can attempt to exploit the weaknesses of Spirit's Vertigo, I think when you start going to Mirage, you better be ready for that Donk top mid fight because it's coming on T side, it's coming at your CT side. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you go or what you do, Donk will be swinging for the fences on Mirage.
Yeah, and we know that like losing Vertigo can be an exception, but it can all change on Mirage. Sort of a slap in the slap in the face, but a wake-up call when you mentioned that this is a team that people are expecting top 8 guaranteed at the first CS2 major, where there's always been a part of me that's just like, top 8 is hard to guarantee, but it's true. This is going to be even one of the teams that's picked to probably one of the most picked teams to win the major flat out. So there has to be some bar of expectation here at the Showdown to qualify for London. They have to be on their A game, and the last thing they want is to be questioning their confidence and their confidence style gameplay in a tournament right before the major begins.
You know, if any of that confidence has a weakness, then maybe it is on Vertigo still, right? Like we didn't learn anything. It's the scales tilting a little bit back towards the reality of maybe Vertigo being the weak point, right? There's been a collection of teams, a barrel of monkeys who have all tried to take Spirit to Vertigo and failed. This is just Metizport cracking through. The greatest apes.
Now the other map that they lost was also Mirage versus Mouse. It was a very close game, but so was Vertigo in that series. Not to say there's any specific weakness on Mirage, but you know, of course, Mouse can absolutely play that map well. But Spirit picked it there too. Just you know, ominous coincidental signs. That means nothing here in the Fido.
The underpass setup, waiting for that kind of swing, which also just elicits a very fast apartment flank that could definitely catch the tees off. Nobody inside of the box. So banking on the retake, doing so with a Jaquinho kit towards Catwalk, a very slow market play as well that'll eventually come forward, but it looks like that'll be the third prong of this trident in the retake. Shiro tapping back the P250 down from Cat. Chopper, only player to post a kill so far, and he'll double down on Sus, and then a third to Nilo, and the T's get away with it, holding off that flank. But again, who else than Chopper is going to be putting forth multi-frags today?
Seriously, the star fragger of the Showdown here for Spirit sometimes. Crazy how good he's been. At first it was sort of surprising, it was charming, it was impressive, it was unlikely, but now it's common, it's expected, and it's honestly welcomed, I think, for Spirit, who need a jolt of energy. So a pistol round win means a good start here to Mirage.
For a boost to underpass, this is the force buy. What they put all their eggs into, that one basket on underpass, and it gets unraveled, unweaved. Shiro very quickly through the catwalk. Donk still just floating bomb back top mid. But I think the pace of the game, the aggressiveness of the game, all of that could have a real uptick in tempo as Spirit gets to play Mirage now.
They already know that this round's over, having one cat with a B split coming up, but just don't want to fumble anymore. Wait, what is wrong with that deagle?
He's got stickers on the end of it.
Oh my god.
It
tricked me. It really tricked. I own a Blaze and this tricked me. There used to be a bug when you were watching Pro CS like in 2013 where there's like one clip of a guy who had a stat track deagle plays. Looked amazing. And you got to see it on a live match, but it was a bug.
There's still
ผมไม่ชอบถุงมือหงายมือดำอ่ะมันไม่ค่อยเห็นถ้าหงายมือต้องสีขาวไม่ก็สีไปเลย
You get to see like iBuy power stickers that have been
right
10 years, and all of a sudden you get to see them on like an X-ray.
เอเคด้วย
Error site, so
เป็นกิฟต์เลยดีก็มีคนเอาปืนมาให้
I'm thinking back, those iBuy power stickers are so cool.
Thinking back to when they were 25 cents a capsule. Still a better return than Bitcoin.
ดูทางโน้นอยู่นะไม่ได้ส่อง
14s. Get all the million.
Yep.
ทีมสวีเดน
Remember kids, scared money don't make money.
That's
ทัวร์นาเมนต์
right.
นี้มันสวีเดนตีกับรัสเซีย BAK
Whenever you think of a good idea, put all your money into it. This is not financial advice.
ก็จริงแต่คนโลไปไล่ฆ่าแบบไม่ยอมมีเพื่อนซ้อนจบเลย
Jaquinho Jorginho top mid.
Chopper กูไป
Nice hold.
เอาชอปเปอร์เป็นคนดรอปปืนให้คนนี้เลยดิ
The one gun,
Big
yeah.
AK, right?
What's up
Yeah,
there,
so
buddy? Yeah, Maxi.
put the AK in the right place to get the 5v4 to do it. Oh, I was gonna say without taking a bunch of damage, but Chopper softened him up. Zontic double entry. Market player comes out with the deagle, falling to Shiro.
ถึงหัวจัดไป
While the Mac 10's been retrieved from
Ning,
middle,
eh?
that's all Chopper has given over to ZTR. Poor guy doesn't even get a real weapon to try and find
Safe.
a kill with. Donk deep to the
Ah,
marketplace,
Donkยิงไม่
flies
โดน
out to the deagle. These are not the kinds of scenes
No.
that we have come to
ปืน
expect
เดี๋ยว
from
ปืน
here, Donk.
เออแหละ
No, Donk would have a straw hat on a round like
Thổi
this.
lúc
just
thổi.
farming every single kill. The Donk we know.
เอ้ยเอ้ย
The younger, more exuberant Donk
เอาว่ะ
of
สู้
months
จริง
past.
ถ้าสู้แบบนี้มันมัน
Polish Donk.
เฮ้ยนินจา
ZTR looking for one on the road.
โอ้โหนึกว่าจะนินจา
Along the mark.
ไม่มีคิด นินจายังไงเขาไม่มี
Let
คิด
him know. I could have got you. I could have defused.
Coulda.
ตุ้ม
I choose not to. Showing a little mercy, ZTR, as Spirit go
Oh,
up
yeah.
3-0.
นี่แหละ
You said controlling the pace,
กัน
going
ยาก
fast.
เลยผมว่า
That will definitely
Yeah.
continue forward, even on the
ถ้าช
CT
นะ
side
เรื่อยๆแล้ว
with very confidence.
กัน
Base,
ไม่อยู่
base
แต้ม
play inside of middle
แต้มไหล
to
แน่
take top mid
ๆแต้ม
control.
ไงก็ไหลสามเหล่า
But
แน่
if
นอน
Donk is simply not
Oh,
individually
it's not.
as
You
strong,
went to-
then I mean that's the
อีโคชนะ
then Chopper has to call around something
Bought by
different, right? He has
Eco.
to be a bit more flexible than to like if Donk's taking everything, you call around him, why not? Let him take all the aggressive picks. But if not, you got to be ready for plan B.
That's
Oh, man.
gonna come back to haunt you, Giacchino. You had a
Yeah.
clean
Found
chance at the op pick. And again, it's just pressure dialed, cranked by Zontic.
Great.
Back to back, double entries, nothing but headshots to boot. And the B site crumbles.
No round
Shot
whatsoever.
here,
If Chiquinho hits a shot, he's allowed to stay alive, and his teammate on
Yeah.
cat can stay in the
Wait,
best
yeah.
position possible. So
ตำรวจมีปืน
they also take the risk of running right
เมื่อไหร่
into that
ที
off.
อาร์เขาจะเปลี่ยนปืน ก็ชอบแบ็คคิงของคัพเปอร์เขาจะเปลี่ยนปืนแล้วจะตาย ซอนอิสต์นิวดองไม่ใช่
Double swings coming out here.
Looking at
ชอบ
Chopper.
แบบไปถึงคอมเมนต์ก่อนซอนอิสต์แพนบี
Checking out the Palace's crown molding.
ก็จริงอ่ะเขาล่ามาจนฐานเลย
Yeah, that was weird. It was like he was like lining up some utility or
โอ้
something.
ลองโดนเก็บตัวท้าย
Back to
Oh,
Adam,
what
cleared.
team.
So majority alive for Spirit and a totally swept away Metizport. Best
มันดู
case
แย่
scenario for
เซฟที่
Spirit.
ไม่เซฟ
Yeah, just a really, really clean
ออฟยิง
shot.
ไม่โดนอ่ะออฟมิดช็อต
Gotta hit those.
โค้ดเครียดเลย
Got to hit those.
โค้ดแล้วก็อีสปอร์ตโค้ดคงจะเครียดไป
We haven't seen Metizport take
เดโพสิตบวก
Mirage,
200%
right? Like it's been picked against them. in
ก็
this
คือถ้าไม่เดโพ
showdown
สิต
so
เข้าไปก่อน
far.
ก็ถอนไม่ได้จบถ้ามันมีกิฟต์เอาไว้
Obviously
แหว
not very good at it,
I think-
win rate wise. Oh no, no wait, let me see.
เดี๋ยวไว้ลองไปกดดูไหม แบสอะไรสักอย่าง
Oh no, I'm crazy. It's well, they lost it to
แบส
Falcons,
พรีเมีย
but
ร์
they
ดอททีวี
actually
อ่ะ
destroyed
Long
Monty
กับ
on
ปี
it 13-5.
พรีเมียร์พรีเมียร์ดอททีวี
Wouldn't scoff at. Even with Monty's roster
เขามีคลิปโอเวอร์เราไปดู
Again, huh? Right back to it. Right back to it.
เนี่ย
I mean, this is 3 rounds in a row. You're 4v5 at least,
Mhm.
like the first 10 to 15 seconds. You know, that is that tempo I was trying to allude to, that I'm trying to warn Metizport about, but needless to say, I think everybody has come to expect it. This is just the reality of Spirit on Mirage.
ไม่รู้อ่ะแล้วทีวีแจกอ่ะกิฟต์โอเวอร์อ่ะกดกิฟต์โอเวอร์กิฟต์โอเวอร์
One more pick off like this, and again the round is over. So
นี่เว็บหลอก
I mean,
ด้วย
they don't have a full investment. They've been doing good at using the few guns they have on rounds like this to get something going, but right now they're basically just hugging the perimeter of the map.
Shot to the
ที
catwalk.
วีกิฟต์โอเวอ
Finding
ร์
their mark, that's 70 damage
Anh
on
cô
Donk,
hi hi
9
à,
to
đúng
Chopper,
không nhé?
20 Zontic will
Kiểu gì không ạ?
but Donk coming through, making sure Zontix doesn't get all the
Mạnh lắm,
freebies
mạnh lắm.
inside that site.
กิฟต์โอเวอร์จริง ไอ้นี่เป็นของมันไป
Throwing the ball back here. This is Metizport again, just trying to hang on for whatever they're allowed to. Spirit
เราเลยมาดูกันว่า
will show no signs of
เที่ยว
weakness
เว
or stopping.
จริงปะ
I think Donk was like average, and Zontix was like, or Zontix, Donk were above average.
โอ้ยใจเหนียว
Shiro was still, you know, top 3 in the world, right, at one point. So we've definitely seen him play well. We haven't seen him go into a full-on superstar carry map after map situation with this new Spirit lineup. But you've got to imagine that that is still possible as well.
ไม่มีกิฟต์เวย์แค่กลัวเนี่ย
I think when games get closer or bigger stage matches, high pressure moments, I think that's when we're going to get, you know, the uptick.
เขาอีเมลมันควรให้เราอีกสตรีมไม่ใช่เหรอมันทำไมให้เราอีเมลดูแล้วไม่กิฟต์เวย์อะไร
Shiro online
Long.
with Gambit, great.
Shiro.
Shiro online with Cloud9.
กิฟต์เวย์อันนี้จะเว็บหลักเขาเลยนะกิฟต์เวย์อะไรดีวะ
Yeah, online, yeah.
If you
But,
think about
Give
it,
away
it's
a
like
lady.
just the, like,
กิฟต์เวย์
In 22, he was, you know,
the
He like that.
timeline
He was
for
top
the
3.
roster, right? Still a new team.
แฟร์เกมมาก
Very new.
Deep so much, so I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. You're allowed a hiccup or two. Potential's undeniable.
Oh.
Wall bangs
yeah,
unavoidable.
he gets away.
Donk's gonna follow through to the sandwich control. Flash to get him
Play
further.
it,
He wants to take the swing. It's there for him. Being set up with teammates. Ooh, but he's volley out, and that'll be the end of him. ZTR gets the best of it. 5v4. We haven't seen this from Metizport, so they better make the most of it. Nice position from Sus. Down beneath Magix. Nilo closing in on Chopper. Missed shot from Shiro. This one's falling flat, and that 5-round streak from Spirit comes to an end.
Every idea shut down. Nice kills here for Metizport.
I believe
You know, I guess my point was with that last bit about Shiro was that, like, I hope nobody on this team has just gotten too complacent, right? You wouldn't want anyone to just get a little bit like, all right, well, there's nothing for me to do because Donk is
ใช่
really
มี
just
เว็บพนัน
here every single game no matter what. And I couldn't imagine that happening to Shiro, but I also haven't, you just don't, because everything's so new, we have never had Shiro had to carry Donk out of a bad spot.
ดิส
He's been there right behind him,
Last
but
TV
it's just
give
never
away
been
to
anybody
win
else
the
right now.
Spring Showdown prize
I think it's more often we've seen Zontix actually carry
คือ
with
อะไร
Donk.
อ่ะ
Has had a light struggle or like not completely top frag.
สตรีมกิฟ
But
ต์การ์ด
that's a contrast to the Shiro who was the through and through star player on all of his teams
ส
previously.
ยองอ่ะแต่ก็หน้านะหน้าร้อง กิฟต์เวย์
And sometimes the one and only.
เอ้ยเขามีกิฟต์เวย์ด้วยนะ
We know he can carry. Denying that.
มีใครลองไหม
Wow.
มีใครไปลอง
Come on, bro. Karaoke's next week.
ตามกันมีใคร
Now he's taking a beach in there.
มา
Out of B, will gun down Donk.
อันนี้อยากเว็บหลักเลยนะ
Traded out. Oh, nice CTR.
ถามวน
Two
ถาม
nights here, right? Wanting to hold the front of the A site, but also cautious of the potential mid climb. And Nilo with the smoke bottom mid couldn't really hold all that on his own. So it is an opening for Spirit,
ก่อนถาม
made wider by the
เฮ้ย
smoke.
ก่อนลองต้องถามก่อนอ่ะ
A potential
โอคาปลอด
TKP
ภัย
is a looming
Pong.
threat. We'll see if Sus
ตัว
decides
เรา
to
เอ
get
ง
confident with it.
ยัง
If
งาน
anybody
งอก
holds it. Shiro going back in for the bomb plant. Op shots whizzing by from the catwalk, and they're going to go doubling down into the ticket peak.
Oh man,
Oh,
jungle is the right place to go here
Next
for the
stop,
T
main
side.
wall.
They have the absolute perfect post plan. I mean, this is almost unstoppable, I want to say. Utility is actually good though for the CT side. And oh, great shot from Shiro. Denies any hope now with the push through ticket. And an extra player here in Magix. He's just a warning system. Nice one here for Shiro.
Yes, sir. That snapshot on the jump up, shutting it down.
มันมีกดค้นหา
Bomb plant location safely behind triple.
ไม่น่ามี
Well, we get Spirit comfortable once they get these kills here. CTR almost stopping one side of it all. That right there. Sit down.
Yeah.
อุ้ย
Sit down. take off, starting to stuff Metizport back into the economic problems, but they'll go deep on ramp with the op support trained in. It's a matter of swarming Jackino. If he can just get his kill, that'll help the player in the ramp set up well enough. Great shot, but the second one's empty-handed. Adam beat down for nothing. Nilo, he's trying to help on the side of the bench, but then the Palace player comes in and gets his. Spamming both sides. It is Nilo with the multi-frag and half health still to play. ZTR, empty-handed. Shiro, excellent, but that nade popping the smoke pushes it to a 1 HP clutch from the Opper. And no bomb possession and no teammates left.
You wouldn't think this is possible on 1 health. I mean, with the bomb stranded and the CTs looking, what hope is there? Is it tucked behind triple at all? No, it looks like it's just right in the middle of the site.
โอ้โหเอาว่ะมาแล้ว
No
2 วิ
reason for them to just
ให้
sit
ดู
and
นั่ง
do
ดู
anything except sit and
ป
wait.
กของสตรีมสวย
No view here from the T side, but the smoke is still up. Okay, so he'll let him know. It doesn't have health to play with, but Nilo's playing missiles, ready for that swing. Easy one here for Metizport.
โอ้โอ้โอ้
The hecticness of that round, popping the ticket smoke. That climb up from ZTR that could have even gone better, but last they still pull it over the line. Big moment for Nilo. I think in this recent week, we had to talk about only Nilo, and that is a good sign, right? He is supposed to be the star. They've been holding a lot of his potential in their back pocket, waiting for the time to play it. He has had pop-off moments, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, he had like that amazing map on Overpass, but right now 3 of his teammates are more highly rated than him in this tournament. And we are talking about Adam B at a 1.37 over 6 maps, consistently a lot better. So he's had more than a team. He's actually been carried on
ก็ไม่
average.
ได้ปกสวยๆทั้งนั้นเลย
That's the runway he needs to go big one. Here versus Spirit. The 6-6 half best case scenario for Metizport. Peek in from out of B, going to be iced out by Zontix. And with that, immediately swarming out of the ramp. Chopper also sprints up. Khan catching Nilo. Nice blind side to make sure he goes down with nothing this round. And it's feeling like the perfect approach coming through from Spirit, but an approach that was offered over, right? That Palace peak served as the trigger for Spirit to come up ramp and Khan. Post Shiro on the jungle angle. Donk's going to alleviate that pressure, and suddenly Metizport feeling like they are trapped in the cage
นั่งดูป
with
ก
the beast. Stuck in
ปกสวยดี
CT,
อ่ะ
just
ก็
looking
หล่อ
to exit, and
บอยเฟอ
nothing
ร์
is
ของ
guaranteed
ไอดี
for these two guns.
Yeah, they'll have to earn this save too. See if they find a way out. As long as Jack
แล้วไม่
miss.
ใช่ปกสวยเลย
Oh, yeah.
นั่ง
That's
ขึ้น
not good. Donk is in full force now. 3 kills, both exits. That might be no guns next round here for Metizport. It looked like they were in a buy save cycle.
นั่นแล้วก็อะไรเด็กเกรสโอเฟเกอร์กระต่ายขยับนะอุ้ยแมวกระต่ายอันนี้ขยับได้ไหมวิ่งเนี่ยขยับไปได้มีแต้ม10,000แรกได้หลายวอลเปอร์อยู่นะ
Seen this solo rifle come out from Metizport a few times this map. It's gotten kills, but oh my.
They're too close. Uh-oh.
Nades in hand, and Chopper just slipping through smoke, slowly routing himself around the catwalk. Maybe could be the gun gifted to ZTR. Nah, Chopper on high alert, ready for it. Donk deep through B. All is good here for Spirit. That is 8. Guaranteed.
Yeah. No, he's coming forward at them now.
And honestly, we'd seen this half kind of kick off with these high pressure, quick moments over towards the B site. A little conditioning that then opened up A round or two, but Spirit switching back to it in the final few
คิด
rounds
วิ
of
ธี
the half.
ไอ้นี้ถ้า
feels like
พาร์ทจาก
Metizport
เกม
weren't
เหมือน
quite
ใน
ready.
เทคโรลเปอร์เหมือนแต่ก่อน
Connector gets nothing.
ไม่นะเลย
Yeah,
That's
they're most
needed to be everything.
I It definitely feels like their full-on B attacks are the scariest, and a lot of these rounds are definitely cutting the time down by simply hitting one extremity or the other. 8 is a good position to be in for Spirit. Now Metizport, I think they actually made a massive comeback yesterday on this map, if I can
T2
remember
winning
correctly.
in
That was
this competition
versus, oh yeah, that was a crawlback versus Monty. So Mirage started out 5-0 for Monty, and then Metizport came back and won every single next round.
T2
13-5.
no
So they don't care how many rounds you have, Spirit, on Mirage. They do this.
hi
Also, if anybody knows what Metizport translates to, I would love to know.
I'm check
They're a Norwegian-based organization with a Swedish lineup.
Elo couldn't figure out that last shot. Luckily, ZTR's nade will find Donk instead. So you've got Donk down at a minute 30. That's something to be happy about. But you've also still got ZTR kind of stranded top mid. He'll take his leave.
G2 G2 ตกรอบแล้ว
Forward here for
G2
Chase, perhaps. There's more support for the CTs than him, but he goes wide, catching the headshot. And then there's still that trade potential. Nicely done from Jacquino, making sure that man advantage isn't lost.
G2 lost G2 lost
But damn, Chopper almost timed
Lost
that to
group.
perfection, getting away.
lost
No
showdown
kidding.
lost
No kidding. Jaquinho, good trade though. Compete connector, could have let that go. He was a little slower.
G2
Sus might
5 TS
jump into this,
G2 5 TS 6 TS
but I wouldn't think so. Not at this time. He
Spring
wants to be careful, but he has no
Spring
utility to fall
final.
back with. Playing a slightly more aggressive position. Adam B may have heard some footsteps,
G2
but I
G2
don't see
lost
Jaquinho moving.
G2 Group C lost Navi
Climb up and follow it. That's the right
เฮ้ย
move.
อันนี้มันของปีไหน
Should definitely find players back's turns, but Shiro keeps looking behind him on intervals. The moment he doesn't feel like he's sensed for a trade frag, maybe he checks back, but he's also got bomb.
How
Here he
big
is,
it?
posted
G2
top.
lost.
Underpass, they activate. He's got it.
Oh my god.
You could see it coming.
Yeah.
At a 3-second interval, he'd take that glance
But
back.
I mean,
And
we
sure
know
enough, poor Metizport. They
You're right. I mean,
find the flank.
it looks like very unfortunate timing, but you were talking about that for 15 seconds. He kept checking, he kept looking. He was worried about it. He's wondering why it's so quiet. No one was looking for info inside of B. No one was throwing utility, no flash, while there were still 3 players up from the CT side. So either it was a totally vacant site with like a push off of short, but like that almost in and of itself means that there could have been a flank in upper B. So great game sense here for Shiro. Pays off in the end. And if he doesn't get the shot, then he loses the bomb with it and the round. So all had to come together.
Could have been disastrous. Another round where we get a Zontix headshot popping open the B site. You know, that also had to go well. We're looking at Shiro stopping the flank to make sure bomb doesn't get picked up. But anybody in the site that gets the first kill, Zontix dies. I don't think Shiro has the liberty to be looking behind him. So both those two had to go well at the same time, and that's what leads Spirit to keep on winning.
no G2 no showdown
Can't
G2
stop.
no
Won't
showdown
stop. Final
Lost
stop
group.
of the first half.
Group C lost Navi
Quick underpass play. They're going for the apps fight. This is going to be Magix with his hands full. Coming at him from the B bomb site after the Jaquinho distraction from underpass, and he's operating alone. Will die empty-handed. They find the weak link.
But did they say 3 or 2? Because getting out of underpass is actually a long
อะไรนี่พิมพ์ไม่ได้
challenge. So Chopper's going to find a timing connector. Happy to walk up and through this, but he gets caught off from Cat. Nice from Sus.
เอ้ยโอ้ยเตอร์ไม่ได้
Nice change up from Metizport here at the very tail end of the CT side. Just trying to get that third one any which way. They come out of the gate swinging. They post the 5v3 advantage. But now Donk's going to grab bomb and go and join those teammates, right? This has been that fallback protocol for Spirit. When in doubt, hit B. Zontix tasked with the same job to crack it
G2
open
lost
with a
Navi Group
headshot.
C
Sus, nice off angle, will find him off guard. Putting down the smoke to deny the Shiro trade for now. That bomb is in tow, and it's gotten here, but Sus with the re-aggression over Van. This last round's fantastic. Metizport, it's perfection, and it's a 3-round CT side to work with.
ทีมคอมเล็ก OG Spirit Heroic ทีมฟอร์คอนนิฟ GL เกมลีเจียนทาวนายอิมเพรียแลตอมลิควิดบิ๊กซอเอลิเวตก็เนทิพพอร์ตมอนเต้โน G2 อันนี้เป็นกรุ๊ปเซมิ I think เซมิไฟนอลซิงไฟนอลซอ vs สปิริตออเมทิพอร์ตไฟนอลลาวอันนี้เป็นแชมเปี้ยนชิพแชมเปี้ยนก็รอดูกันมีเติร์ด 4G vs จุดใครจะไปลงชิงที่3ฟอร์ไฟนอลโคเปนเฮเกนโอ้ซอรอชิงแล้วอ่ะรอชิงชนะเลิศ
Metizport jump into this semi-final versus Spirit and come out swinging, but they have awoken the monster. And normally I'd be talking about just Donk, but I mean the entirety of Spirit at the moment. Zontic's B-site entries, Chopper's timing in mid, and just the consistency of Spirit's aggression was something that Metizport couldn't handle throughout the majority of that half.
Team
Sure,
Saw waiting for the
very end,
one
but it's
press
3
final.
rounds to work with and a much-needed pistol, or we go nuke, I'd say.
Very possible, and the resilience definitely has echoed through this showdown, and the results obviously versus the Falcons have turned heads.
3
They could do it now from 3-9.
Metizport
Be a whole different
1
level
Spirit
of I think respected admiration and interest earned
BO
for this
3
brand new sort of
Red Off
prodigious
Red Off
Swedish
3
lineup, but that result I think is still quite far away. They've got to just focus in on doing it one round at a time, and they already lose one of their stars.
One of the sharper pieces of Spirit in this series.
Oh.
Takes a gush alongside Magix. This is weakened pieces of the B-site defense, and Metizport comfortably down out.
ดองมือแต่ก่อนดองมือปืน
With little health, skill posts. One Chopper can do the
ปืน
same.
ดองมือแต่
Donk can't. There's the recovery. There's the 3 kills back.
รอบนี้ให้ชิโร่
The
แครี่
2v5 turned into the
ชิโร่แครี่
2v2. And Shiro hunting from market. The timing here could work out wonderfully for him. Will they let their guards down?
Oh.
They have. Berettas connect to the back of the head and Adam now
102
into the clutch. He's been the best piece of this Metizport squad. And he's got separated fights
Bomb
for
dog,
the moment.
bomb dog.
That second
Bomb
CT
dog,
comes back
yeah.
around the market. He has no clue
เพื่อน
where
เรา
to
ช่วยยัง
stand both.
โอ้โห
But down he goes. Shiro making sure there is no runway here for Metizport unless they force by and break in early. This is Spirit on the brink of map 3.
And this is the muscle right now for Spirit here on Mirage. It's Shiro 11 and 4, Dontix 11 and 4. Both putting in work, and that was actually a great shot. That probably made the difference as well for Magix, who was down to just 1 bullet. I think he was at 4 HP or something. Could have very easily died. Sucks to lose when it's that close. I mean, you can see they feel it. They maybe could have put a comeback together. They want to stay on Mirage for sure, if possible.
บอสโอ้บอสบายเลยอ่ะบอส
You know
บา
what
ย
they say when
เท
you're
ค
going
ไน
through, keep going.
เทคไนอีกทีมอะไรเนี่ย MP9 MP9 เลย MP9 เลยฟอร์ดบายทู
No matter how down you are,
โอ้
don't quit.
อาร์เมอร์ด้วยเฮดแอนด์อาร์เมอร์เลย
Sliding behind two. Oh, Chopper.
โอ้
Third
ไปสวัย
nasty. He just lets Donk clean him up, so that poor third guy comes out with the full
Donk get
expectation
this
that
off.
at least he's got
Oh,
some room to
Donk
work
get
up
this
until
off.
the stairs.
ดองทีดอง
And Chopper,
Donk
one
T,
of them,
Donk
makes sure
four.
that there is zero
ไฟ
opportunity for Metizport to walk
Ooh.
away with this one.
Ooh,
Elo showing
nice shot.
Deagle's
Ooh.
got
Ooh.
something behind it, but
อ๋อ
a little too much to
Donk
ask of
เขาคุย
him.
พกไป
Donk
ยิง
the
นะ
staircase with the 4K and Chopper the
ฟาร์
one
มาร์
to get Spirit that much
คุม
closer.
ยาก
And honestly, Dunk has been really just taking advantage of rounds like these, I think, just to beef up his stats. He hasn't really been getting the super key, rifle frags. Again, that's been his teammates who have, I think, done the most, whether it's Chopper, Shiro, or Zontix. But I think they want him to be as confident as possible. And there hasn't been those swings at the top of mid so far.
The going gets tough, the Donk will get going. For now, he's just going to be one of the key pieces of the A setup. Nice push here from Shiro, super deep through apartments. Look at this. What? Oh, yeah. Right in the front. There's no way he did that.
That is
Ridiculous scenes.
the audacity.
And then the desperation as well to exit into the A site to get something to go with it. But no, sir. Shiro, how dare you?
He knew he was going to line up that nade. Like, he knew exactly what he was going to do.
Look
Two
at that
left
devilish
clicks.
smile, man. That's so cheesy.
มีอะไร
When
ต
you're
ก
at
ข่าว
your most vulnerable,
Good luck.
oh, that's just got to
Oh.
be terrible.
ได้ยิม
Two left clicks to the front.
กิโลไนท์คิวกิโลมีดอ่ะ
I don't think there's anything more enjoyable in the Counter-Strike
Oh, come.
than seeing Shiro have a good time.
Yeah, true.
โดนฟันนะลูก
After seeing the negative side of the spectrum
Yeah.
when it comes to his
เมื่อกี้
emotions
จะเซ็ต
on
ฟัน
Cloud9 to
เซ็ต
this.
สโมก
Savage
เซ็ตส
fun
โมก
with it, and how could you not
Tui.
be 12 and 3 map 2, everything looking perfect here on your own map choice. Nuke waiting in the wings
ให้ออฟอ๋อ
and
ลง
London
ออฟ
calling.
โอ้
Watching all the other favorites fumble.
ครับทู
Spirit will just
Ooh.
forget about
Oh.
Vertigo soon enough. But it is still man advantage here for Metizport. Going to fight every step of the way. And that fight will be given back by Chopper as it has been all series long. Zontix in the window
Oh.
from
ครับ
downtown.
ทูครับทู
Will
ไอ
take it
ติ้ง
back. So the edge is
Still
that
lit.
of Spirit. It's a question
Go
around
to
Magic.
map-
He finished
map
the
three.
first half. That dominant
ไปแมป
9-3
3เลย
half. He was
แมป
3 and
3
3.
อ๋อ
Wasn't
ยัง
part of the action.
ยังไม่จบยังไม่จบ
See if he can get a round to be proud of here, but gun barrel
I know.
spotted as he tries to push
Hey,
around
you
the
went
volley.
up.
So
ไม่แน่
good
นะ
post plant attempt.
เมสซี่พอร์ต
Metizport
จะ
to keep the game alive.
วินก็ได้คัมแบ็ก
AWPPER, baby.
And Zontix on the flank.
ชิโร่
That
ชิโร่
quiet
ช็อปเปอร์โนไม่ใช่ออฟด้วยช็อปเปอร์
seal the deal out of
Chopper,
B-Mac from
Chopper
bench
กู
versus the Chopper offer.
ช็อปเปอร์ยิงออฟไม่
Missed
โดน
shot. And a missed opportunity to
ช็อป
close
เปอร์
it.
ยิงออฟ
That'll
โด
be
น
the
ยิง
sniper
ออฟไป
save
ทิ้ง
for the
ไป
fourth for the
เปลี่ยนปืน
Swedes.
นะลูก
I spelled it all out because I thought like
Wow,
it's gonna end
man.
on this epic moment where he gets the last kill with the gun that he never uses. But
แต่จริงนักแข่งส่วนมาก
This
เขา
wasn't meant
เล่น
to
เป็น
be
ทุกปืนเหรอ
also Magic's hello. What actually happened there?
แต่ที่รู้สึกไม่ชัวร์จริงๆอะ
I think he still
Yeah,
thought they
but
were in
not-
apartments somehow. So must have misheard them jumping out. But
โอ้
hey,
Oh,
4 and 6
blue
haven't
eye.
seen much, you know.
เขาบายเนี่ยพอร์ตบายพอร์ตสู้เลย นก็
as is the life
ไม่
of
เต็ม
the anchor.
AK 2กาลิว2
Oh, us making the most of the pop smoke.
โอ้
The Donk
สองไปแล้ว
letting loose.
ไอ้เหี้ยปืนนี้มันของ
Off
ท็อป
his
เปอ
middle.
ร์ดิ
They're gonna fight
ไป
towards
กิน
mid.
ช็อปเปอร์
B hit comes in. Magic
เฮ้ย
gonna
มา
have
จิก
to pick it up.
อ้าว
And
ชิโร่
Shiro's
เท
here to
ให้
help him, right? That
อ้าว
cap
ดอง
on
เท
smoke
อ้าว
towards
เอ็นนะ
fan
นั่นนะ
is a quick trade
แบบ
frag
2
for Shiro.
แบบ2น่าจะของส
A
ปิริ
huge
ต
ask for Jacquinho. He's also been having a tough game
Yo,
swapping to
Billy.
the M4, planting the bomb. Maybe in the post plant, you'll have a better chance.
ปุ๊บปุ๊บ
The off rings out.
ยัง
A
ยัง
warning of things to come.
ยังเอาหาบอกมันอยู่
Two
อ้าว
for the market,
เรือ
right off the
แตก
cat,
จบ
Donk wastes no time. Spirit just chewing through this attempt of Metizport
แบบ
in the
2
best
ส
of
ปิริต
three.
แบบ
It's an
3
excellent opening map on
Nuke
Vertigo.
Nuke
It
อะ
was this final match of the showdown to the final map. Upset City, baby.
ดูกัน
Has
ต่อ
been
ไป
Spring Showdown.
แบบ3
Do we have one more on our hands, or are Spirit heading to London?
Bad new
Good evening, CS Nation. I'm here on Overpass, where a simple birthday party took a turn for the explosive. It turns out the struggle is real.
Yeah, I mean, we came to this park. It just got upgraded and updated a few months ago, and yeah, everything changed. I mean, I expected others to have eco and not come around in the park, but yet here we are, and everything's flying around.
I bought the number one long time ago.
Yeah,
Sparkles then beat my number one Death Strike after I bought it for like 800 bucks.
Like
And he said, "Oh, whoopsie, sorry."
Left is basically all I had, so it's. I'm feeling safe for 6 months of playing.
6 months.
Yeah.
Oh my. Young man, can you tell me
But
what you remember when
yan
things
icon
started
eh.
to take a turn for the worse?
รักยันไอคอน
They
เล
were
ย
celebrating my birthday, and suddenly there's just smokes and Molotov flying, and that's it. I'm sad.
So sorry. Enjoy your hat though.
Translate accepting game donation อ่ะสามอยู่แปลภาษาก็ได้เฮ้ยเลื่อนลบไปจะเรียกอันนี้ เบี้ยวเลยลูกเอาทำไม OBS มันขึ้นที่อยู่อะ เอ้ย OBS ทีวีอ่ะทีวีโอนีพิเซลเนี่ยรู้สึกว่าทีวี give away เนี่ยอันนี้คือยังไงใครเคยไป give away ไหมอยากรู้ว่า give away ยังไง
All right, that's more like it. Everybody calm down. We return to normal. Spirit, a dominant victory on Mirage. They return the favor, take their own map pick. A little bit of a risky pick going into a strong map for Metizport, but they proved that they could handle the pressure, and they're going to force us to map 3. But got to be pleased, Bubsky, with the way they bounced back after map 1.
Yeah, I think everybody expected this outcome when they saw Metizport was going to go up against Spirit, and certainly after the first map, I was a little bit worried on the side of Spirit, but you just said it yourself.
เฉลี่ยดี
Not
นะ
too worried
8
about
9
Metizport
7
for
9
Spirit. They
7ไล่ๆกัน
actually
เลย
do it really comfortably, and I think we also spoke about
เมจิกกูไม่ยิงแล้ว
from Shiro and to some extent also some
ช็อปเปอร์วันนี้มาแรงช็อปเปอร์
Yeah,
มา
they
ช็อ
really
ปเปอร์
did.
ฮั
Good
ส
performances from them. Donk, we always know is going to be up there. And Little old Magic's down there. I think that one puts him at like 9 kills for the series so far. This time not due to just getting beat up, just due to the fact that his teammates were doing all the work for him. So he's had a pretty chill day.
บุกไม่เข้า
Not
แล้วเนี่
really
ย
a whole lot to speak of in the positives for Metizport in this one. Not able to string rounds together on the CT side. Not really enough runway for the second half. And yeah, this really was
แต่
all
กินมันยัง
spirit
บัก
start
อยู่
to finish.
แฮนบัก
But if you were to lose, right, I think it's fine
แต่ก็
for
ทำ
Metizport to actually
แก้
lose comfortably, so they can actually save a little bit of energy. It's been a long day, right? The clock is ticking, and it's not really early days anymore, so you're really running low on batteries. But I would say Metizport probably have an advantage here, right? Both geographically, they're a little bit closer to what normal schedule times is, but also on the fact that they're used to this environment. They play so many online games on weird-ass points in the game, so it's completely different from Spirit.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't help them at all in Mirage. They played 23 maps in Mirage in the past 3 months. Spirit, this was they played 9. This was their 10th. So even kind of those overwhelming reps on the map didn't really get to do anything for them. But look, Spirit's one of the top 3 teams in the world. They're one of the best teams in the world. It simply outclassed them there. Let's just look ahead to this 3rd map. There's one more chance for Metasport to qualify from London to complete this Cinderella run from start to finish. The upsets they've had along the way, the surprise victories from day 1 on. It all comes down to Nuke. It all comes down to just one map left in the Showdown.
Yeah, and I mean, you should start with the knife round, right? Potentially winning this can mean the difference between life and death in this tournament, and I'm probably over-exaggerating a little bit, but I think starting on that CT side would be very important for Metizport to get some momentum. I would be really scared to start on that C side going against Donk and Yard. Like, you get so little space with this guy. He just takes all those in the outer position. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually chop their way out of it.
They might not get a lot of space even if they start on the CT side, because Donk's attacking outside as well, so it might not be the most fun in the world. But I guess it also comes down to if you're Metizport and you're ZTR and you're trying to go over the game plan. I mean, Nuke can be such a tough map to navigate, especially for young teams playing at a higher level. Are you throwing any tricks into this to try and exploit it and try and make things a little bit difficult for Spirit on defense? Are you trying to use the verticality of the bomb sites, drop into vents, or are you playing a more standard game of, take outside, see what you can get from there, and let's kind of find a way to connect the pieces?
I do think Nuke is a more util-based map, and that also results in being a bit more anti-strat heavy. I think this is where really the coach of Metizport, not Metaspirit, can really show their worth, right? He can show small gaps. I know it's been hard to counter Donk. I think we've seen countless of teams trying that phase for Alchemist. Nobody's really succeeded with it, but maybe they can find a little bit gaps, maybe on the ramp position with the likes of Son 6 and also on the A side with Magic. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually do their homework and actually make a game here on Nuke.
Yeah, I think that'll be the interesting one. And I mean, again, you touched on it right when we came out of the map. This Shiro was someone that we wanted to see a good performance out of, even to get them to Nuke on a map like Nuke. That offer can have a huge impact with his mobility. So we'd expect to see Shiro, I would imagine, getting aggressive towards ramp room, peeking over the smoke walls outside, getting aggressive outside, door picks. This op can wreak havoc in a world where Metizport doesn't really have like the same level of impact out of their op position.
Yeah, and you said it, I love that you pointed out, because we've spoken so much about CTR as like this great young IGL sharing a little bit of experience to the other guys. Then we have the twins, which also have been doing really well. And then we have the one to watch in the form of Nilo, right? We haven't really said Jaquinho's name a lot, but I think if it were to go their way now, he has to find his way into a game, right? He really has to deliver to a point where you feel like, okay, he's going to make or break some rounds. There's a lot of potential on the CT side, potentially starting off ramp, going into the hot position early round, right? So he's really going to dictate the game on the CT side. I just hope he's going to have the option to have the open.
Wow. If we want to touch on Nilo for a second, because he's a name we've been bringing up all week, and obviously some potential there. This series today has been a little bit quiet from him as well. Nothing bad, nothing great. But he is kind of one that's hailed to be one of the great Swedish rising talents that can cause waves. What do you? I mean, what's your opinion so far of how he's played? What's your expectations for him going into the 3rd map?
I think he's done reasonable. I don't think he's exceeded our expectations by any means. I think everybody knew he was one of the ones to watch. I think 6 players pointed him out in top 20 to be the next big thing, right? I think that says a little bit about what people expect from him, but it's going to be a lot of pressure for a young guy, right? He's not really used to these types of games. He's He's not even full time yet, so I think we should wait probably a year and then see where Nilo is. I wouldn't be surprised for him to sit on the biggest stages a year from now on, but his first experience and first touch with Tier 1 Counter-Strike, I think he's doing fine.
Yeah, for now it's enjoy watching him on the rise because maybe a year from now he's going to be popping off. I guess now the other hurdle that I think Metasport's going to have to contend with would be the idea that they're close to victory. Like, what if they actually get down to the stretch and nuke and they're up like 12-10 and they have to win one of the last 2 rounds? We saw them on day 1 of that upset win over Falcons. ZTR even said in the post-game interview, a little bit of nerves crept in right when they're on the verge of winning. And I mean, that's going to hit even harder here today when a win means you qualify for London.
100%. It's going to be the small things if they're going to have a chance, right? They're never going to win like 13-0, right? So it's going to be close game if they're going to do it, and those small mistakes can be really costly. If they don't really get their nerves in check, I think online Counter-Strike will help them a little bit in this setting because it is a little bit more calming sitting at home. You can even, I think Mattis had that old reference of drinking Coke in his old room, right? Maybe they can use a little bit of that on Metizport side because I think it's going to be a difference maker. If you're not stressing versus Spirit, you at least have a chance.
That's fair. Well, we're going to see. 1 map left for the young Swedes to show their mettle and test their limits. This is a big task to ask of them, and they're just coming out to get them blown out on Mirage. It all comes down to Nuke. Final map of the Blast Premier Spring Showdown decides who goes to London. It's Spirit or it's Metizport. We'll find out right after the break.
I can only sit here. The alien fuck.
เปลี่ยนอะไรด้วย
Yes, bro. You have now the number 4 P9 cold-blooded, and nobody can take that away from you. Like if you, if you don't sell this P90, like why does it even matter? Like how much you spent on it? You wouldn't have sold the other outcomes. What?
I would have.
Oh,
I would have 100%
yeah, then
sold.
it's minus 2
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry. Bro, you tried to be my love, and I have a little bit of like happiness right now. Because
No, I get it.
Yeah, bro, you have.
I get it.
And last time I rated.
โอ้โหเสียงดังไม่ได้กันตีอยู่เนี่ยแต่ละคนจ้าบิโอซ่าลูกยังไม่มายังไม่แข่ง1 นาทีมาสปีสปริงโชว์ดาวแบบสุดท้ายลัดแบบอินเดย์เดย์ไฟไฟนอลราวเดย์6หรือเปล่า maybe ดองดองคีดองมีไหนสวยๆบ้างนี่เห็นในหัวไม่เห็นในหัวเลยมีทั้งตัวชัดเจน
Yes, sir. The OVO Wembley Arena awaits. We're going back to London. Counter-Strike is better when it's in London. I feel like that is a crowd that's a little underserviced. And I can happily say I'm looking forward to it, right? Great city, great people, great crowd, and turning out to be great teams as well. This one's big for Metizport, and it would just be another drop in the bucket of recent success for Spirit. Very important map 3 coming up on Nuke. It is the final map, the final match of the final day of this showdown, where everything that could happen has seemed to happen. Every upset you could dream of has, well, happened in front of your very own eyes. But this one feels like a bit of a stretch. Spirit surely locking in.
I think so. I would give it to them for sure on this map. I think when, going back to the feelings of watching Metizport play against the Falcons and seeing that, one really outstanding CT half around Elo. A lot of things went right, but they also came clutch. The DTR had great calls, but it really took every sort of ounce that they had in them. And the Falcons, there's some doubts about them. Spirit, not so much. So we'll have to see if their nuke falls off today. But 2 early kills answered back by 2 from Sun leaves this in a dubious spot. Who knows who's going to win this pistol round? The Zontix finds a way out for Upper.
Down the vent he goes. Elo sees that as an invitation. Okay, we're getting real passive if Chopper's watching Flatter. But he also needs to buy time for Zontix to start wrapping back around Secret. So we've got time to play this out. It's going to be a nice slow pistol. We're not always privy to the slow burning pistol rounds. We'll take it.
So โอ้ยเมจิกก็จะยิงเลยครับแบบนี้ไม่ยิงก็ไม่รู้จะยิงแบบไหนนะอ๋อมีแบบชิงที่3เบสมีโอ้
of the attempt here out of Spirit, but one of course that wasn't much of an attempt with not much of an investment. Just good for the SMGs to milk it for all the money.
And I think we had like a air of fogginess about
Bedport
falling the other day on a Anubis when we played against
Bedport
that's I think a way if there's something like that happens again, I'm kind of wondering, alright, what's going on here?
50 point
Donk's confidence getting a little shaken here and there, maybe it's possible. Metizport already taking down some big dogs in this tournament.
Oh, ไฟเอาไฟเอาไซด์ด้วย
It would just take so much magic.
ไฟเอาไซด์
No, I mean they're
ไฟซ้าย
10
ไฟเอา
rounds
ไซ
away
ด์
now. Well,
สโมกเอาไซด์
11 rounds away.
ฟันนอก
Making it happen,
ดันมาด้
sticking
วย
landing after already getting their just desserts.
คล้ายๆวอร์ติโก้นะอารมณ์แบบไม่ใหญ่
I was like, oh,
ตุ๋ยง่ายแบบบนล่างไม่ใหญ่แบบเวอร์ติโก้น่าจะได้แรงดันใจคล้ายๆนี้คล้ายๆนุกแต่ก่อนนุกเล่นมุกดุกแบบแต่ก่อนใหญ่กว่านี้เยอะนี่ลดความใหญ่โอ้ตำรวจรู้แล้วดันมาขนาดนี้โอ้เอ้ยโอ้ยเจ็บอีจอยฮะฟอสบายแล้วทำไมตำรวจบิน2แล้วฟอสบายไม่น่าจะใช่น่าจะวินแต่ตายจนอีโคนะนี่แหละ
try and go join
Huh?
the ramp player. This is an underserviced
ไป B
site.
มา A
And it is one that the Spirit are about to
ไป B มา A
sink into. Everybody
โคตรเท่
downstairs prepped for that
Go B
secret
Go A
play, but nope, it's a redirection out of Spirit, and it's one that sends them around for
ยก
free.
ยับบอกเลยยกยับ
Yeah, that was very hard to follow. Basically, right there from Spirit. That was a.
โอ้
Look at this. I mean,
โชคดีนะไม่เป็น
everyone goes
ไม่ถึง
downstairs.
ออ
They
ก
are
เกมขาด
completely avoided. So
ไปโกบีนี่
it's one of those situations
ได้
that
โกบี
shines
แก
a light on what makes
ตำรวจ
it
ดั
so
กเทียบ
difficult and what favors the favored team even
เซฟ
harder.
อะเซฟโอ้
And, okay, Robert gets caught off in the back of Big Garage. Hero protects the guns, taking 2 with him. And enough to want to save here for Metizport, where Chiquinho and Sus both chill on the ramp.
This was their bonus round. They get out-rotated. Nicely called by Stalker.
โอ้เกือบตาย
That's something that's been happening a lot for sure. Is
Lop
like
cao
when you
cao.
come up the bend, it just
Lop
takes
99.
such coordination. You just don't see everybody trying it, but
99 no die
that moment where you come up the bend is the most unnerving ever. Like there could be someone opposite bend, that's definitely not cleared in that situation. There could be someone squeaky that kind of foils all your plans. But if you do get away with
เพราะว่าเมื่อกี้สอน
people
สอนเข้า
downstairs
บอก
the CTs know it into coming up the bend, no one's
ที
there.
ละ
Like that's just
ลบ99ด้วยพ่อผม
that's just beautiful. Like you're probably so proud of yourself.
Bye-bye.
You really just cooled them.
โอ้
Other teams so badly.
เซต
They vacated
เซต
A.
ไซด์ เปลี่ยนตำแหน่งยิงไม่ได้วันนี้เป็นซัพพอร์ตดีกว่าอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Early runway as
นี่
well.
คิดซัพพอร์ต no chopper support
See if this follow-up, guns to guns,
เฮ้ย
full-fledged
ช็อปเปอร์
weapons
ยิงใหญ่เลย
pieced together as easily.
วันนี้ซอนกับช็อปเปอร์ยิง
Sonics
ด
the
อง
highest rated player
ดอง
in the
ยิง
series right now
กัน
for Spirit. Even despite that
Oh.
loss on Vertigo, he slips into CTR.
It's small outside
Point of health.
small outside ปูนพรม3 ลูก ปิดหลังคาด้วย
So one-sided.
ควันไหล
He basically
Ui.
not sliding in, but he thought he had something to work with. And Sonics is just leaning
pushing
back and
pushing or
allowing
die
it to come
ดัน
in.
มาตาย
So 5v3,
เอาวะ
an attack
Arc
in the A
เหรอ
site set up. We get that secondary
Arcว่ะ
support system in
เฮ้ย
Hero.
ข้างล่างด้วยข้างล่าง
Players
เฮ้ยอ๋อยิง
presenting a
ตำรวจ
fight to him, and an Og
Go
that's
BOA.
now stranded back site.
Go BOA.
He's lost his rotator, so
Oh.
he's got to do it all, and he'll die with nothing. It is 5 members of
Kill
Spirit
all.
standing
Kill
as
them
they
all.
tie this one up early.
Yeah, that one's a little bit scary. I mean, it's such a perfectly played default there from Zontix. He's like, oh, a little quiet here in lobby. Let me perfectly clear every angle to kill everybody who's pushing inside, and reads both pushes. This is Metizport not getting a kill, which just is such a boon to the T economy. This could be a landslide if they're not careful right now.
อ๋อ
They need to
ไทยบี
at least get a couple of kills on a round like this.
ไทยก่อน
Counter to the counter.
ต้มโอ้โห
And that nade action, oh, softened up the next player too.
ดับเบิลเน
They
ต
watched
เอ้ย
the back site, so I
Don't
think the other
net,
kills went
2 in
down.
1
It's just all of Spirit ready for the fight in A. And now there wouldn't be much of a fight. Metizport back to the pistols.
Yikes, yeah, this is like, look at the amount of potential for Spirit to just make money here. There's almost nothing to stop this. Almost 5k on every player. After no deaths last round.
เอ้าทามมิ่ง ทามมิ่งอิดเลียว
Trade potential real high.
กองเท่
Desperation out of the
Ui.
counter terrorists as they try to shred through smoke that Spirit's
3 บิน
expected third round win.
Yeah, it's at least 1 kill. At least. But now we're looking at 2,
อ้าวมี
3
คน
full
ไปเชียร์ดอง
rifle
แล้วอ่ะ
rounds
แต่แรกมีคนเชียร์
Metizport to
เชีย
get
ร์พอร์ต
through.
อันนี้เป็นเชียร์ดอง
Just to earn themselves an ego on their CT side.
เทรดยูสกินอินสแตนต์$5โบนัสวิดโค้ด
There are more fun positions to be in.
535 150 บาท
Yeah, like being qualified for London.
Yeah, just get it over with.
อู้
Nades on him. Tough stuff at him. Zontix gets caught on the door on the exit of Hut.
เทรด
Good
เทรด
damage
ไป
from top Hut
เทร
player.
ดไป
Donk's
เท
double
รด
headshot.
He just
วาง
waited for that.
วาง
He
นี่ลูก
waited for that swing, like.
เฮ้ยเห็นว่าแป๊บ
Oh my god.
I mean, as if this could go any worse for Metizport. The
Save.
rotate
เซฟอ่ะ
already
ทิ้ง
been
เซ
found
ฟ
out. They're going to chase
น่า
this
จะ
down
เซฟ
too, right? They don't want the save happening. Look at the killer conviction on that follow through on the A play. You know, and with no disrespect, like Donk, his multi-fragging has left a lot to be desired in this series, and now in this last round, I'd say that's the glimpse of what we all come to expect.
Definitely, slower starting. We just became so incredibly numb
ยัง
to
มี
his
ไฟอีกอ่ะ
potential that it just seemed like how could he not get 2 kills on every single round? But even if we see that, even if he gets it, you know, 1 every 3 rounds and just his 1 kill average, that could be more than enough. Oh my god! Wait! Oh my god!
ไม่โดน
He actually jumped up to forklift to
เฮ้ย
avoid
กระโดด
getting
ขึ้นไป
that.
ก่อนด้วย
He would have got sliced up. That's how you know he's
เขามีเพลย์อย่างงี้
Sharks swarming the life raft. Just gets away from it.
โอ้ดองเก็บ2โอ้ดองเก็บ3
Sharpened teeth.
ดองมาว่ะแบบนุ๊ก
Making mincemeat of
ดอง
the
ดอง
ace.
ดอง
2 headshots in an instant.
ดองทุกวันดองทูดอง
That
ที
last gun to the board. Back to the pistols, unfortunately for Metizport. Definitely
Dong
not the
Ying
offensive
Ying
half they
Ying
wanted to kick off with. Still
Oh,
one that could
equal.
reclaim some rounds, but very clear that it's going to take something of a T side too. Already Zontix
ซอน
down,
ซอน
wasting
เก็บว่ะ
no time. Out to the smoke on Squeaky.
อ้าว
Map
ช็อป
10
เปอร์กับ
out,
แบ็ก10
shredding
ของเขา
another. Milo will kill 2, but stuck behind the AC unit on the rooftops.
ดูได้ด้วย
Chopper straight beneath
เอ้
it.
ย
Will
เป็น
die
น้ำ
as
ปู
well. 3 deaths, setting up something sketchy. Zontix, I mean, he's locked into this fight.
กลายเป็น
He is
2-2
stuck
ไปซะ
behind
แล้ว
this box. He's going to try to keep himself as small as possible, but they're coming at him from 2 different angles. Kills Nilo first, the Deagle trades, and the clutch
อ้าว
is
เว
on.
จิต
This would be a 3-piece from Sus. He's given his position away with the vent drop.
Yeah, no chance that's happening. Sus Magix is just playing this as standard as possible. Best position to be in, really.
โอ้
Tries to close it. Yeah, nicely done. Zontix serving up enough of a distraction, even if he felt like he was dead on that box. He stopped them,
Magic
slowed
คุณ
them
ทำได้
down for another 5 seconds. Let Magix do his work.
It came close, but at the same time, there's just this feeling, right, that like Spirit don't really care. They're happy to take every engagement this round.
I'm throwing caution in the wind in some of those fights, but
Yeah.
feeling like they've got what it takes to still close it. And
They actually have so much money now that they have to be worried about.
ชนะ
They're wasting money if
ช
they
นะ
don't
2 ตาแรก
send players out to die
แล้วไม่
on
โด
the
น
round where they
หมดเลย
rebuy. You know what I mean? Like that's
เฮ้ย
the
มา
kind of
แล้ว
money problem they have.
บายมาแล้วบายสู้แล้ว
must be nice.
Yeah.
ทะลุยิงไว้แฟดเข้าไซส์อ่ะแฟดอินไซส์อ๋อโนเนตไม่เข้าด้วยเนตเมื่อกี้เนตหรือเปล่าโหปืนกระทบแสงอย่างสวย
Step, but feels like Metizport at this disadvantage this early, they're a little muzzled in terms of risk taking. So they'll
สมอง
just
เอา
lean to
ไซ
the
ส์
site, hope they can hold
เท
off.
เกอร์
Donk.
โอ้ดองแล้ว
Disgusting.
ดอง
No
ทู
second
ไม่
man, but
ดองทู
Shiro
ดองที
so
โน
fast with the trade frag.
ดอง
The
ดอง
things go well. Sucks. Nicely done to keep half his health up and standing tall inside the heaven, dodging the nade and the threat that exists down beneath him.
ใครอ่ะ
Ino's in a tough
อ๋อพบ
box.
ตำรวจอยู่เลย
And
มือป่อง
Nilo still smoked off.
อะ
Magix right there, flipping his wings inside of main. Now it feels like Jaquinho's hand will be forced, but that kill from Sus is huge. It gets Jaquinho up from the ladder. He's got 2 sets of eyes staring towards heaven. Molotov on the plant, and Sus goes huge this round.
Wow, shout out to him for that. That was a great round from beginning to end. And the play to get Jaquinho out of the vents, on top of that Molly helping out the Heaven player. It is one hand washing the other here with Metizport. Beautiful stuff all around as a unit. โดนเผากันเนี่ยปิ้งย่างเลยชาบูเป็นหมูกระทะเลยเกี๊ยมโอ้ออฟดัน
Zontix looking for that second one will fall to Sus.
เก็บออฟแล้ววิ่ง
Another round that he's trying to hang on to for dear life. the one and only.
มุดเอามุด
Donk's going for Nilo, but Nilo on the barrage, right ahead of it, delivered a kill for free.
ดองวันนี้นี่ไม่ผ่านอะ
Next up could be the squeaky
อุ้ย
beat.
อุ้ยอุ้ย
MP9 now down to 20 shots, and it's empty-handed out of Adam. His rotator is sus. Now with the off up in heaven, his brother having to do both the lifting. No jump on this Spirit. They kind of stutter stall for a second, and then as they come out, they catch Nilo in the open, and that off was off its spot. ZTR's waiting for his chance to strike. AWP softened up down to a third of its health, and ZTR hasn't really been given his chance to just come nonchalantly flying up. And as he tries to, he'll be caught out. No kill towards event this time to make that ladder
เซฟเลย
easy.
ไปเลยลูก
So it's sus
ต้อง
to
เซ
walk
ฟ
away with the AWP, and
เซฟโอลี่
Spirit
มาแล้ว
nailed the sixth.
Yeah, the cup
อ๋อ
is
ดอง
just
อ้าวดองไป
overflowing
ตาย
with
ก่อน
funds
อ๋อดอง
right
ไป
now
ตายตอน
still,
บุด
so
ควัน
Metizport really just wants to grasp
Ui,
this round if
you know what?
possible, but in a
Ah,
situation
shot.
similar to the one we had previously, except Spiritably win this time around, keeping the opulence high. You can see that sometimes Jacquinho on these angles, like he can fall to wide swings, and it feels like Dontix knew there was an op this time. It was like that previous round on B Mirage, or maybe he was expecting the op. He just felt like he could wide swing and
ทีมนี้ทีมนักกล้ามเนี่ย
just
แขนใหญ่ทุกคน
kind of donk it, if you will.
เอาที่เมาส์นิ้วไม่ต้องใหญ่อันนี้แขนใหญ่
He's the guy challenging offers with the rifle at all cat long.
ฟันลบแบบนี้
We're getting into a very desperate territory for Metizport. Spirit get right back to winning ways. Instantly in with the man advantage too. Donk getting his revenge on Nilo for the last round.
อ้าวไปก่อนอีกแล้ว
Just gonna
เอ้
let
ย
everybody else
นัก
go
สิบ
work
ของเขา
this time. He's back in his own spawn.
อีโคนอกไม่ปอดบ่าย
Spirit round 10. Jacquinho doomed.
โอ้เห็นด้วยเหรอ
Actually gets
Đây
a
là diện
little
win.
crossover while smoke's still low.
โอ้
But
น้อง
teammates
วะ
being shredded.
น้องหนึ่งตำรวจยิงไม่โดนเลย
Hero leveling up
MP9
live.
ยิงโดนน่าจะตัวเด้ง
Spirit.
ยิงไปแล้ว
Just Adam to find, and I mean he's got an MP9 to stop this. I don't think Spirit think they can lose at this point. Yes, they let it get to map 3, but
บอมอยู่กับใคร
with Nuke
บอม
waiting
อยู่กับ
for
เม
them,
จิกเมจิกวางไหนอยู่นะ
their confidence was high.
Donk will not give you space to save, brother. I'm sorry. Every corner will get checked. Every room will be cleared.
It'd actually be scary listening to how many just running footsteps he takes,
Yeah.
and knowing that you're going to get
You know
park
it's
there
him.
no matter what
Don't
angle
would-
you're on. Yeah.
You know it's him. You know it's
You
him.
know, yeah.
The talent runs deep on Spirit, but the aggression's another level.
ไม่น่าฟอร์ด
Yeah. That was the other crazy part about Kato was
เก็บไปซื้อ
you know that
ฟอ
record
ร์ดซื้อแม
set
กนัม
without an
ผม
off
ว่า
and as
นุ
an
กวัน
entry,
กัน
not as a
ไม่
lurker,
ค่อยมีจังหวะ
not as
กลาง
second or third into trade.
อีเวนต์ที่คนดูมินิ
That's
อ่ะ
someone
มินิ
else.
ไฟเซเว่นได้แหลมแมกนัมดีกว่าอ้าว
They're gonna try to take
ผ่าน
his
ได้
silo. Donk a step ahead of that. Reads him like a book.
ดองอยู่นอกดองเล่นเอาไซด์
Posts the fight before.
โดน
Kid just feels unstoppable. He feels like he's 3 people sometimes. Oh, Nooner.
Yeah. Remember that's the compliment I used to give Nico that he's kind of like 2 people.
มันเขารู้จังหวะห
We're
น่วง
gonna
ที่
dunk
จะ
kill
ยิง
like 3
ดอง
people.
กระโดดปุ๊บไม่ได้ยิงเลยกระโดดปุ๊บสักพักถึงจะยิงเหมือนรู้จังหวะหน่วง
The amount of pressure through the smoke. Because
No,
again, he's
I'll
not
try to
shy,
get over.
right?
Let you
He'll
know.
run, he'll throw nades,
โอ้
he'll shoot that gun ahead of time. Peek out next to
Oh,
Hunt.
wow.
Double kill
Boom.
to heaven. Nade for the third. Magic's just a homing missile
Alright.
with DTR's
One-
name on it. What
คลัต
can you do?
โอ้เซฟนึกว่าจะเข้าไปคลัต
What can you do
เต็ง
when
เก็บ
you
4
peek out for heaven
กิโลแพ้
a millisecond in the bomb site and you're dead?
And the kid stops squeaking
Yeah.
at all. It's just all those headshot
Man, no.
angles, and they have
Lại
the
à.
perfect
ดูที่ว่า
layered-
ต้องดูว่า
perfectly
ทีม
layered
พอร์
attack
ต
over top of
พอร์ต
Tetris
เนี่ย
boxes, covering
เล่น
each
เทอ
other.
ร์ลิสเต้น
Instant headshots in the
ฝั่ง
first
บุก
guy. They're
ดี
never
แค่ไหน
losing 1 of 2 duels.
เทอร์ลิสเทอร์ลิสคัตเตอร์เทอร์ลิสเทอร์ลิสทัวริ
The
ส
simple
ทัวริส
answer
นั
is
กท่อง
I
เที่ยว
don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do
1 2
in that spot.
ที่
I don't think anybody
ลา
really technically has that
ดอง
answer.
อิดดาวดองดาดองรีเฟกไม่ทัน ดกันไหมครับ
chance to save again. There's been no wiggle room offered up by Spirit. No respite from the pressure.
ตั้ม
Consistency into this
โอ้ระเบิดเต็ม
site.
ตีนอ่ะ
You know, shout out Sus for managing to do what he did that one time. Because when you contrast that to the amount of success that Spirit have had on that
กันไม่
site,
อยู่เลย
it just really goes to show how difficult
นุกนี่ของสปิริตเลย
that
รู้
was
สึกว่านัดชิง
For sure.
นุกเวียดเฟดนุกก็สปิริตก็วินเลย
strong in hitting
คือ
upper
ชนะเฟดแบบ
the one
เจ
shining
อ
star that remains right now
เจ
as
อ
the
กัน
CT side
กระ
from
บุก
Metizport, the deciding map to London is one that has left a lot to be desired. They're going to get
Hey,
aggressive
we're
each
team,
round. They want this fight. If they can't stop it when it comes to them, then they'll try to take it into Spirit and they'll pay the price. Donk and Chopper getting the man
เอา
advantage.
มาไฟในตัวเองดอก
Donk with a missed bottle. The watch as he'll
CT พุชชิ่ง
swoop down on this kill, no doubt.
ออพุท
They've taken over
แผนนิ่ง
London.
G2
What else
เลยเนี่ย
do
แผน
with it?
G2
That's the big question
G2
here for
คัตชิ่ง
Metizport. 4 rounds, the best case scenario, and you've got a claw back man disadvantage. Nicely started off by Adam there. Shaving Chopper was
ต
the
ก
smoke
ใจเลย
phase.
สวีดิชวอกเก็ตเลยแพนิคเลย
No doubt this one's doable.
Bomb about to get scooped up as the CT comes to check
ก็เป็นแผน
crime
ที่ดี
scene, but
ไม่แย่
Magix dips for cover, and soon it'll be a commitment outside if he sticks around red. Oh, but there's this lurk from Shiro, man, and
Oh,
Magix
Laker,
gets a kill
reball.
on Big Garage.
ไหนแล้ว
That'll unleash him.
Kobe.
Stuff alone. And as you mentioned, his brother casts a great shadow, you know, in this team. Especially in this tournament, he's been doing so well, but Sus having a hell of a time on this map for what it's worth.
Fortunately for him, not worth too much. Worth only 3
Why not
rounds
three?
for the CT side, seemingly.
ลัดลาวหรือเปล่า
Monumental ask in this clutch. With all the util that the T's still have in the setup, everybody tethered here. Donk just wrapping around to be the insurance policy and not even needed. Shiro to lead the charge throughout this T side. And Metizport, a quick reality check for the competence of Team Spirit. They are mere rounds away, folks, from London. Fur backstab by Stan. Right when he was trying to come into the play, KNG falls off of the bomb plant. Still able to manage a frag. TRK even. Through the smoke catching Ethan, Stanislav's going to do the exact same thing. And we're cut down to the 2v2. They know where Taco's at. He gets tapped. Bree is doing it dirty. And Fallen, he's trying to flank. Oh, he saw Stanislav. He knows everything, but he can't give away the audio.
This is one
Oh, again, just getting around the corner. If Stan goes upper shelf, he's dead. Stan had to go down ramp. Oh my god. No! He gets away!
ยิงไม่โดน
Fallen's gonna give chase. He's already down on the bomb site. Stanislav runs to the other side. Breeze, low HP now out from Z. 40 seconds. Fallen just tunnel vision, and he walks right into Breeze. Stan's just sprinting for his big brother to come help. And he hides in order to get it. Unreal.
การวิ่งแบบคาดเดาไม่ได้นี่ก็ยิงไม่โดน
It's those extra wide door frames.
4-3 door frames.
Alex gonna push himself up close smoke. He's already succeeded in killing a player within the apartment.
They're sharing a spot here. This is unbelievable. Are they best friends or enemies? Why aren't they shooting? It's because of the smoke. When it comes up, we'll see. This is the reaction test of the trio.
And Glenn, he gives up the cross in order to play the little pit instead. Perfecto didn't notice that Alicia's gun just came out through the wall. And then we get the jump down into the pit. Alicia's able to at least get one. Simple cuts off the rotate. Alicia still fighting tooth and nail. 8 seconds. And Simple clears the bomb site with the fire. And I don't think we find the Molotov against Electronic for Liquid's 11.
อุ้ยโดนแล้วโดนไฟตาย
He touches him on the Achilles. And he hits the ground with the bomb. Damn, what a way to go out.
To recover that bomb. Bear in mind, behind the double doors, Crimbo, though, one of the best in these sort of clutch scenarios. He doesn't read the Yabby. It's right behind him. And it's going to be Mansu, left with 18 points of health. Thrust into a very uncomfortable scenario. Thankfully, he has got 40 seconds here, but the bomb still needs to be scooped up behind those double doors. One bullet would take him down. Does he just run towards A now? Hope for the best? Maybe. Might not have time to do so. Has to go B.
Gabby, it's the right call.
trusted as well. Manager, the pressure is on. 15 seconds left. If he fails this one, could be the end of the tournament for Big. It's coming up. There's a bit of a grenade around the corner. Just a smoke. But yeah, he's walking straight through it. Ice cold. Donk! Oh my God! Get up out of it! Why does that keep happening? What an absolute blunder. He guarantees the rounds. He's got everything going in his favor, and for some bizarre reason, he jumps.
มึงกระโดดทำไมมึงตกใจอ่ะ
It's another dominant showing out of Spirit in the run to London. Honestly, it is nice to see one of the favorites remaining consistent as this event has gone on. The last two teams, in fact, competing for the spring finals in the United Kingdom. Mohan, Spirit putting forth a hell of a team-side.
Yeah, this is. Well, it was really great. It was fun. It was super fun to watch.
รู้สึกตอนนี้เนี่ย
Exhilarating. It was Donk,
UK
Shiro.
ที่เหลือรัสเซีย
And it was hard. It was hard for Metizport, whose veto doesn't run quite as deep. Hard that after grinding their way to get to the showdown in the first place into getting all the way to the finals, they got to go against Spirit. Hard that they won a map in this series and now are actually 4 rounds away from losing the entire thing. But it's not over till it's over. So maybe they can continue to make some magic happen.
ลงตามด้วย
Queued up for something. Jaquinho's going to hold off the secret rotate. This is man advantage. Metizport with plan.
อู้เฮดช็อตไป
Scott Donk to deal with. And that is
อู้เฮดช็อตไป
man. 3. He just starts tearing heads off the majority of the players alive. This was man advantage Metizport. Now it's 3v1. Now it has to be ZTR. Because Donk has decided enough's enough. He really dropped the trade frag straight there. And he is Spirit to the 10-3 lead. What can't Donk do?
That is just mind-bending.
ดองไปเปิดตูเฮดช็อตเปิดตูเฮดช็อต
He's aiming in the middle of the hallway. The middle of the hallway.
3 เฮดช็อต
With a T coming in his
เฮ
direction.
ด
And yeah, he knows he's in that area because his teammate calmed it into that kill. What?
ปุ๊บ
It was a shoulder peek for one bullet. That's the only thing he was going to try before he dipped out again, and he hit it right on the dome.
He fires lasers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not been the only one. All across this event, in fact, we've had some pretty crazy highlights. It's a last chance to remind you guys, at Blast Premier Highlights on YouTube is where you can watch all things Upset City, as this event has had more than one memorable moment.
เอาไซด์อ่ะนี่เอาไซด์
Knife will get it back in the collection. Anything Donk
ปูละ
does,
ตูโมกเอาไซด์ยิงว่าดองยิงว่ามันยิงมั่วไม่เหมือนนัดชิง
Smokes, just the timings as well, so in tune with it.
อ้าว
There it is, man.
แบ็กช็อต
no chance, huh?
ว่าทางของจริงวันนี้
Donk motto, Chopper, he'll be tested, but it's a good fallback. You know ZTR's coming at him. This is just going to set up Zontix to be the anchor inside B. Shiro behind them from Secret. And we'll see if Zontix can post something of a hold here. Sure enough,
ไลน์อัพ
closes in
ไล
on
น์อัพ
two.
สวยเลย
Hands busy with the bomb. The second just lining up and making this way too easy.
รัดวัน
So that is
วัน
no plant
วัน
and
เฮด
follow
ช็อต
up.
เฮดช็อตโอ้ทามมิ่งอิสระ
Extraordinary
อัจจะ
on the timings,
โน
playing his positions.
ไปไหนวะเนี่ย
And Zontix getting better
Bomb
just
drop
gives his
lah.
team such,
Bomb
you know, sort of a long tail
drop B.
future along with Donk, right? They just have bets
Bomb
on
drop,
all
bomb
these
drop.
guys who are very young as well, not just
ไม่เจอ
very good or in their primes or anything like
ไม่
that.
มีใครอยู่สัก
So,
คน
yeah, I feel like day by day we watch Zontix show us new things, get better, and
11 นะ 11
your play styles.
I'll say as well, I think this is also a very hungry team.
เล่นลง
right?
เหงา
Chopper
เกม
tweeting,
ไทม์
shout out to Zeus, saying he's not going to quit until he wins the major.
โอ้ไปไหนเนี่ย
Someone who has touched top 8 alongside Magix, you know, and it's one thing to never make it to the playoffs of a major. It's another to get there and then have your dreams crushed. So surely those two alone are motivated. Then you talk about Shiro, who went through all the tribulations of Cloud9.
ตึก
Has had an amazing peak in terms of individual level, but not quite the accolades with it.
โอ้วันนี้ดีไลน์อัพอยู่โคตรสวยตอนยิงดีตอนนี้แบบช็อตเนียนๆอันนี้ซอนแบบ
And motivation of the wazoo from top to bottom. So the sky's the limit. Locking in London would just be another opportunity for them to try and collect trophies this year in 2024.
วันนี้ไม่ได้มาดูดอกดูซอนดูชอปเปอร์
But I think there's plenty of space in the Spirit office for more
โดนปิ้ง
Fast play. Metizport thinking they could just challenge it to the A hit. It's going to cost them everything. And when I say everything, I mean their showdown life now on the line.
11 แล้ว
Desperate gamble to try and take over the A site.
12 แล้ว
Spirit holds strong.
12
Yeah, this is a masterclass so far. I mean, it's been easy for them. Show his strength, and they end on such a potentially good note before, you know, the big tournament of the year for them. The biggest tournament of some of these guys' lives, and maybe the best chance at the biggest tournament for some of these guys' lives. And then they'll have London to follow. Another major event with some of the best teams in the world. It would almost be a shame, obviously. To not have Metizport there is a shame in and of itself, you know. But everyone who made the upsets happen at the showdown followed through all the way to the end. Even OG, not being able to have heavy God also played well versus Saw, who played amazing CS throughout this event. So it's been a very good showing of teams that not just had a good day, but had a good few days and showed some very good CS. So, but all of the teams, that came down here, it was Spirit that we expected to get through. Team that had 2 stand-ins at the groups that we expected. They'll be fine at the showdown, even though it's a nightmare to play it. They're the ones that we expected with a full 5. Wouldn't have even been.
Chopper เด็ก
Look at the difference as well, right, from that group's performance. Look at what's happened for the full team since hoisting a
โอ้มี
trophy.
คนล็อก
Donk is
ล็อกข้างบน
a never-before-seen level in Kato,
อย่าซนดิลูก
and then pulling through. The only favorites that
Hey,
can keep
Chico,
the
you know
odds in
now?
their favor. As Team Liquid, Falcons missing the major and not being able to reclaim the showdown, leave a sting on some. It is Adam B to try and keep the Metizport hope alive. 2 kills into the A play.
เอาดองกูตายได้ไง
Right
เอา
time.
โดนด
Zontics on the lobby lurk, bring it back.
เอา
Oh,
ด
no, not this time. 80
Adam
damage, not enough.
F3
Adam still up. Chopper has given us a hell of a
Chopper บอก
performance
ทำรายการ
across the last 2 days. A 1v3 clutch to seal the deal would just be such a testament when this is meant to be the bottom piece of the Spirit squad, and yet his individual level seems at a career high, and he shaves off Nilo to kick this one off. You know he's going to swing for it. He's got the confidence, he's got the form, and he's got a couple flashes if he needs them.
ไปดิเพื่อน
in it.
พัชชิ่ง
One player straight down beneath.
ไปตัวเอง
And that shot from down under him is where he'll peak. It's CTR to close what Adam started, and Metizport still have a hope.
คนเซตแฟตแต่ไม่เคยหลบแฟตเลยว่ะเป็นคนที่ซัพพอร์ต
I mean,
เลยไม่รู้ว่าแฟตจะหลบแฟตไม่เคยแฟตให้ตัวเองแฟต
on
ได้
an
คนอื่น
individual level, dealt with a lot. Nice
Adam
piece
mau,
here from
Adam.
Adam with the disengage
อ
on
ดั
a
ม
donk.
เก็บ3เนี่ยเว็บ
Just have to learn if they're only consolation prizes. Still some money to grind down
เอาเว้ย
after 7 rounds straight
ตร
from
งมา
Spirit.
ว่ะมาหรือเปล่าไม่รู้
End of the last half.
เดี๋ยวอีกนิดวินเดียวนี่เหนื่อยหน่อยวิ่งแล้วโหดองวิคิดว่ะเอาว่ะดองจะเปิดโหมดอีกว่าอ้าวโดนไฮคีดองก่อน
Boy is just in tune with it.
ตายไม่ตาย
Okay, Nilo hanging on for
Oh,
dear
I-
life.
นี่โลนเนี่ยเหนียว
Yeah, Nilo like wrapped in bandages, bleeding out of his eyeballs. Thank God I made it. Now what?
นี่โลนเหนียวว่ะ
Got scurvy, sepsis.
อ้าวดองเอาสายออกไปนู่นอ้อมโลกเลยลูก
Time feels limited for the young gun. Picked by an abundance of
ไม่ต้องบุก
players.
ก็ได้โจรน่ะไอ้ตำรวจอ่ะคุณน้ำนี่หมดทันเอาว่ะแหลม
Unfortunately,
เจอ
not
ดอง
enough
ก็ลูก
of Spirit back
Dong
in
hit
this
shot.
one. Donk will be given a shooting gallery in a moment. Numbers coming at him. He's got the support of Shiro too. So Shiro and Donk to look and lock down a ramp room. Are you sure you want a piece of this? Metizport missed off shot. M4 picks up a bit of the slack, but leaves a lot to be desired. Incredible double Mac 10 entry. They will lose control of outer once the secret rotate to B.
เกือบได้เปรียบเลย
Chopper tucked in control.
ว่าช็อปเปอร์ไม่น่ารอด
Always in
Hey.
control, this Chopper. He lets them slip
Wait,
by.
he saw the gun?
Hold up.
They're clearing it. Yeah, they are.
ช็อปเปอร์จะเล่นฉลาด
Fire in, sees the barrel
Hey.
of the weapon. Zontics can't pick up
Oh,
both, and now
Magic.
Magic is going to have to try and come through. His best performance of the series. It's a single shot that'll do the
Oh.
trick. Jaquinho keeps
Oh.
going.
He's got 4 with that as well.
Wow.
From 3 frags to 7
Yeah,
now,
right.
Jaquinho.
คำว่าเอ็นเลียว
What
ด้
a
วย
great round, unfortunately for Chopper. The long barrel that silenced M4 sticking out as he got up into the corner of control. I respect the play. Of course, he could have just taken the one if he
Jack
wanted
in good
to,
lead.
but
แ จ็คเก็บ
coming
3
right by you.
แจ็คกับแจ็คแบกอะ
How can you not try to have your snacks moment?
Too tempting.
And Metizport look very much alive about this. And Spirit don't have money.
อีโคไหลเลย6 7 ป่ะ
Back on the ramp room.
Uh-oh.
It's
Ow.
stacked. It's stacked with Eagles.
อ้าว
No.
เกือบ
This.
เกือบเลย
From the double Mac 10 entry against Donk and Shiro with guns to now
And they have
suddenly a 2v2 in Adams low.
And they have a shut-off valve. I mean, Shiro could die right here going for a search.
โซนไป
Just
ตาย
to find them.
จ็อปเปอร์บอกทำอะไรกันนี่
Chopper going into the ramp. This is like quadruple
โล
underwater
คน
3D chess.
อีกคน
I
ไม่
don't
โล
know if the T's are going to walk back into this after
Bom
some
ไม่
time
ต
or
ก
go back up, or there's not really any way for them to get guaranteed information. So we'll see if they psych themselves out.
ชิโร่โทเชี่ยดันไปตาย หาแตกอย่างนี้
At the
อ้าวบอมก็อยู่นี่
oh my god.
เอามุดควันหาเรื่องตายไง
He's
กู
running down the ramp. Players are trying to flex that advantage over top.
ทำไมเขาไม่
They
ไป
put him in a
เข้า
spot
เอ
where
เข้าบอมไม่ได้
P2's
เขา
50
เลย
double. Can Chopper pull this off? Adams low, missed
He don't
shots,
do it.
and missed shots, not what he could afford here. Of all the highlights Chopper's put forth, forget about that one.
Yeah, honestly, in that play where you're waiting for them to come back downstairs, is that like the best angle you could have taken with like one gun? Probably not. Probably could have picked a cuter angle than that. Yeah, that one's narrow, but they survived.
สวยๆไป
Tied up
สวยๆไป
the rifle hits here for
ชิ
Spirit.
โร่โทเดินไปตายอะเดินไปตายทำไมรันไปตายรันทูได้ชิโร่
Metizport thinking, I wonder if there's a
เดิน
chance.
ไปแล้วก็ตุย อะไรเทคนิคเข้าพักพูดอ่ะ
13 rounds straight
โอ้โน
on the comeback
โอ้ร้านลาว
versus
ร้าน
Montreal
หลาย
Best
ร้านหลายทีละ
just yesterday.
เอาวะทูริส3 วินอ่ะ3 วินอ่ะโอ้ไฟเอาซ้ายบายดองแน่นอนโอ้แกมมาด็อปเลอร์หรือว่าด็อปเลอร์แกมมาด็อปเลอร์คาลัมบิดแกมมาด็อปเลอร์
8 volley of two tilt.
ไฟคอนเทนเนอร์
Magic's tested, lost his door player as well.
ไม่ไฟเผาไซอะ
Metizport hanging on for dear life and trying to make the most of what's left of this opportunity. You said it best earlier, right? Anybody causing upsets in the bracket didn't just do the one and done. They followed through. They made it to the semifinals.
อุ้ย
OG and Metizport having that to be proud of, but Metizport, they don't
Lamb
accept that this run is
Lamb
over
song.
yet. Got more than enough
Oh,
utility to
smoke.
go back in for the second wave. A really is their intended target.
โอ้ชิง
Even time for Shiro to come outside. If he sees
Shiro
the outer
pushing.
is clear, then they could definitely justify going heavier on A, and they will with Donk up in Raptors. Getting wind of the hit. 3 players out from Squeaky.
ไม่ใช่ดองมุมใหม่อุ้ย
Now crossing the floor, taking down Magic.
Oh, Donk.
first.
Oh, Donk.
Double
Donk.
skill. He just snaps it down to Sus.
อ้าว
ZTR out from Hunt. Shiro into the clutch. You know this is where he loves to be. And with a flash ahead of it, he could challenge. They've got the time to wrap bomb
ดอง
around
บอก
the
กู
site.
เก็บ
They've
ตาม
got
ไม่ได้นะ
Molotov to keep him at bay.
ดองวันดอง
That
ทู
would
ดอง
mean Elo has to put his gun away.
ไอ้กูเก็บ3ไม่ถูกไม่ยิงช่ว
Shiro
ย
may
ยิง
not
ที
even play it. A hell of an attempt there from Donk. A reminder of his mechanics. That third shot is sick.
That's no, man. That's not a position you do that in.
ดองบอกกูเก็บ3
He
ด้วย
was
นะ
so careful with the second
Hey,
kill.
Dong
Like,
one,
he did
Dong
that
two, Dong
so
three.
fast.
and ดองดาว
He could just properly aim for the third. It was just like,
เฟรนลี่เซฟ
I don't know, man.
Shiro
Really
save.
slow down time. That's so insane.
ยิง
That's
ชิโร่
so
โยน
insane.
นะชิโร่เซฟโอ้
Oh no.
อ้าว
They get hit.
Yikes, that's expensive.
ไอ้ไนท์ช็อตไปเลย
But no,
Ah,
the
they're
bomb
coming
lands.
down
They're
too.
fine. They would.
ดอง1ดอง2
Shot.
ดอง
That's
3
so wow.
Not one more bullet shot than he really needed on
yeah.
any of those duels, right?
Yeah. No
ดอง
wasted
ไม่กลับ
space.
ไม่ไหวไม่จบสักทีแบบนี้ กูได้เป็นนอน
His opponent's POV in demos when you watch them, it's horrifying. It's just jump scare after jump
อ๋
scare.
อทำเอาสปิริต
Just like the last
นั่งคุยแผน
instant
วันนี้จะกินอะไรดี
violence right there. You're done.
แผนโคตร
Watching the Jane Donk POV review is when I really felt that. Because he does that, right? Watches it from both perspectives.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Oh yeah, he has a video watching some POVs. That was before Kato too.
โอ้ทำเยียดน่าจะแปด
Which maybe is the better way
เอ
to
ก
die.
นายวิน
Quick,
นาย
we'll give
ลา
you
ว
that, but
นาย
this one is not over quick. Credit where it's
โอ้ลองเอาอีเคลจากไหน
Come on.
You maybe just give them a chance.
What?
คิว
Things others can't.
คิว 23
And he does it more
ไอ้เหี้ย
often
แบก
than you can believe. That is the one AK on the play.
ทีม
Don't
นู้นก็
forget
คิว
about
เดียว
it.
มากเลย
The one
โอ้
real rifle they
Going.
come through with, and will he be served up another
Ooh.
duel? Adam, beautiful.
Adam,
That is what we were
Adam.
talking about, right? Highest rated
Adam
player
has
from
come.
Metizport coming into this match. That is the type of time to kill that can rebuttal those of Spirit. A beautiful shot to try and keep them in this, and to deal with the biggest threat that was on the board for Spirit, right? That soul AK. Now Zontix creeps out into the space of the dead bodies. There's a player straight up behind him, hiding behind the stairs. He sees the one sport main. Beautiful clean shot from the MP9, right? You try to do your damnedest, but unfortunately that was the best thing they had to get a
ช็อปเปอร์ก็
multi-frag.
อีโค
And Chopper's gonna need to be desperate. He just swings out from vent. Too much to ask
Run to
for.
die.
This Metizport
Let's go.
comeback is starting to
Oop.
come to a boiling point.
Mm-hmm.
It is undeniably real, but it's also an unfathomably long
Yeah, but-
road. 4 more to push OT.
It certainly is, but yeah, they built brick by brick. That's the thing about this team. They have shown it. They have that sort of rare ability to go one round at a time and not panic too much. It's the thing that's just unbelievable is just what Donk has been doing these last few rounds, and like how they can sustain through that.
พอดวิน
And how many
Loud.
more times will they? You know, because when Donk is having a game like this, it goes until the end of the game. It's not something that happens only for a few rounds and really stops. That was the Kato magic, right? So I guess we're about to find
เอา
out
ไม่ยิงอ่ะลูก
how much can Metizport sustain.
Oh,
because
what?
what?
ปูส
What? Fuck. It's just amazing. I mean, so many people just like started watching CS again because of this kid, you know? So recently
Come
watching
back.
vintage Nico sometimes.
โอเวอร์ไทม์ โอเวอร์ไทม์ลูกเล่าวันนี้แปดมันจะเป็น 12-8 กับ 12-4 12-4
He comes in so many different
เพราะว่ามัน
flavors.
จะเป็นฟอร์ดบาย
So many different positions on every single map. You never know what you're gonna get with Donk,
ออฟ
but it tends to leave
ออ
you
ฟบันได
speechless.
ออฟแลดเดอร์บูทป่ะ
Metizport on fire right now, but now gonna have to
Jack
do it with the
Gutai.
4v5. Magic's opening up. That was just a shot through smoke in Squeaky. To be fair to Jackinho, he didn't even have a chance. Just caught standing in the fog of the
Ooh,
open
nice.
road. Shiro. He's got the angle, and he's not gonna miss his chance, striking them down. And now finally pulling Metizport apart. He's standing in the open,
Shiro เก็บให้สอง
trying to hold them back out of the sight. He knows that they were going to swarm him, so he made sure to bring one with him. CTR burned out of his position, and it all falls on
ชิบ
Seth.
หาย
He
วันออ
who
ที
held the heavens
คลาสฮีโร่อ
extended
ดัม
this game for
เอ้ยซับ
Metizport is now all
ซับ
that
อิส
remains.
คลาสไปแล้ว
An
4
excellent
โถม
run
แล้ว
from another underdog at the spring showdown, the showdown where we got more upsets than ever.
ดอง
Consistency is
ดอง
that
คิว
of the Katowice
วินเนอ
champions,
ร์
and
สปิริต
Team Spirit will book
Spirit
their tickets
win.
to the Black Spring Finals.
That's
And
it, man.
final.
Congratulations to
Final.
Team Spirit. That is some Unbelievable stuff. They
Final
finally
Spirit
put out this cigarette that was burning of Metizport. They were incredible all throughout this run, and very up until these final rounds, we saw something burning. I mean, they survived a ton. Full credit to them, but Spirit did what was expected of them, and now we see them in London and start off to a good major.
Congratulations to Spirit, bouncing back from
Spirit
a
win.
one loss to return to
Spirit.
favor on Mirage and then close things out
Final.
on Duke. Spirit
Grand
qualified
final,
for the last
Spirit.
spring finals coming up
Grand
in
final,
just a
Spirit.
little bit of time, and you can see 13-8 on Nuke this final
We
map.
saw.
Bobski, this a little bit more of a contest than Mirage, but it still felt like Spirit had this under control the whole time.
Yeah, I felt at times that Spirit disrespected them a little bit in some of the rounds when they got momentum, right? And I think this is where Spirit thrives, is where Donk has all the ability to do whatever he wants to because he has enough rounds to quote-unquote play to just do whatever, and it worked. They had a hard time dealing with that, and I think the 8 round signals that Metizport kind of made it a game, but it was the correct
พอร์ต
winner in
พอร์ตบุกดีนะ
Yeah, and I think that's the big deal. Like on Vertigo and
ถ้า
Mirage,
เทียบ
you
แล้ว
had
พอร์ต
you
บุ
had
กดี
a subdued
สปิริต
Donk,
บุก
still
ดี
impactful, still
พอร์ต
good,
ก็
but
บุก
on
ดีเช่น
Nuke
กัน
you had
พอ
the
ร์ต
Donk that
พอร์ต
just
ไม่ถือว่า
took over the
แย่
game essentially. Some of those shots down the stretch, the triple kill in the upper bomb
ถ้าพลาด
site,
อีกทีก็
up in
ไหล
the rafters, the
90
one tap
อาจจะ
outside,
เป็น
the
11
pistol round as
11
well.
13 ไม่ก็โอเวอร์ไท
At
ม์
some point during this game, he just took over
ถ้า
and said
เนี้ย
enough is enough.
ถ้านี้ไม่ได้ก็ได้อีกนี้นี่
Yeah, that's
ก็
the
ประมาณ
luxury,
นี้
right?
เลย
If you had an off day, if you maybe
Oh,
didn't do
and
the
it-
preparation the exact
So,
way you wanted to,
one
maybe
side now,
you're a little bit tired. If you have one guy like Donk, you don't really need to be on point every single time because he's just gonna give you those
กัน
1
ได้
to
น้อยไปหน่อย
2 rounds
บอก
in a row.
แต่ว่าก็
I
กัน
remember
ยาก
actually talking with Snappy back in the day. I think he mentioned that Saiwu, you always have to take into consideration that Saiwu is gonna win at least 2 to 3 rounds in
โดนดอง
in a
ฆ่า
game
เยอะ
where
เลย
you don't really expect it.
ดองเก็บวันเก็บทู
I think I
เก็บ
get the
ที
same feeling
ดอง
around
วัน
right?
ดองทูดอง
Right, yeah, it's a
Don't
good
keep
point to make
that.
because it's almost like, you know, there's so much
Ah,
questions,
keep
and
that.
whenever a team faces Spirit, it's like, all right, guys, do you have anything planned for Donk? And it's like, well, at some point, like he's gonna get his. It was the same, you know, when I was coaching, we had the same kind of idea about Simple. It's like Simple's gonna get his. There's not much you can really do about it. He's gonna be making plays. It's about finding ways to neutralize and get the other guys into uncomfortable
ก็
positions.
แพ้ตอนตำรวจน่าจะไหล
Yeah, star players just have something special that they just gotta break the rules a little bit.
Yeah, and he's also different, right? He's not an all producer, that's the first of it, and he's just so instant in his tool, and he's not really scared to take anything, right? I think he reminds me a little bit of a Simple, but without the orb. Like, he's so aggressive in his playstyle, he doesn't really give a damn if you're holding the angle with an orb or anything like that. I think that kind of peak is almost what is correlated so close to him now.
Yeah, he's a special talent, obviously broken out at. We all saw it kind of coming. We saw the signs, and then the Katowice breakout was something unique. And obviously now helping Spirit to qualify for the spring finals. We actually have an interview with Donk. James Banks sat down with him and talked about the win, talked about the qualification.
Donk, you have made it to the spring finals and you'll be going to London with a 2-1 victory over Metizport. I want to just first ask about this game and again the vertigo side of things because it still is a problem for you guys. But how does it feel in the server? Why do you feel like you have these games specifically on vertigo?
เก็บ3 1 3 ตลอด
I don't know, like
I don't know.
We have a bad start. We lost pistol 3v1. I team killed the Magics, so like so we started with 3-0. It's like a lot for T side, I guess, especially because of new spawns on T side. So T side is